Game number 1, baby. Let's
the
go.
Boys getting a lot of love from Monster D-Face on this side.
It was pretty credible. All right.
I cannot go wrong.
Let's
with
get it, chat. Game 1.
I'm gonna go with Vivid on this one.
Who's getting dropped on?
Exciting.
Is Pete Cons?
Fortnite. I want 1 point to really make the difference between
PETERBOT
first
contested
to 5th place all the way down that leaderboard. That's just my wish for the weekend.
And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. We all know, hey, look, you can come in with the strategy all you want. At the end of the day, when the finals lobbies start to take shape, right?
Yeah, okay, we knew this fight was happening.
The zones,
bro, this is what Savage has been dealing with today. What the fuck?
Regardless of how good you are. Here's a team we didn't even get to really talk about who's making an appearance right now.
Nice, G-Monster, baby.
And this time, he's at the finals.
Got big G-money, baby.
And of course, Bryce.
Bryce goes down, but it's a 2v1 now.
The first to go down right now.
2v1.
Down to his 2 young gunners to go ahead and pick
him back up. Come on.
Yep, this is the 2 teammates right now. Kanata was formerly on this roster. He said there just simply wasn't enough time for them to get onto his level while he
Muzz getting 2 kills? Oh no, 1 kill to finish. Yeah, so Muzz beaming out of the sky? How's Muzz getting kills? Wait, is Muzz Corn?
For this solo, so it is going to be a good chance for him to try to survive on the back end of those mountains, but it's also going to be a chance for them to get Bryce back into this game very, very early on. So that
which team was? I didn't see the names.
Loot up, get some resources, and most importantly, the material around the map.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you'd be really happy to get your drop and get your first 2 eliminations just like that. That's damage. Those are, most importantly, points on the board, right? This
Higgs kill. I think Higgs would have gone out of spawn. I think Higgs would have gone out of the sky, chat.
On over to the
CLIX has got like 6 teams conned around him. They're probably just sitting on the roof just getting free pickings, man. I don't think Higgs is conned. I'm 99% sure Higgs isn't conned. This is...
They're doing it once again here at the Shining Shafts. Now, I gotta say, Muzz clearly one of the greats, right? When it comes down to being overall mechanically gifted, but it has seemed like when it comes down to end games and final settings now, this trio is starting to break away with some consistent performances.
Yeah, and I like that too because
Amplify different. Okay, so Amplify is conning Muzz.
Last major, they were at the top of the leaderboard. They pulled off some big feats through that game.
Nice, Rise. Get him, son.
What they're doing here to start off the day. If you look at the drop map, everybody claiming
nice,
their spot.
Rise.
This was supposed to be uncontested, Monster. Muzz, Rise, and Yap go all season long. Very little people going over there right out of the gate.
So this is 2 of the teams that are conned near CLIX.
Elimination. Yeah, they've lost a player, but that helps them for their
CLIX isn't conned, chat. He's chilling.
So now they have a little bit more flexibility going around the map. As we take a look at Noah plays.
Noah locks down.
Is another team, honestly, phenomenal performance just to make it to this stage. They started off at 1 drop spot. As soon as Kanata qualified out of their group, left Hopeful Heights open, they went all the way back over to their home, and that's how they qualified.
Yeah, we're seeing the story on both sides.
CLIX's delay is longer than the broadcast. Oh my gosh. All right, okay, so I'll put CLIX up there. I don't want like too many of the teams, chat, because it gets a little bit hard, but I'll do my best. Is Bucky streaming? How long is his delay?
Royale up, and then you jump on over
it's not Bucky,
stages.
Okay, so we'll just try and watch CLIX a little bit. CLIX's delay is longer than the broadcast though, so I'm not doing everyone in streaming, chat.
Shining Span's really interesting. This is an extremely
the broadcast has been killing it with showing the gameplay, so when he goes down game 1, Pete uncon, baby.
It really is all
Pete uncon.
Jumping on over to the man of the hour, PETERBOT. You got to hear directly from him just a couple moments before the FNCS kicked off. Shout out to Fax.
What's that, Pete? Pete, pull the big pot. You don't want to get knocked. Pete, pull the big pot. He might rush you. Pete, what is he crowd? Oh, shit, Pete, pull the big pot. Oh, that was a close one. Damn. I was nervous for a second there. I thought we were going to get pushed. Luckily, he didn't get hit too hard.
Some people could say it's overconfidence because you have some teams.
Yeah, good disengage. Good disengage.
Want to rate themselves sometimes. Maybe they'll just put themselves on the
top
shit 5 because they don't want to seem just a little bit too confident. PETERBOT's one of those players.
PETERBOT led all players in the nation's last season finals in 51, bro.
Last year's global champion. He wants to dominate. He wants to set records. He wants to build a legacy for himself that can go on years past his time is done in Fortnite. Hopefully not too soon with the way he's been playing, but uncontested means they have a lot of early open space throughout.
Ooh, Shadow Curve Tyler.
Curve Tyler, Shadow. All the way towards the north, Demon Dojo, a spot that starts off uncontested, but there is a couple teams towards the outside that they like to try to steal away some shots, steal away some of their loot, and they're not having any of that. You see already 1 elimination being picked up. They're following on the second. That's Hayes, and he's trapped in the box. 1v1 versus Shadow. This is his best chance, Monster, because he gets the knock.
Oh, that's bad. We should not be selling that.
1v1 against Tyler.
Listen, I
Been
respect
gassing up
it,
this
but
this trio now going to 0 ping, and that was not good looks.
Extremely talented. They've been here before. They have a lot of experience starting to officially now rack up under their belt. Some might say this team right here.
He can't. Nah, the other team's not dropping on train.
Up and coming types of trios that are going to be leading the Fortnite space in the years to come. So this is a big moment for them to go ahead and make sure they make a huge showing here in game number 1. And you know what?
Yeah, Shadow sold that one a bit.
Putting up a strong fight and forcing off Tyler and Curve.
Yeah, and you see their full health as well, so they can kind of re-loot up. They're going to go their separate directions. I expect to see both of those fully intact.
Let's go!
Getting those reboots.
Chat, don't think you guys got to see the full extent of how beautiful that was. I'm sorry, my face cam was blocking. I got to make sure you guys are getting the full experience here of
top 5 because they
ace this team.
They're going to go their...
Sorry, my face cam was blocking a little bit here. Damn, we're getting real close to each other. This is a bit sketchy. Got to be careful. This is a pretty close distance. I guess what happens is if one of these guys gets a knock on these guys, then they'll push those guys, and those guys can't push that guy. So honestly, it's kind of like a safe little like stalemate. You know what I mean? We're all being so aggressive that like no one really wants to push each other because of like the aggression. You know, it's like a little bit too scary.
You know, break ahead of the competition with it. And what's going on here? Bucky just trying to, you know, fish for tags here at the Seaport City. Have to be extremely cautious, though, of course.
Oh, yeah, gotta be cautious.
There's another trio.
There's another trio very close by. Gotta be worried. Watch out for that.
Playing high ground here. Booga inside the Seaport
No,
City,
Rapid joined Conic, chat.
Making sure that he's fishing up all
W
the
Conic
loot that
Rapid.
they're gonna need.
Hey, Rapid started a movement, though, man. Rapid was the first player reached out to.
For game number 1.
Now we got like so many lobbies have Arca in their name, man. Rapid helped start the movement, so absolute go. But that's why we did it that way, man. I like didn't make him sign any contracts. Like, bro, if you join an org, like obviously rep the org, man. Like
farming up here.
Yeah, just kind of consolidate the loot. You can see where the zone is at. Seaport is just on the edge of it, so a lot of those southern eastern teams on the map right now.
Didn't think Croc was actually an org? I didn't think so either. I thought it was always kind of like a clan, but like they're actually like signing a lot of players right now. So
all the way towards the western side, get around
top
this spot
10 and
is what they're going to be looking
78%.
for, because you're going to have not just one but multiple bases set up here and around the map in general. As you jump on board, Higgs, CLIX, Yamzo,
nice.
drop spot, Lone Wolf Lair, and Lone Wolf is one of those drop spots, Monster.
Okay, this is looking a lot worse than EU did. I'm going to be so honest. EU, like, we knew some teams were trading, but at least there was so many fights to watch. Like, oh boy.
They can look down and see any player rotating through those trees.
This is what makes me really like this drop spot as a pickup for CLIX's trio here. Given
got a lot of
again,
minis to invest with here.
Isolated, but it's going to come down to whether or not these teams want to show themselves right below the Lone Wolf. All that natural terrain, all those trees is going to make it a lot harder than.
To be fair, it's going to make the end games crazy because we're going to have all our best teams going to end game healthy as shit. Like, if we're looking for silver linings here.
I wouldn't be surprised if they are still forced into pushing a trio for their surge damage. Jumping over to King.
To be fair, though, the EU was getting carried by a few big teams like Veno, like switching up their drops and like rushing around and shit, giving us some action. There's a lot more alive on NA right now than EU, though. 90 alive is crazy.
That's come at the expense, right? Look at King's
what are the highest contributing factors to make something a surge meta? Do you mean like a trading meta? It's just excess meds, bro, with scoped weapons. That's basically it, bro.
Yeah, it's something we talked about.
So an abundance of meds and then really good long-range weapons, basically.
Those prolonged early game fights where, yeah, you can start to build
up
a lot of surge, trading shots, getting a little bit of those heals intact, but it just leaves you so behind the rest of the curve. And that's a team right in front of them that landed towards the cap.
Day with the tier 1.
Along the fight, and they're
watching West. I am watching West today, bro. Yeah. We're doing a 38-hour stream, man.
Into zone, try to scrap up anything that is going to be left behind. But a team that I told you I was going to have my eye on. Taki, Ishao, first-time finalists for them. Vert, 15-time finalists. This is redemption for them.
Wait, this is their first time making finals, bro. Taki, Ishao on the fucking blow-up then, man. I swear they're so good.
And this is kind of what they do. Where a lot of teams are making their way in towards the black market, they hover around towards the outsides, collecting shots, building up.
I don't know how Noxy Mason and Virgo didn't make finals, bro. That was a huge upset.
Yeah, gotta find that surge here and now, but Ishu already getting pushed out, kind of out of position here. Lost all of his shields.
I mean, reducing render distance just makes people trade even closer, which is even sketchier. Like, that's, you know what I mean?
Use these splashes this early, so should be just recuperating there for a second. Meanwhile,
staircase
the other side, we got Bolton Kanata right now.
Broadcaster West. So Jacob, the guy who's currently casting, not Monster, like he was talking right now, the other guy, he does a stream. He does streams of West where he jumps in replays and casts, and he fucking kills it. So we'll probably be watching him, man. I've been gassing up Jacob a bunch since I found his West watch parties, man.
Missed the finals as a commentator, so
thank you, Munch, the 2 for 15.
Goat conversation alongside Kanata there.
Oh, here we go. Seek, Dash, and Veer. This is the 2 Kappa teams. Oh, we're going at it. Build battle.
Build fight break.
Nice. I love a build fight, bro.
That one gets beat off by Silic and Jarg, but Seek still there, trying to take a little bit of that pressure off. His teammates just getting cracked over and over. Luckily, they have the time and the heals to try to keep themselves in fighting shape. And this is one of those fights, I think, for Silic, King, and Jargu, where they do not have a lot of resources. You see bandages. You saw some empty spots before.
But yeah, if you reduce render distance of shooting, then teams can do like dead side rotates in water and fly around edges. Like it's this. I get that. A lot of your guys' suggestions have very big impacts on the rest of the game.
Already looking to continue to go down. Veer and Dash playing once again a bit passively here, but I'm not.
I like your jammies.
Not really feeling
Jimmy Jams
this for Seek, Veer, and Dash because we have a desperate King, Jargo, and Silic right now, right? They don't have a lot of mats. They're getting extremely close, and they're looking to press this box fight. And you know what happens when you don't have, you know, the material count to go the distance? You put it all on the table, so this is about to be a full-on, probably 50-50 dive here, shortly.
Yeah, basically whoever gets the opening shot on their opponent. And there's actually a huge mismatch in terms of heals. As Veer's trying to lead the charge over the side, has to be careful not to accidentally jump off the bridge. Seek just hiding underneath. He does have the infiltrator.
Bro, this is it.
So he could
we got a North Zone chat. There's no way we have a North Zone. You've got to be kidding me. I didn't even notice, man. At least we're going Northwest, but still, the North Zone's annoying.
They're beelining their way over. You see it in the minimap, and there's already
I know a lot of you guys only tune in for grants. This is my daughter, Charlotte.
And King, that's still like they just lost.
Yeah, Kanata gets the fall damage to assist them.
She's just woken up.
And they are fully collapsing right now. Take a look at the nameplates. You just see they are controlling essentially.
Come on, Kanata, come on. Nice.
This is a very bold push here, so it tells us Kanata, Bolton's Sphinx
nice.
did not get damage.
Yo, we're playing aggressive. Wait, Kanata didn't get their surge trading in? I mean, tags in?
Seek on the bottom level is going to find.
Wait, how is Kanata not getting their surge?
No points earned just yet, and they did leave the down body there. So
I guess you kind of got you can't really make it like a Bermuda square.
With the exchange here, and off they go.
Yeah, I agree with it as well. You see the zone just pulling further.
I thought Kanata got their tags in when the other teams did as well at the start.
On it as well. They already got a little bit of damage, and since they're bypassing this team, they know eventually the team they left behind is going to have to rotate into their position.
Ooh.
So they're going to give themselves
beams from Kanata, nice.
Seeing how they were able to catch Silic off guard just in the distance. When you make that much noise, it's not as safe as you think.
Oh, Shadow Curve Tyler. This is after the reboot.
If you're not,
here's the action. Here we go.
With the abundance of heals and get those surge tags, these are the risks you're going to have to make.
Talking about risk, Shadow being brought back here at the Magic Mosses and now back into the action. Curve seems like they've caught a little bit of redemption as Hazen Mafia have returned back to take the fight here against them. I would have thought they'd look at their little dub and call it a day, but no. Looking to reinitiate here is definitely risky.
Japer, he waddle? He toxics, nice. Cole, Zeppy, thanks for subs, chat. I missed your subs, I'm sorry. Oh, Yapko, Muzz fighting again. Cheering him on. Go, Muzz.
Taking down Amplify, so kind of finishing off what they started from earlier in the game. And now that's going to bring them up to 3 eliminations. And there's still what's left of the trio here right above them. Which Jacob, it doesn't seem like
the dog on the tissue box
is going to be able to survive. Nope, not for long. As the full elimination comes through. That brings them at 4 elims for game one.
Was. Hey, Miles from zones, that's fine, that's fine.
Making a comeback.
Yeah, I think they let one of those players kind of escape early on, got the reboot, and just kind of took them down yet again.
KP, let me guess, North Zone, you would... Hey, Northwest, though. Northwest, that's a different part of the map.
Above the damage threshold, they have splashes, they have the water sprites, and since they're rotating through their original POI, they're going to have some extra heals that they have left along the way.
I don't know if they are going to have extra heals.
Towards the north, I don't believe there's going to be too many teams contesting them until they get there.
Here's the truth, with damage like that,
they down? Ooh, dash down too.
They have a lot of luxury right now to make some huge rotates around the outskirts of the map, take their time and fully cap off on material here. So long as they have maybe even just a singular med miss to bring to the new storm, this is a perfect scenario.
We're still fighting out here, man. Oh my gosh, we're still fighting. I mean, to be fair, this zone could not be further from Kanata. Like, this is... Yo, we're going to Whiffy Wharf game 1.
That that broke out for them, clearly favorable. But now look what's happening. Veer and crew pushing in a little desperate. We already knew they might have been, and Sphinx, Kanata, and both had
1,000 above.
They
Nice.
were trying to get ahead of this storm fight.
And even somewhere.
Yo, red line. Thank you, man. Thank you, Donkey. Thanks, subs, chat.
816.
I love your chat. Thank you so much.
Revive. While Seek is just creeping around, tries to land a good shot to catch him off guard, but it's not going to be enough damage to continue the all-in push. But you see there's no HP in any of their inventories, Monster. They need elimination. They need the siphon. It's all or nothing. Seek's doing what he can, but he's going to be the first one getting dropped.
Kanata handling this bad zone really well right now.
Sphinx using that to keep themselves alive. The siphon's important, but in comes Dash. Well, out goes Dash as well. Veer being the last one left, and he has no chance at survival. But from one fight to the next, you're seeing how many other teams. There's been 4 teams.
Elims, come on, we're doing well. Yo, talk to the 5. Thank you, guys. So give it. Yo, seal with a 40. Hey, Tank, Safaris, Vim. Oh, another one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's 6. You say good goat?
Oh my gosh.
Good goat.
Look at the Elims starting to rack up here. This has to be intimidating.
7 Elims, man, they're doing it. Yo, Max
way.
Nada showed up, man. Hey, he said he was visioning the win. He's visualizing it. Yeah, go.
You know what's the best part about it?
Yeah.
People sleep on Kanata's performances coming out of the FNCS. You can look back at his entire history. He has so many appearances.
Hey, 26 out of 26 for a reason, baby.
Never, I think, have we seen a game one
Yeah,
like
good.
this.
I feel like that's because Kanata is what they would call in the industry or community a prime time player. He just exceeds all expectations.
Ooh, double chug here for Coop.
When the spotlight is on him, I feel like he just gets exponentially better, and there's another example of that. But from all the teams rotating in from the southern to the north, we're going to jump on board Coop, Ree, and Curly, landing at
54 of today's players also played the Chapter 6 Season 1 finals. Is that a lot? Only half the lobby made last grands. Like, a little over half. That's... I think it would be more. So sweet. I thought it would be more.
DK was one of the ones that we saw get an elimination early on, or at least it was a knock. He wasn't actually able to clean it up, but now the tables have turned. Cynic's trying to break his way in, and they take down Mafia. They take down Hayes. They send the full trio back to the lobby.
Yo, Pubs, thanks to my bro. Nah,
stuff.
no ads doing grands, bro. Come on.
Coming into game one, I expected some early and mid-game upsets, but so far, the big teams,
Rocky down in the feed?
Names,
No.
the ones that we expect, the veterans are doing so well. They're exceeding.
No, is this fight? No.
You have these new up-and-comers here
Beams.
that are looking, I'll make a name for themselves.
Bucky's down.
And Cynic's Polar doing a great job finding their eliminations that they needed.
There's Pete.
And talking about...
They haven't shown Pete or CLIX that much at all, actually. They haven't shown Acorn really either. This is a bad zone for Acorn.
Ritual right here in a bit of a situation.
Yo, Pete got islands? Yo, Pete got islands. Double mythic.
You have Muzz, right? We knew they were going to do a dead side rotate, and look. You have the big boys.
She'll call and PETERBOT have won 33% of their finals games as a trio this season. Damn. That is a crazy stat, bro. 1 in 3.
Pulling to the north. It's
Oh
been
my
pulling
gosh.
to the east, and as soon as a few teams try to make it an investment to position themselves on that side, it pulls all the way across. But now it's basically 1v3 situation. Void trying
No
to
collaterals on them. Ooh, Muzz getting tagged.
But the third-party shots continue to fire in from Rise, Muzz, and Yapko. With his own pulling in. As now everybody at this edge of the zone is going to have to make that conscientious decision. Is it worth the fight, or do I rotate? And I think most of the teams in this position are going to have to rotate in because there's just too much damage coming in from that Zorn once it closes.
He's got eyes on Rise.
Bucky's whole trio's down. That sucks.
Finds himself 57 damage there. Hey, listen, every
Sorry, chat, Steve. Steve wants a bit of attention too.
You can put on your opponents while you're making his rotate, the easier it's going to be for them to make sure that they don't.
Pete's 300 above Nada's 1,000. I mean, to be fair, Kanata has 7 kills. Oh, that's what you probably mean, though.
Have to, so they could get hot on the move here, and what a clean.
No baseball bat, though.
Turn out to be. I'm surprised.
Muzz already in. Acorn, nice rotate by Acorn Ages Poyo.
Moving in from, but let's get a little update from CLIX, Yamzo, and Higgs, who are
12 minis.
Damage right now.
Nice.
Like Booga's team is the one in the distance there.
So are they just not going to the black market at all then? Are they just not going for the black market?
Yeah, and it just seems like their decision to prioritize getting.
Yo, thank Andrew with the $5 donut on YouTube. Sorry, man. It's hard, Andrew, because then you get like one tag. Like, yeah, man. It's a $5 donut, bro. Yeah, we've kind of discussed all the options for reworking Surge, man. A lot of them have as more cons than pros.
The scanners down. Yamzo, Higgs, CLIX are able to see teams nearby, and they're putting their pressure right across. They already got some early damage, and more teams taking.
Yo, Shuffle, thanks to 7, man.
Being confident to move in. He's gonna grab the body.
Bro, please get a Sentinel. Please get a Sentinel.
like this play right here. CLIX's confidence surging up right now, and they get a crucial elimination for material count that they absolutely need.
Bro, they're getting sprayed.
It is probably not going to be enough. They will have to continue to push to go the distance, but you know, one thing's for certain.
Yeah, I don't think CLIX's team went to black market this game.
That's gonna be a lucky pull for them, no doubt.
It's all about just waiting for that moment here with the
nice beams read. King Peace
targeted out the high ground. They took down Vert. Taki followed. Don't know if Ishao went with him, but he's going to be the only hope, because right now we're only in the top 20 with as much action as we've seen so far.
Oh, okay. Wait, who was that? Yo, Reed giving Curly the gold shotgun.
Number 1. You're seeing Storm Surge.
Okay. Okay, one of the vets respecting the up-and-comers. Curly the GOAT, bro.
Yusuf, the perfect target. They're threading the needle. They get the knock onto one. They continue to fire over in that direction. They're trying to clean it up, but whether they do or not, that's still very, very helpful for their Storm Surge.
We'll take a look at this.
Oh, Acorn Aegis Poyo on the high ground potentially. Let's go.
A little early to be committing this much, but hey,
I don't think we've committed that much. We're only like 3 layers up. We haven't committed that much.
Seems like they're trying to do just that. No elims yet on the board for the trio here, but it's going to be an important moment for them to try to capitalize on one.
Bro, if Canada does well in a Magic Monsters, like a zone that went this far northwest, they'll be very happy. It's come back towards the east, luckily, but...
As things are really starting to settle up here, where's the zone going to pull? This is going to determine a lot.
Nice down in the feed, yeah. Muzz and Yapko is a duo. Muzz down to PETERBOT, no!
There's no excuses as far as how
he gets the finish too. That means Pete must be down here somewhere. Pete needed that too. Pete's pretty weak, actually. Oh, now he's getting the meds off. Never mind. He's not weak. Never mind. We got the meds. We're fine.
Barely above the surge right now, but they have the mats to work with.
Cold gets that one too. Nice. 2 elims.
On the Yapko. That trio's down and out. I believe 17th place. But you saw on one side.
Yo, knocking with a 20. Thank you, bro. 120 today. Appreciate you, bro. Oh my god. People love chat. You guys gas me up every grand. It's crazy. Thank you. We'll make this a good ass day.
Try to build up towards that high ground. At least solidify some position. You see it on the other end, and that's where PETERBOT
trying to chop it, or is he spraying? And Pete's got a max pull zone.
They can chop it down early, or at least hinder what they can see. Then we're gonna find.
He left the bat. Yeah.
They were able to grab onto.
He's been gatekeeping, bro.
On that trio as Yapko went down.
He's deliberately going the Sub-Zero.
So much mats as well.
Maybe laggy lobby, like, oh, Booger on the high ground. Okay, okay.
For success here in the end game. Bolts, Kanata, Sphinx, riding off the momentum of those 7 eliminations still. They haven't picked up anything just yet, but this is going to be
okay, Maris, calm down.
Bolts are starting to lead their way ever so closely. Finds himself in some serious danger, though. Now they're all split up from one another. Kanata playing a different angle here to try to buy himself some time, but that wood is a sign of
weakness. It's so weak.
The lobby taking advantage of just this.
Yeah.
Sphinx falls on the other side of the wall.
9 HP? Nah. Yeah.
Trios on both sides.
Bolts is just hiding.
And Bolts hiding.
Fair, Maris, fair.
Not trying to make a sound here. The zone closes on top of him. What a tough
nice.
spot.
Nice, Bolts. Oh, shit, Bolts is crazy. Cypher, 2 HP. Storm Sickness. No. Storm Sickness, man. Yo, Boog on the high ground. Let's go.
At least grabbing a couple more points in the back pocket before he finally went down. But Booga threats and rapid.
Oh, Pete down. Richie, you get his ass back up right now. Come on, Richie. Yeah, it is Richie. W support.
Trying to get the revive. He's the one trying to deal with the
Let's go, baby.
That's CLIX. That's Higgs. The Yamzo down below, but they're not taking the risk just
nice.
yet.
We're back.
Is now back in the game, and with the overabundance of heals that they have.
CLIX, Higgs, the Yamzo full trio too. This is gonna be a good end game, man. We got some big trios.
Unscathed in that entire exchange. Yamzo Higgs extremely healthy right now. Look at this. Whittling the tank zone to play the front side and clear the low ground. Of course, the med miss here is going to be a target on them. However, they have the metal mat secured here. So
yo, chat, now this is making this look like Pete's going to run away with it. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys like cheering for Pete to die constantly, but CLIX looking healthy, Poyo looking healthy, Booga on high ground. Like, we're acting like Pete has 20 kills right now, you know?
Game 1 win right now with no mats. This is bold to say.
This is a terrible zone for Poyo too. If Poyo gets good games out of these zones, like, they're locked the fuck in, man. Yo, what's up, Magoli? I'm doing great.
This trio knows better than to let this team get comfortable.
Yeah, they saw that giveaway was that med miss.
Nice, CLIX low ground claim, nice.
3 of them turned around, trying to put pressure, so they had no chance to move forward and take that high ground from below. Though Cooper, Curly just gliding to the front side of the zone, taking space where they can, but they're dangerously low on those materials. One fight, one clash. could be the end of this team, but that's exactly what
Cooper
they're
looking good
for,
too. Nice.
somebody off guard.
Bro, we got some good ass teams here in the end game. Hell yeah.
Yet again, even with a body found, PETERBOT, Cold, Ritual, they're not able to clean it up. So they're going to have to continue moving forward in the zone, but it's Noisy, it's Creon, it's Tony. They're the ones that got a little bit.
I am Macaulay. I am, man. It's been a great FNCS, dude. Oh, Cooper making a big play on a P.
They're trying to bulldoze their way into the box.
Nice. Reed takes him down, though.
Before he goes down to Reed.
Cold's pretty weak here. Wait a second.
Was incredible, but again, Reed just a little healthier, was able to trade it off, and now it's down to Ritual and Cold once again here. Ritual leading the rotates.
Oh, get in, Cold. Nice. King Reed looking good.
More points, top 7.
Cold goes down. Richie with a solo clutch.
Completely finished here now.
It's up to Richie. What can we do, son?
Working his way down ever so slightly here. Looking for
Booga needs mats, though. Great meds. We don't have the mats.
It's starting to set up for threats, Rapid and Booga now, and the Elims
Yo, surely CLIX is popping off down there, right? CLIX has been down there for so long.
Looks like there is no full trios left.
Never mind.
Yeah, they even have the backup win condition.
King's down, never mind. I thought they were still up.
For now, they just need to look down, continue putting pressure.
4 kills for Reed's team.
You're seeing the chaos that everybody's going through. Curly with a down on the visuals. Even with the cleanup, it's the Siphon that's keeping them alive here. With a little
4 teams, 10 players. Ritual just goes down now. W Richie, top 5 clutch.
But they lose Cooper along the way. Quick backtrack. They're trying to grab him in the box.
Nice clutch from Richie.
On the other side, I don't think they see it going down. They don't see the rebuy, which means
they're going to be
Booga
win game 1. Yo, Booga said he's not dying this grand, bro. 12 out of 12. Yo, Booga was sounding happy this morning too.
They're on the low ground. They're fishing for eliminations. They find one. The pressure from the high ground.
Nice, Reed. Let's go, Reed.
Play out, but Reed still fighting for the points here in the final moments. But we're just inside a top
7
3.
elims, nice.
Is lurking about is the real question now. It's Polar.
It's
still
Polar.
Running circles, running laps here. But meanwhile,
nah, it's a free win for Booga, dude. 3v2. Come on.
At 11.
Close it out, Booga. Oh, 11 elim win for Booga. Hell yeah. Good shit. Ooh, God.
Zone to zone, they have made it work. There was even a moment in that game where I saw on the feed Rapid.
All right, chat. We'll make our first V-Buck giveaway of the day. Booga, spelt like his actual name though. B-U-G-H-A, Booga. Ooh, what a go, bro. Booga showing up big game 1, bro.
They did not look back. Nobody was able to challenge him up there for it.
That was crazy, but look, one
good high take, man. Good high take.
This is a finals game.
Yo, these lobbies are stacked, though. Got all of our good ass teams doing well.
High-level play coming out of game number 1 is nothing short of impressive.
All the tier 1 showing up here. Kanata didn't, but I mean, that zone was terrible for Kanata. I'm surprised Poyo and Acorn did so well, but... So, chat, if you guys want to see V-Bucks, type the Booga in chat. Make sure your Twitch whispers are on. We'll DM you the code if you win.
Yeah, that's 11 eliminations, even though they had the heals in the back pocket for a backup win condition that they did not need at all. They had 11 eliminations. I might be too soon to say this, but this might be a new era. This might be a Threats era with the way he's been playing.
I mean, hey, Booga's been grinding in solo cash cups.
Right? The conversation was set up from the beginning, but Zeke, get us the update here. What a game. Booga won game 1. Booga won game 1. What's happening? Oh my God. Is this the World Cup? Ah, Booga won game 1.
Are you good? Zeke, you there?
I forgot to bring.
Yeah. No, honestly, I think that a lot of people, especially after watching the Scrim games, expected a lot out of Threats, Booga, and Rapid. And this is a trio, or let's just talk about Booga as a whole. We always, for whatever reason,
Hypnotic, the cold, amazing.
Ski?
All right, 5 more seconds, chat, then I'll call the Booga giveaway.
It's not the World Cup anymore.
You go Skillian with the 3 years?
Ago, and every single time he proves people wrong. He has been one of the most consistent players that we have seen in the last 5 to 6 years.
Oh, we already got the Z geek off, chat, but that was definitely a maximum Z geek.
Efficiently vivid is something that other players are going to have to VOD review because they have a strat that other people aren't able to unlock.
Yeah, I think it's about time.
No, we're not going to get all North Zones, chat. Don't you dare put that evil on this lobby. Don't you dare.
For the past like 7 seasons when we're talking about Booga. But he's just always like just quiet throughout the season, and then just like the week leading up to finals, and then it's like Booga.
Just see what's happening to Pete. Chat, Pete got a top 5 with elims.
Coming to fruition.
Why are we?
In the sense that
we'll see, man.
Always ends up turning up.
They play a lot more passive this game. They try to go for a more traditional surge investment option. Maybe they change their mind. We'll see, man.
Those games playing for the high ground right there. Let me tell you something. That win right there, I mean, holy moly, the amount of pressure that they were able to apply to the rest of the lobby whilst almost receiving none. This is so NA-esque, right? Sometimes some of these teams, you just get it for free.
Nah, I'm watching West today.
Right? Like,
my brother's taking over for OC though. I know you guys been loving the Monica takeovers.
playstyle
Matt's gonna be back for
hide on
OC.
an
I'm
NA
doing
sometimes,
NA
but,
Central and West.
I mean, Bugha, Threats, and Rapid taking full advantage of that.
You add him with the pride?
I just cannot believe from zone 8 they had height, and it just never stopped. Bugha won game 1 of Major 2 finals with 11 eliminations.
In case you just got hit, chat, by the way, these are the zones today.
Of a game.
So where do we
Other
end this game, zone chat? There? Cool.
had a little bit of a rougher time in that game. PETERBOT,
Let's just keep it going, chat. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
At one point, we kind of tuned into them, and they were 300 above.
Let's just
right?
make sure we got so. Okay, so those are the EU zones. Let's do NA
That's
zones in red,
fine.
maybe.
We kind of need to make some.
Where was this one? We were like here-ish, right? Somewhere like there? Kind of like there-ish? Yeah?
They have to kind of like
Something like that?
revive
Nice.
him, and then literally from that point
Just
forward,
making sure.
it's just
We'll see how we go.
shambles.
You know,
Just for
he
reasons,
had
let's keep
everything
track.
ready to go for him. That Mythic Hollow Twister on PETERBOT.
Let's keep track. 7 zones in a row.
On top of the medallion, it looked like this was kind of their game to win. They had such good early aggression, but just kind of staying in the back of zone, allowing everyone else to get the eliminations in the front of zone, which is where they kind of stand strong, Vivid.
Yeah, I mean, PETERBOT, Cold, and Ritual just doing a really good job.
How many points did Richie clutch up? We'll check leaderboard once they go to break, by the way, chat.
Right? They were in such a good position. All their mats were looking really, really well.
Shogun
It's kinda
endgame
one of
is
those
miserable,
games
to be fair.
that
Across
saw
that
last
like
time,
gap
just like
is
they
crazy,
looked
but it's
like
fun.
they could win
It's fun
this
to watch.
game, and then all of a sudden, right, you tune back in with them like 2 minutes later, and everything is just falling apart somehow. Regardless, in saying that, right, still breaking into the top 10, picking up a couple eliminations, even a clutch out of the duo of Ritual and Cold towards the end here to pick up a couple more points. Still pretty decent.
Tony went
game
off, bro.
for
Tony's
the
crazy,
trio as a
dude.
whole, but again, one of those games where I feel like it kind of fell apart very, very quickly.
Okay, it was more like
Oh,
between
no,
Magic
that
Monsters and
final
Pump
Elam onto
Power.
Higgs from Ritual, you know that if you're going to be a solo, especially
Kinda
as a
like
solo for support for Ritual,
there-ish.
he wants to make sure that he is getting
Good
those
enough.
points needed for Cold and PETERBOT. That question of can Ritual hold his own is no longer going to be asked, because that right there shows that even as a solo, he can do it.
W Richie.
I just can't believe.
I'm loving the Richie gas in the
still
timeline.
just in shock. Poyo in that game, kind of a similar situation. What I really liked about Poyo, Acorn, and Agers was at one point when we tuned in with them,
No, Ren.
they're sitting there tanking the backside of zone. Like Storm, they're tanking Storm in the backside of zone, right, to try and use that to gain advantage, which was kind of like an insane strategy.
Yeah, taking Storm is something that Acorn, Poyo, and Agers are used to, but usually it's a little bit earlier on in the game. Agers, though, yeah, there was a moment.
Who do I
where
want to win? I
think
just
they were
kept
trying
saying, bro, I
see
just want
how
Muzz
fight
to
was
make
going,
land,
and
bro.
so that they
I really want
stayed
Muzz
in
to
the
make
back
land.
zone,
That's my
waiting for
main
Bugha's
hope for
team
this
to
weekend.
kind of get a little bit
But I'm
further
friends with
away
so many
and
of these
not pay
players,
attention
dude.
to
There's so
them,
many teams I
but
want to
the
win for the
opportunity to take
storylines.
height
Like,
just wasn't there, and so I do appreciate the fact that they kind of forgoed that strategy and instead just stuck to the low ground. But by that point, you have Muzz's trio on low ground, or you have PETERBOT's trio on low ground, you have Higgs trio on low ground. Like, there's only so much that you can do as far as the aggression goes, especially when that low ground is already established. So Vivid, I don't know about you, I think when we saw them kind of tanking Storm,
5P? The
at
5P,
zone 10,
baby.
that they were looking to go for height.
I'm down.
Yeah, I definitely could, kind
Hey,
of.
Just the $2 donut on YouTube. Thanks, bro.
Some of the plays that we saw throughout the group stages, some other teams kind of making plays like that would be no surprise right there. The only problem with those Medmez smoke grenades, though, is that it's very, very obvious when a team is using them, right? You see a giant green smoke and storm, you're like, I wonder what's happening over there. So you do kind of draw the attention of not only the high ground team, who of course is looking for something like that to defend it, but then also some of the low ground teams, which is when we saw them try to rotate in, right? They were just on the backside of the zone for the rest of the game, which is why we usually like to favor some of the
3
teams that
spots for
actually play
land
for
on
that
NA
front
this
side
season,
of the
chat.
enemy
So
zone,
if
because
Acorn
it
and Pete
does
both
give you
get
the
top 5, then
opportunity
it'll
to
roll
kind of
down to
look
top
back.
5.
And I know
Not a lot, though, man. Not a lot.
Kelly
Only 3.
wants to talk about the trio that did such a good job of doing that this game. CLIX's trio, of course.
Yeah, it's so funny. We were just watching the game. You could hear Vivid in the background be like, Kelly, look, and there they are in the front side of zone. In fact, actually, they were taking Storm, but in the front side of zone, and that's something Iamza likes to do, and Higgs as well, that they'll kind of go out into Storm in the front side of zone.
That was break between games, about 10 minutes. I feel like this break is especially long, though. Yeah, this seems really long, no? Was there a bug?
Already set up the front of zone.
This seems like a... Are we not doing... Are they not throwing to the timer?
Around them while everyone else is playing in their area.
It seems like a really long break. We still haven't seen the leaderboard either.
Here, see that they're like 400 above the Orange 7 zone with 0 eliminations. We were kind of flipping through some of the teams throughout that game, right? We saw like Canada's trio was very, very high up on the threshold, even though, you know,
did something break?
This trio seemingly had none going into the 7th zone, but that's no surprise, right? Because we take a look at their drop spot situation.
Yeah, they haven't even done the 2-minute break yet.
4 or 5 contested drop
They're fixing the zones? No, don't be silly. He's Spook, Bot Boy, Cashew, Whip Bomb, Lucas, Senzilla, Adam, Kebabs, Mystics, Esquilian, Hypnotic. Thank you guys.
12 games this weekend, but yeah, I mean, such a good job by this trio to go ahead and use their med mist, tank the zone, go ahead and find.
Zeke's reading something, chat. He's reading something. Zeke was reading something.
Towards them, some free shots, some free eliminations. Good game from them.
I just love the different strategies coming out of these trios, right? Especially in a finals.
I mean, not throwing a break, but I want to check the leaderboard. But like, what's going on?
The lobby is that much harder, and we still have trios just sending these strategies. I love it. We got to see a little bit of Bolt and Sphinx in that last lobby as well. I know, Vivid, take it away.
Wait, what the fuck's going on, bro? It's so long.
Like, we tuned into them, and they're like just in the storm, fighting third party in this. They had so many eliminations. I mean, look at this, right? They're going into the end game with 7 eliminations. Well,
CLIX has a longer delay than the broadcast, and he still has 3 minutes now, so I'm not sure. Maybe they're just not going to the timer.
Probably not a good thing when we get to the end game.
But of course, you know, Canada coming up with those strategies.
Maybe it's not going to go to the timer anymore.
You know, kept his trio well above the threshold. But yeah, I kind of got to bring this up, Kelly. Over on EU, 6 of 6, right? North zones. And I couldn't help but notice the first game over here on NA, going against Canada's trio here, also going all the way up to the north.
Oh, first of all, we all know that Zeke's the one that controls the zones, okay? So don't be putting that on me. Zeke, what do you have to say for yourself?
I plead the fifth is what I have to say for myself. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know where the zone went. I wasn't paying attention. Probably should go check that code. I like to make mistakes with the code. Man, game number 1 of finals does not disappoint. What did you guys see out of game 1 that you felt
we're actually still okay? I gotta check leaderboard, chat. Holy fuck, I think we're not going to break or something. I don't know what's going on, man. This is taking forever. Holy shit. We're actually still, I got no clue what's happening right now. All right. Okay, so after game number 1, we have Rapid, Booga, and Threads in first on 109. Reed, Cooper, Curly in second on 82. Noisy, Creon, and Tony, the Hispanic boys, vamos, on 80. Good zone for them, though. They are going pump powers, so very nice zone for them. Then we have Cynics, Polar, and Decay. Ritual, Cold, Peterbot, Bryce, Eulogy, Clicks, Visuals, and Ages. So some underrated teams in the top 10, but some big names too.
They are on leaderboard. They are in 4th place right
now. Did I just spoil? No, I spoiled. Well, that's why I normally like to show it quicker, man.
Yeah,
chat, I had a process and they fucked it up. Okay, I'm sorry.
Only has 1 FNCS,
normally I wait until they throw the 2-minute break and then I show the leaderboard.
Trio, they were able to get a victory.
They ruined it, not me.
Stages. So obviously they have a lot of potential. And once again, I'm going to say it. I really hope that they stick together for Major 3. I love to see kind of the evolution of these trios, especially when synergy develops from Major to Major. I think that this trio has a lot of potential.
Nope.
You talk about trios of potential. I mean, Noisy, Creon, Tony, right now, 3rd place, 6th. They ended 6th in that game with 11 eliminations.
They got DQ'd, Katana.
Crazy in these finals.
This is weird.
And I know what you want to see. You want to see more Fortnite action. It's okay. We'll talk more after this game, but for now, let's kick it on over to game number 2.
Okay, so we're not doing that break anymore. Okay.
Heating up quickly,
good to know.
And it's going to be insane.
They didn't even show the leaderboard though.
Continues this way throughout all 12.
They didn't show the leaderboard, right?
Threats, Rapid win game number 1.
That was weird.
Themselves a little bit of a cushion.
It's odd.
Yeah, and I got to see the Dwarf Dad himself watching his son compete. The live reaction, he's so excited. But you know what? He's got the winner's mentality. He says, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is just to start. Let's see what happens now, though, as game number 2's cooking up.
W.
It's a Major 2 finals, Jacob, and it's really starting to feel like it right now as Booga, the icon, the man,
the icon,
really sets the stage here. And you know what? He took it by storm. But big names appearing up there, right? I don't think that game ended the way the critics may have expected. Reed, Cooper, and Curly.
Yeah, I feel like they're definitely not going to do that again. Something went wrong in this game, chat. There's no way they're going to just not show the leaderboard after every game. That was definitely something went wrong there.
Cynics, Polar, and DK 3rd place, like Kelly said, with 6 eliminations. eliminations, just going to show, hey, it's not going to be as easy of a game
Ooh, Muzz
as anybody would think, especially early on.
That's my boy.
Muzz, Yapko, rise.
Hell yeah.
Really like they were contested in game number 1. Things already switching up, and it starts here with those drop spots.
W Muzz.
I love this drop spot here. Muzz
Sucks that they got conned on the North Pool, but that's okay.
Oh,
Bryce goes down. That is a shocking turn of events that I did not see coming. Bryce going down. I am surprised.
Game that Jacko, Muzz, and Rise had.
No, I thought Bryce was going to win that game.
Crossing paths with the hands of PETERBOT in that early kind of end game situation that was starting to play out. But jumping on over to Sandalit.
Yeah, Muzz was con first game by Amplify.
As well, full on 50-50 down to Zipline. And yeah, Xanda's pretty excited about that. He's gonna hit us a little emote to go ahead and celebrate the pickup and the return of Evan here. Let's put him back in the game.
Kind of 1-1.
Jog, you takes down Seek
between G Money, OSID, and
looks like Dash, Veer, and Seek lose Kappa game 2.
I think everybody's gonna be counting to see who, honestly, when it comes to tomorrow, if you're losing, let's just say like a 5-0, 40-0, something like that, it starts to put those doubts in your mind. Do I switch drop spots? Do I go away from something I practice? And this is one of those volatile spots in general. You can see it's just a straight 50-50 for that spot.
It's very messy.
Dive straight down in. First to pick up the loot. Good luck to you.
Yeah, and that is true though. You know, 1-1.
Oh, Threats is throwing down the scanners. If you saw EU this morning, you know why Threats is throwing down the scanners on spawn.
Advantage of, you know, putting his ego aside and then playing the best strategy that he believes.
The Thermite like gets the goal, does it?
Getting on into here and talk about Noah. I'm actually curious if things are still going contested at the Magic Mosses, but here's our game 1 winners. Bugha, Threats, and Rapid, their early game strategy.
Does Siphon stack now? No, it doesn't knock in.
No, again, what makes them succeed? It's that full drop spot.
Were you in a heal grenade or something?
Like having a named POI.
What happened on EU? Venno lurked in onto Queasy one game, stole the vault, and wiped the whole trio. It was pretty brutal, but kind of nuts to watch. Venno was basically making no friends on EU today.
The big Aviv.
The big cheese Aviv, you mean?
Skittles and
yeah, big cheese.
Hey, I feel like
chapter
4 maybe. When it was Chimp and Spade and duos, they were one of those duos that were so consistent the entire year, flying under the radar.
You can beat Dan with a prime 16.
In terms of consistency, they have their moments, but when you look at the Div finals, they're always there. If you look at the groups, they performed. When you look at the finals of majors, they're there. And this is one of those teams to where when they're hot monster, they're probably one of the top 5 teams. You can see them qualifying for the global championship, but when they're not and they have those inconsistencies, and not only sets down
Bin Chicken, I didn't fill out my payment form, so my code lapsed. I still have it to claim back, and I've reached out to Epic about it, and they're helping me with it. Just me being unorganized and stupid.
Have to be first place, but if they can continue to build that confidence, they're going to be somebody I'm looking at to be a threat for day 2.
Yeah, they're undoubtedly a top 10 team, right? Depending just on how things go for them. Kinch Analytics ran that, what was it, 10,000 game simulation, and they were one of the few teams up clearly towards the top that have a true percentage chance to go ahead and, you know, outperform, right, your average trio kind of in this lobby, which I find to be extremely interesting because they are vets, right, and they deserve that level of respect.
Bro, they're trying to avoid showing the surge trading, so now they're just showing like people running around throwing bobs, bro. Oh my god.
Right now.
Oh, bit of a toe-to-toe. Oh.
Slight disadvantage below ground, but this is just
disadvantage.
Right?
Oh.
He's just asking him to peek. Meanwhile, Cold kind of playing side angles.
Gotta be careful there, Pete.
For tags.
Yeah, and you can see not necessarily focused on having that mobility. They have the full POI, like you're saying. They know exactly where that's going to be sitting.
How do we sneak all the way into here? How did a whole trio get on top? What?
Silic off guard. And even with the knock, they're just kind of making
Are they gonna heal him?
Damage with that pump.
Wait.
They're going to go ahead and get a couple of shots. Use the spray, heal him up.
No way we're using the bob to maximize tags. We're going to use the whole bob? Yo, we messed it up. Actually, that was the last use of bob anyway. No way we're maximizing the surge. The cactus is back, baby. It's back.
During one of the hardest parts of the game.
Not this again.
That's the most important thing. Getting those critical moments that are going to separate you from the pack. Very few and in between opportunities like that will come across it, but hey, we love ourselves a good ambush, especially when it's caught on broadcast. But look at this right here. We didn't really get to see too much of Polis in game 1. It seems like now he's looking to turn the script around as they have 4 eliminations. Let's see how this ends up playing out. Jaxie,
Ooh.
just quick on the draw there. He's gonna find himself.
This is Polo.
nice
This is
elimination
Polo's
onto
team.
Cyrus.
This is the back-to-back rants. 0 ends.
Seemed a little overzealous by himself on the other edge of that mountain. And depending on if they were kind of risky enough to get the reboot card early, it just kind of looks like they're hunkered down, gonna wait over
Chat,
there
I know I'm
at
just
the
because
edge of
a
the
lot of you guys
mountain
are
on
only
that
here for
reboot
grands,
and Nap.
and I'm not trying to be
If you
rude.
guys wanna get your trio
We've
back into
discussed
the
like
game, you're gonna
ways
have
to
go
rework
from
Surge like a
us to
million
do it.
times, and there's basically no
Otherwise,
clean
you
way
guys
to
can
do
sit
it.
on
So
the
every
mountain
suggestion you
for
guys
as long
are
as you want.
giving or have given, we've heard before. So I'm not trying to like be rude. It's
Seen
just
a lot of that
I've got
proactivity
nothing
going
else to say,
down
man. We've
around
you
the
know.
lobby. Sphinx coming out, and Bolts moving up from Hopeful Heights, not too
Basically
far away
that.
from their current drop spot here. But with a lot of the other teams around this edge of the map, just trying
This
to
is not a
push down
conversation
towards
I
the
enjoy
south to
having
try to
because
get their
we've said it all
surge. These are the
before.
kind of situations you end up. It's not always a surge base.
Still, what a game for Sphinx.
goes in circles.
Not in Bolts.
Thank you, Jack, with the prime. Thank you, man. Thank you,
All
Tweet.
those early game
Mike,
eliminations
Ishti,
set them up
Bean Dan.
in the conversation for a near top 10
North
overall
Zone.
performance.
Let's go.
If they would have just gotten a
W.
small bit of placement
Hell
points,
yeah.
they'd easily be up in the top 5, but all good. Sure, they won't be making that same mistake, and looks like they got their work cut out for them. They're going to end up opening the shots here first. I'm curious, do you think the confidence coming out of game 1 now is going to set them up to want to fight these teams a little bit more aggressively? Maybe look to initiate the full fight and finish it.
I do think it plays a huge role in terms of at least approaching the opportunity, because they're not going to put themselves in a bad situation. So if they don't get the green light,
All right,
to
I'm making
push,
my
they're not
coffee
gonna
now, bro.
push.
I'm
But
making
yes,
my
I do
coffee
think
during
they're
the
gonna get
trading.
more and more
1 second.
confident after that game number 1 to take space, to take the mountains. You know, the better surge spots that you see going down around the map. As we jump on board CLIX, Higgs, and Yamzo, not straying away from the strategy that they really developed through the last Divisional Cup. As Nap, Zyre, Cyrus, they were able to get the reboot back. They challenged on the other side, but they run into a whole nother team. That's Noisy, that's Creon and Tony, and they're trying to approach this fight from multiple directions. Damage still going in. Zyre just dropped down to just a sliver of HP, but he's trying to survive the best that he can, but the pressure is just too much. 2 more players able to continue to push him down and take all that space away. Creon being relentless here for this situation, trying to approach different angles to close out the flexibility that they might feel they have on the other side.
Crazy to see that they haven't taken any damage, by the way, up until this moment. As I'm starting to speak about it, Tony punished, force on the back, but Noisy as well, but the shots fire back, and that's one thing pros do very, very well, is they won't give up just because they get a little exchange going. Meanwhile, Creon, the healthiest on the team, seals the deal here onto Cyrus's trio. Now, do keep in mind, this is coming off the back of a reboot, right? So Cyrus's team has had a very difficult game too, and even after jumping back in and almost having an opportunity after getting pushed out by Jax and Polis's team there, they still end up getting taken down, this time to the hands of Tony, whom, by the way, now officially put themselves up in the race for a top 3.
Yeah, even though you can't necessarily win the tournament today, it is going to be 12 games separated between day 1 and day 2. You want to go ahead and put yourself as close to the top of the leaderboard as possible, so that way you're not fighting against a huge point deficit as the tournament does continue. See Agers just trying to consolidate a lot of the loot on top of the mountain. Going right back down. You see that he has double mobility in his inventory instead of a shotgun. The reason why is because when he does kind of loot up far away, he needed to be able to close that distance faster to make it back into his teammates. And obviously giving them options. But the zone continued to pull further and further towards the north. They're going to have to get out of that tower and start to rotate in before all the other teams beat him to the punch.
Yeah, and you can see those teams starting to encourage ever so closely there as Cam and
Oh my god, Chad, what crazy action did I miss?
lurking
Intense.
about in the shadows
10
there.
teams, you know, full-on engagement, all going
About
down.
sure we get to
Yeah,
see it from
yeah.
their perspective. Little lit up here, but not completely out
Right.
of the fight just yet.
Insane.
Waiting for opportunity to kind of open up and avail itself. Boyo still watching from the tree.
You actually did miss a good fight. Ah, damn it. Of course I did.
This is kind of the result.
Who did I miss? Let me
The
check.
other edge of you seeing, you know, threats and rapid and their
I was going to
surge
get my
towers
coffee in the break, but
outside of
we never had the
C4.
break.
And this is exactly the opportunities that
All
they're
right,
looking
see who's
for. A
lying,
team
see who's
like
lying.
Buckingham,
Ban and mods.
Ocus rotating on the
All
low
right, so
ground
I've
with a
left.
far pool
Literally
zone.
no one's died.
And as soon as they
Literally
peek
no
out of
one's
these
died.
boxes, they're going to continue to fire down. And then
Nap's
you
team and
mentioned
Noah
yourself,
W Plays
Poyo,
team
Ages, and
are the only two that have died
they
in the last
just
like
did
fucking 5
exact
minutes.
Same thing. Poyo just got there. That tower did not spawn there itself. He immediately invested.
Tony
in
shit on some kids
materials,
though. W,
trying to
Tony's a
take
go,
advantage
bro.
of
Hey,
everybody
Hispanic
that still
Jesus, I've been
needs to
saying it for
rotate on
years,
the side
man.
of
That
zone
Tony
overall.
kid is such a
It
good
looks like
fighter.
they're gonna hold him out for quite some time. We'll see how that
I
ends
don't
up
know if
playing
his,
out.
I don't know if he always
Not
has
sure.
teammates that aren't
You
as
know,
good,
they
or he's
have
just
to
brain
get
dead or something. I
awareness.
can't
They
tell,
know
but I
more or
swear he's
less
such a good fighter.
what team this is, right? And who they're picking a fight with right now. But Aoxy, Pikes, and Jojo Fishy, once again, we get to tune in with them.
Fran and Tony,
Deep in
yeah.
the storm
Hispanic
right now.
boys.
I wonder what their situation is like. They're moving towards the Outlaw Oasis, looking to kind of wrap around the map right now.
Oh, we had deep in storm.
Yeah, I was thinking I was probably trying to hit that geyser and get up over the mountain, maybe throw the men miss smoke right before they take off. And this is just going to allow.
I mean,
them to
Reed almost gave him a
obviously
chance. Like, Reed
save
kind of
their
gave him a bit of a
kneecap or
chance, so.
strength and then be able to kind of close the distance as fast as possible because it does get you a little bit higher than a launch pad as well. But now we go on over to the north side of the map overall, just above Magic Moss's POY, Ishao, Taki, and Vert.
How much cars get paid?
I
Also
said,
depends
they're
on,
one of those teams,
I don't know,
especially
man.
when these
It's
north
all
zones, they stay on
subcontractor
this
work.
side
It's
of
like
the
asking how
map.
much the plumber
They
get paid, you know?
slowly
Like, it
but
depends
surely
on
float around. They get their
the arrangement.
surge, and they kind of play a careful game overall.
It's good
This
money
Vert
for the
is gonna be a little
hour.
bit too
Like,
close
you
to
get
enemy
paid for maybe like
territory
3-4 hours for the
He's just gonna
broadcast, and that's good money. It's usually maybe around like
his teammates
1,000.
here.
I don't know who it is. It depends. But you got to remember, they have to do so much prep work outside of that, and there might only be like 9 hours of broadcast in like 3 months.
We all know
You know what I mean?
things are going to start to get real congested here soon. We start approaching the mid game right now.
So like, are you going to live off like, you know, $3,000 for 9 hours work? Like, it's good money for the hours, but you normally need to have other work as well. But it depends. Some of these cars might be getting paid more or less. I don't know.
Kind of securing what he could here for the meantime. Jumping in with Curve, Tyler, and Shadow right now. Underneath the base of visual.
That's always one of the biggest problems
brings
with
it to
esports,
finish.
man. It's also how many hours you've got to put in. Like, if you show up to a broadcast and you haven't done any prep work, everyone's going to hate on you. But you don't get paid for those hours, so it's like, it's kind of hard, you know?
Trying to get them to shoot
That's
back.
why making content on top is really good, because then you get
Expose
paid for your
themselves
prep
any way
work
that
and
they
then
can.
paid to be the cast, you know?
And you can see they have like a ton of ammo. They can fire off, be in this position for as long as they want. But as the zone continues
These
to
no zones
rotate in
getting,
this
bro, this is
direction,
getting ridiculous though. 12
we're gonna
splashes,
soon
W.
find out how congested it actually is. And you're
Kinda
seeing
like
Shadows
bait 'em
just in.
out.
Yeah, exactly. And Shadow's kind of doing the same thing in the bush on the other side by himself.
I like the thought process behind it. They're like, hey, yeah, we could chop him and force him to overbuild.
Oh, that is 12 gold splashes in the bingo board. I forgot we haven't ticked that one off yet. That is 12.
Right, give us some fresh
Bingo.
balls for a second there. You got to respect the attempt. Meanwhile, Cynic's
I just
the
realized
game
how many
caller.
things that we've been asking for that Fortnite did actually give us this season. We got the train being like relevant and like harder but way better loot. We finally got harder NPC bosses. I guess that was last season, but this chapter they really did add a bunch of stuff we've been asking for. The bosses got way
Because of
harder.
that, they're able to kind of take some time away from making it a focal point. Try to approach the boss at the top.
What does Bob give back from the shrine?
So that's gonna
Meds.
be helpful, and then the medallion. That
It's not the
some
same
teams
every
take,
game, but it's
some
meds,
teams
and I
do
think a
leave it
purple
behind.
weapon.
And since the zone is
Aussie
pulling all the way
13k
from
subs.
the
I know,
eastern
bro.
side
You
of
guys
the
been
map
gassing me up. I
to the
appreciate it a
westbound,
lot. Thank you.
That's going to give them a little
Loves
bit
being
of
unreal, man.
opportunities here for Surge, but it depends on how proactive the other teams were at in order to rotate first.
Motherfucker gonna die? Oh shit, we're fragging out. Oh shit.
I have a pretty decent
Shogun's doing damn, bro.
Decay taking that unnecessary damage there. Really setting him back.
Holy fuck, how long does this take?
Yeah, it's really going to be on
Dude, why are we
Cynics to get a
1v1ing
lot
the
of
boss?
that
Can our
Surge.
teammates help? Oh
He's
my
faced
god, we're
outside of
dying.
the zone. Gonna see how it plays out for them. Have they
Thank you,
been
Matthews,
able
1,000
to
biddies. Thank you,
accumulate
bro.
enough? As we got another north zone here in this
1,000
game,
biddies,
back to
man.
back here on the day so far. And you're seeing some teams faring very, very well for that Storm.
This is game
Surge
2,
early
chat, game
on.
2.
365 above for Boken, 20, and Liam. Just waiting on the edge, seeing where the next zone appears in the next couple of seconds. And if it does pull far, I want to see them rotate quick. Be one of the first teams at the end. Brutal Boxcars is now at the edge of that next zone. So if you position yourself on the south side, you're going to be battling
Another
against
north
that
zone? Oh, I
mountain
know.
range on the other
Trust me,
edge.
I've
So you gotta be
noticed.
very, very careful. And you got to keep it in the back of your head, Monster, because the zone does continue to pull that way for the rest
Yeah,
of the
I don't know.
game.
I don't know, man.
It's
It's
gonna
weird.
be
All the
a roller
overlays are off and
coaster of
everything.
emotions for a lot of these
Seems like they're
shooters.
having some issues,
Yeah,
Chad. I
they're
think their
recognizing they
broadcast is
gotta
having
make
some
quick
issues.
moves here.
Between that like
Don't wanna
break
be
but no
caught.
break and the stalling, and now there's no
Team setting up
overlays.
early
I don't know
and
what's going on.
one that they were fighting on the edge of zone.
I think something's going on
Go
here.
and leave the water sprite behind, so they're just like, hey, you know what? There's things out of charges. We can't even.
Yeah,
stay
these
here and
zones
get
are
full
tragic
out.
for
Like, we just
Poyo right
gotta
now.
go.
And
Really
Kanata,
showing
very
how
bad for
important it
Kanata
is to
too.
get positioning on the map. Look at this. It's not all sunshine and rainbows for some teams.
Oh,
They
this is
are
who
in
crashed.
a struggle to maintain consistency here. And they are well below the damage. Cirque and crew kind of seeing what's happening here.
The zone's
I
just
was
pulled the
gonna say,
dojo.
they'd be wrong to not take advantage of a team right now who's sitting on those splashes, and in they go. Definitely have kind of read
There's no way the
field
Star Wars
correctly,
event
if
doesn't
you
take
will.
place somewhere here on the northeastern map. I'm just calling it right now. In the next week, something big is going to happen on the map for the Star Wars, and it's going to be in the northeast section of the map. I'm so fucking sure of it.
But with a lot of teams having already rotated out of this position, they weren't able to find enough, put them below the threshold.
Because they actually have done that in the past. They've changed zone bias to further highlight like an event or something that was happening on the map to make sure more games ended near it.
Are a little bit of a different change here. They're focusing on just mainly getting that surge, because if you look back to
Wait, is it
Major
Maris?
1, some of the games where they did the poorest in terms of getting the points, which made it that narrow of a loss for them getting second place.
The first order base, there's 4 bases. They're on the 4 corners, so I don't know if that's clear enough.
Necessarily want to take, and it put them in a bad spot. Now they're just trying to take more control over their destiny. PETERBOT emerging as the
This Grand Rose up. Thanks,
and so
speaker, though.
far it's
Bro.
working out for them here in game 1 and 2.
Yeah, you can tell it's very much intentional, right? They've been kind of trailing these trios here inside the storm right now, not looking to overcommit, but instead, of course, play to their advantage.
Do you mean northeast,
right now for
Maris?
damage. Mafia Haze and enough though find themselves below the surge and dead center zone, so it's great, but it's bad at the same time. They're gonna have to be forced to take this fight. It's up against again a team we've been keeping a lot of attention.
Come on, Hayes, come on.
Ishu and Taki Vert here, of course, and now the surge is active though, Jacob, so there's no time to waste here for this trio.
Yeah, and it does seem they're just trying to jump back.
West is getting used to zones won't go there. Darth Vader base in northeast. Okay, yeah, so was Dojo, yeah.
And Hayes, while he's healing
Bruh.
up, he's trusting his teammates to try to get
Cole
that
gets a
damage.
kill, nice. Curly gets a kill.
122
Reek gets a kill.
Is a must at this time as they continue to fire shots across. That's Donnie and Joji that now enter in the mix, but Storm Surge active every 7 seconds. 25 damage gets taken off, and they're falling further and further below from 122 to 129, now to 149 damage below the threshold. For now, they're hoping that they have enough resources to out-heal it, but even if they do, I don't agree with
Yeah,
that
but not
plan.
doing POV because it's on a longer delay in the broadcast. It's just, it'd be 4 minutes behind. It'd just be
They
boring
kind
and
of went
stupid.
for it. They recognize, wait a second, this team's kind of nasty with it.
Thank you, John.
They backed themselves off for the full heal to reset here, but they need to get in there.
Bro,
They're
get
running out of
in,
moments.
come
They're
on.
running out of time here now.
What are we
They're
doing?
only 63 below. They fish for a little bit of damage, and up falls down, and that's going to be a huge 100 tag, but Hayes.
Nice. Not nice. 137 below. 187 below. Wrap it up, bro. It's all good. Go again.
And then things
Game 3's your game, bro. You got it.
And he is still below, even after all that, and in the process,
Ooh,
he's
Booga
lost
takes
a
down
couple of
Nada.
his teammates here.
It's almost like a heartbreaking situation. You sacrifice, 2 teammates sacrificed themselves
Bro,
trying to get damage.
baseball bat and the gold
You
splash
saw
is
it
just
for a moment,
hilarious. You're
39
so
above,
fast.
it instantly went over 100 below. 6 zone here, Monster. This needs to go down to about 50.
Yeah, Bucky goes down to Pete.
Before Storm Surge deactivates, and now we're in the 7th zone. It needs to go down to
I would hazard to say, I think they're also having issues with the observers. I don't know. Maybe not.
That is insane.
I feel like we've missed a couple fights here. They were killing on EU. We'd like watched every important fight. It was crazy.
Live right now in this mid game here, but look at what's happening now. We're starting to take shape. No Kanata on this trio right now, so Bolt and Sphinx.
Muzz goes down. I think I just saw Rise go down as well.
Kind of turn of events here. Let's not forget they
Yeah, Muzz, Rise, and Yapko go down in 23rd.
It's going to be even harder to do so now with a man down, but hey, at least Kanata gets to sit back and be.
Oh, that is disastrous for Cam. Wow.
Meanwhile, Cam.
Not much you can really do with that one.
Straight off here, PETERBOT's had enough of kind of tailing behind Team Bucky. They had the full
Unlucky for Buck.
here now.
Oh, Peace now got eyes set on
That's how
CLIX.
they find the full team wipe, and now kind of poised up to rotate.
I think
to the
Okus is still
zone.
alive, though. I'm pretty sure Okus is still up.
Yeah, similar rotation, but you see 200 below. Sphinx is down.
Yeah, I think that was Bucky and Cam. They didn't show Okus, though.
Get a revive. He has about the timer at the bottom right, 48 seconds before Storm Surge activates and they start to take damage. So to now or never opportunity for them, but you're seeing just moments ago,
Nice.
they were even further below that threshold before Bolts was able to find that key elimination.
Oh, Poyo Acorn A's not looking too healthy, bro. They have no white health. Oh, we are shambles. These zones, I mean, aren't helpful, but...
Like a repeat of the last game. Another Magic Mosses zone finish right now. Aegis, Poyo, and Acorn. Another high ground play coming out of
Major World Finals team did around 2,000 surge damage to survive the whole game. Oh my god.
As there was a player already there.
Wonder how much it is this
Rex
finals.
might have been the one to go ahead and pick up the loot there. But at least they're finding their elims right now. They're trying to get situated.
Yo, is this just a repeat of last game? It's like a mirror zone. Not even like it's north. It's literally on the exact same spot.
Saw there, no minis, no big shields.
Hey, guys.
Very desperate situation overall, even for a team on height right now.
What is
Threats,
it?
Rapid, and Booga.
ILC? I don't know. I don't see the name. Right? I think Pedro, I think maybe it is.
Themselves now, they'll be one of the first to make this rotate. Ritual.
Ooh, P versus Bolts.
For it though, sizing up high ground as well. This is starting to get exciting.
Yeah, and they're on the front side of the zone as well. Acorn, Poyo, Agers, they have a sense of being able to take the high ground. It's all about who plays this one right, as it does open up. Storm Surge activating on some of these teams that are down below. It's not enough being in the chaos.
CLIX only has an infiltrator again. Second game in a row.
Poyo finds an opportunity, gets the knock onto 20. Whether they're down or Surge or not, that's one less teammate that you have to rely on. And they drop down for the loot overall. Broken 20, both of them go down. That full trio is out.
Come on, Poyo.
It's a sacrifice for Poyo, Acorn, Agers, giving up the high ground to try to
Dude, they are
their
not looking
materials.
healthy.
Yeah, this is a tough spot to be in, right? Like, you got to make the rotate. You don't have the mass to hold the height. But then you're like, where's that body? Like, we
Ritual,
just got
Pete, and
that
Cole got the
loot.
high ground, though.
Where is the loot? And it looks
I
like
would love to see a
they're
CLIX
not gonna
versus
be able
Pete.
to actually
Height versus
secure
low
it
to
here
close this
now.
one out, man. Come on.
Of course, PETERBOT, Ritual, and Cold know better than to leave up this free terrain here. They're clearing the landscape, and now they have all eyes on the
Everyone
entire
freaking out
field.
about a top 5
He's
after
gonna
game
fall
1.
there
See if we
to
can
the
back it up with a good game, too.
rotate right now, and PETERBOT is just starting to get cooking here. This is looking like it's going to be a pretty big game for this team up top, but hold up, Ager.
Oh, you're down. No.
Low, getting active right now.
Dude, we're only top
Yeah, just the
15.
crevice, the small side of the zone, but they get pre-pieced on, taken down. That's Ishao. Now it's Acorn stuck behind. He gets taken down
Damn.
as well. 2 names checked off the list. And the
Well, let's just hope this is North Zone's cooking and not Acorn Ages Poyo falling over.
Game number 2.
Damn.
Not even half of the placement
Rough
points
start
have
for
been
Acorn, man. The reigning
throughout that run.
FNCS champs.
Rapid, Booga. Those are game 1 victory royale winners, and they're poised right now.
Ooh,
to have a
P
big
versus
position, but the battle
Braids.
for high ground breaks out. A Minish visual.
Braids, visual
Braids,
Minish,
they're ready to
love
take the
going for
challenge.
height.
Cold Ritual. They do a good job of defending once, but how long can they defend this with only 14
Kanata
bullets
Sphinx's
left,
team went
especially
down
with
as
the big
well.
shot being fired? Visuals, Braids, and Minish, they do not use that as a chance to try to go and
they have
break
the chop?
into to get the elimination.
Nah.
They're just going to back down. They have enough materials. If they play this one perfect, they could retake
That
high
cost
ground
Pete
in
a
few
lot of
moments.
mats, though.
One of
Visual
those
still has a
situations
bunch.
where high ground kind of puffs out their chest, and you're not sure if you can call the bluff or not. High ground does not have the mats, but
Yeah, they're not
don't
looking
have
super
that
healthy out there.
information.
CLIX looking good on low ground,
So
though.
they make the safety call to go
Double
down.
shotgun scaring me a bit.
CLIX, Higgs, and Iamto have not left the low ground. They have been battling their way through the front side this entire time, and they're trying to find themselves another big refresh here as well. And you can just see such a different
13 builds for
strategy
CLIX,
at
though.
play here from the 2 teams on your screen.
Yeah, one of them's just taking
Tony
all the
Noisy
space
and
on the
Creon
low
are in that
ground.
second height kind of position,
Even if
though.
he's going outside of the storm, and as soon as they get there, they know that a fight is
Reed's
around
still
any one
going
of these
strong,
corners,
too.
and they prepare for
A lot
it.
of good teams here in the
CLIX
end game.
finally figured out a way to catch up.
Reed
Up
goes
above,
down as
they
I
have
say
not
that to
looked
CLIX.
down at that
No, I
opportunity, just
cursed it.
pressuring everybody on the front side of the zone. At the bare minimum, they're just trying to drop them into each other's hands, and now we're going over.
Pete dropping down. Yeah, Pete's dropping down. No, show Pete dropping down. Actually, no, CLIX on low ground is pretty fun to watch, too.
Trying to dive into.
CLIX just took down Rito, and he finds
I wanna see
himself
Pete in the drop down, though.
below the surge.
Ritual case down
Actually
Creon.
turns on. I can't believe it's active.
Oh, the
in
double
zone
drop.
10 right now. This is
Pete goes
incredible
down to
stuff. At
threats?
least it turns off for
Yo,
a second,
Pete
but it
goes
already
down to
did its work.
threats.
It did its
Wait a
damage.
second.
Take a look at what happened
Oh,
up top.
no.
PETERBOT tries to get
That's
active.
rare.
He had to because he didn't have the mats.
Ritual and
he
Cole
got
got a
himself
duo clutch
down
again.
to the anti-threats, but the payback is good for Ritual and Cold. Once again, running it up
Nice.
here.
Cold and Ritual, though,
Finding
baby. Let's
themselves
go.
in this end game,
Come
earning
on.
their trio more and more points.
Hey, Kelly said
Place
it.
goes
Pippin
down.
said it. It's not necessarily
Damn.
gonna be about the star players on the team. Sometimes it's about the support, and Ritual is doing his job right. He has Cold by his side.
Curly and Cooper still doing
down
the duo
below.
too. We got some
A little
good
bit of chaos,
duos.
Tried to force to break out of the wall, taking some damage, but it's worth the sacrifice. But now he's just cut off.
Oh,
Curve on the
nice,
other side, tries
Curly.
to break his way in, and the teamwork makes the dream work.
Siphon to Curly there
out
is
of
big.
Nowhere, gets the elimination onto Curve, keeping them moving at this side of the zone. This is where they have space. This is where it's going to open up.
Oh no, Cooper solo now.
But unfortunately, it wasn't enough help.
Zero
to keep
builds.
him in the
If Cooper
game.
pulls
He's
this off,
gonna
he's
end up
crazy.
getting dropped by a huge shotgun shot.
Cooper's dipped
But
back
look
into
at
Storm.
what's unfolding here. Cold and Ritual are continuing
Oh,
to
come on,
make
Cold.
chaos unfold here.
10
on the field.
elims
Cold
right
jumps
now.
down to get these very
Richie, let's
important
go,
knocks here.
Richie.
And Ritual finds another one
W,
as well.
Richie.
What is going on?
11 elims,
Normally,
baby, let's
the
go.
conversation is so different.
2v2, 2v2.
But Ritual is
Come on,
in
Cole,
peak
come on,
form
Richie.
here. On the low ground, it's a 2v2.
Yo,
now.
Richie
Who
beating the
would've thought we'd be
accusations,
casting some
baby.
duos?
Visuals and Braids, a long-time duo. Now here, ready to try to take game number one. But
Cold has no meds, though.
It's Ritual. Two different mythic weapons in the inventory of Cold. The only blessing that they do have from down below is the lack of resources. When he drops down to the backside of the zone, Cold lands a good shot, opening up that opportunity. Ritual
Oh, so
trying to keep
awkward.
pace up
Nice,
above.
Cold.
There goes
Nice,
Visuals.
let's
He's
go,
down.
boys.
There goes Braids
13
as
Elam
well.
win, bro, and it's
Cold and
Richie.
Ritual pull
I'm
off
so
the
fucking
clutch
proud of
to
Richie,
keep
man. What a
them
goat.
alive in game one and take it by
W.
storm.
And it wasn't just
Nice.
the
Yo,
first
Cooper
one, it
clutched
was the
hard there
second
too, though.
as well.
Cooper
The
clutched
second
big.
time now, Ritual and Cold find themselves saying, you know what, Peterbot.
All right, chat, we'll make the V-Buck giveaway Cold just because it's easier to spell than Ritual. I think some kids will definitely fuck up Ritual. We're making Cold, chat. If you guys want some V-Bucks, type them in Cold in chat. CLD Cold.
A top tier team to do, and that is perform when it matters. But a game 2 victory in the books here
Nice.
is huge. And look at how they utilize Peterbot. They say, hey,
Would have liked to see what happened to
just
Peterbot there,
send
though.
yourself
We
out
kind of saw
there,
it, but
get loose on the field, create
Get
chaos for
loose.
us, and then they capitalize from height.
nice.
The mythic drum gun up above. They're just trying to put pressure, make sure nobody can survive, even if they get the eliminations or not. And there goes Cold, opening up it from the flank, getting that first shot
Whoa,
to just
let's
leading
go.
the charge on
See ya,
the
chat. You guys
other
want some
side,
V-Bucks, type them in
taking
Cold in
both
chat,
down.
CLD.
Ritual, Cold, and Peterbot. Game number 2, they pull off a big win and rise up that
You're going to type it in
leaderboard.
once. If you type it in more than once,
What
it
do you
doesn't
think
enter
of
you
that
multiple
action?
times.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cold. Listen. Whoa, whoa. Are you guys feeling that? Are you guys feeling that? Cold just casually jumping around with 4 builds, just perfectly like navigating the zone, running on a single metal wall, and then utilizing that structure to block the shot on the other.
Oh my god. All right, 10 more seconds time, Cold chat, then I'll call it.
I'll see you later. Bye. Bye.
You know, meteorologists say that if you're looking for the perfect storm, you need a cold front, and that's exactly what we got right here.
Oh,
Peterbot going
shit,
down
W
just
Cook.
A little bit
Bus.
earlier than we were expecting.
Oh
but
my
this
God,
is
Kelly
a lot
cooking.
more of what we saw from the
Absolute
previous
fucking
weeks of
bars, I'm not gonna
competition.
lie.
But what I love from this high ground is almost an exact copy.
Yeah, that
of
was
what
kinda
we saw
bars, I'm not
from
gonna lie, that
Buga's
was sick.
trio in game 1. We saw around zone 7, zone 8, they build this tower on the edge of zone. They rotate early, and then from there they just
Oh,
control
P just,
high ground
oh,
from
P
zone
got
8
jumped
all
on in the
way
back
on.
by Threats.
There
Okay.
was a moment
Yeah, Threats
where
was deep in
Ritual
Storm.
and
Okay,
Cole
not
holding
too bad,
high
not
ground
too
as
bad.
duo drop down right here, and then no one takes height, so they
Yo,
can
hey, I'm
reclaim
loving
it for themselves.
getting Richie a chance to show that he's
Yeah,
not
I
getting
mean, it
carried,
seems
bro.
like
Fuck
that
yeah.
Right now, of course, over the course of the first 2 games at least, that hey, listen, if a team is up on the high ground, there's going to be no teams kind of interested in taking it at any point in the game or even applying any pressure at all.
Hey, Goose, thinking
But I can't
Fluxer,
lie,
Louis,
back-to-back
Shimmy, Cam,
games
Richie,
for the
Dowdy,
duo of
Jono,
Cold
Hayrox,
and
George,
Ritual,
Fika.
right, with
Thank you
Peterbot
for the subs,
coming
chat.
down
916
early in
subs. I
both
love
of
y'all.
those
Thank you so
games.
much.
A lot of people might be looking at this and being like, oh, this is bad. Like, Peterbot's just not in form today. I think this is a good thing. I mean, you know, Cold and Ritual being a duo, picking up a top 5 in game number 1, winning the game in game number 2 as a duo. Just wait and see what this trio does when Peterbot does find his foot in one of these games. The whole entire trio is alive. I can't wait.
How many land spots? Any essential? 3. 3 this season, 2 next season.
We have to at least point out the fact that there was a big question mark on Ritual.
All right, we'll show the leaderboard now real quick, chat, just so I want to do the analysis, but we'll show the leaderboard so we don't spoil the off spawns this time again. So after game number 2, we got Peterbot on top, 181. Reed doing really well, 170. Again, though, I'm really hoping it's not just the North Zones. I want to take it away. Reed, Cooper, Curly playing amazing, but surely something has to give and we start getting some fucking South Zones. And I wonder how teams who are dropping North fare. We'll see. Pete more in kind of the middle of the map. Booga middle of the map, not as worried about. Visuals would love some south zones right now. Noisy again, potentially. Maybe would be affected. We'll see. CLIX in 6. Taki, Cynics, Aegis, and then Joji. So Aegis, Akon, Poyo. Definitely not loving the zones right now. Them and Kanata. 2 of the favorites today, both struggling with these very north zone pulls. We'll see. There might be more to it than that, but... Hey, there's the break. Hey, we are doing breaks again. Okay, so we'll see. Also, chat, I didn't promo at the start of the show. Again, just want to let you guys know, we are doing another discount. If you guys want to buy one of my mouse pads at Arcaloot, it's 15% off right now if you use code FNCS at checkout. And that's on the price of the mouse pad and the shipping. So just use code FNCS at checkout. You get 15% off. We got almost all the designs back in stock in all the regions. We're up to 278 5-star reviews. We got another one today. 278 reviews. You guys will love it. They're a speed pad for those of you guys who keep asking me. So very, very smooth. Low friction. All the artwork's done by my brother's fiance, who, again, I announced this earlier this morning. Jenny is now also working for us full-time as well. So I do want to kind of like take this moment to say a big thank you to you guys, because that's fucking crazy. Being able to get my brother out of a job he hates and then get my brother's fiance get a job after she got let go because the person she was working for just kind of like fucked up their thing. It's a very cool feeling. So thank you so much, guys. That's all because of you. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. And yes, Matt's going to take over tonight for OCE. I'm going to be doing NA West for those of you guys who keep asking. So I'm doing West after this triple region. Then we're both going to take over OC. I'm going to try and get a sleep in and then come back for EU, Central, and West again tomorrow. We're doing a 38-hour stream, so nice long one. Oh, the website's Arcaloot. Sorry, that's the link there. My button not working? Oh, my stream deck's not working. What the hell? That's weird. I was like, I swear I'm pressing buttons. Nothing's happening. There you go, chat. That one there. Oops. I think if I... sorry, those last ones won't work. There you go. Yeah. Thank you, bro. West predicts? I don't really have West predicts, man. I'll do some predicts before West starts, maybe, but I don't really have any predictions. I haven't been watching it too much. Actually, bold prediction. Not bold prediction. I think Barker wins it. I haven't been watching West that much. Barker's crazy. I think Barker wins it. I think Whale comes second, and I think Ark comes third. Why not? Why not? But they're very uneducated, completely just like first glance predictions. I have not been paying attention to West much at all. I could be very wrong. Ark's conned? Never mind. Barker wins it. Whale comes second. Oh, did I not do the prediction? Oh, I didn't do a prediction. Sorry. No, I did do a prediction. Chat, you guys, I don't know how you guys are degen so hard to care this much, but then also keep missing them. Chat, I've ran a pred every game. I had kids spamming about it last game. Like, why is it a pred? There it is. You missed it. Lock in. They're nice Corvics. Yeah, man, Rainbow Valley is what I'm using right now, bro. That's my setup. So I'm using Rainbow Valley, this one here. And then I'm also, that's the one that's underneath my main setup. And then I've got the Sapphire Summits as the one to my right. Oh, Sapphire Summits isn't on US again yet. We must be waiting for that one to clear customs yet. Have we got an Australia store? I think we do, right?
Welcome back, everyone, to the FNCS. We just wrapped up.
Yeah, this one. This is the one next to me.
PETERBOT Cold Ritual
this one
got a Victor Royale. Minus the PETERBOT. He was eliminated.
Minus the PETERBOT. Yo, Brace, thanks for 10 gifted, bro. Thanks, man.
In that game, though, Coop Curly or Booga Rapid Threats.
Chat, I'm not doing the map every time. I can't be fucked. We'll wait for someone else to do a chat. They can do it way prettier than me. My map looks ugly as fuck. Ah, fuck it. Why not? It's basically the exact same thing again. Let's just do that.
I have
why not? There you go. Good enough.
See Booga going crazy in these games.
I mean, you love to see it, and you
Someone will
also
do it nicer than me.
Threats with that drum gun. I was wondering who gave Cole the mythic drum gun, and I guess it inevitably came down to Threats. That was the one to drop it right there, and they held a really good kind of mid-ground game here. You could tell that a few moments that they were kind of picking up on height. Was there an opportunity for them to take it, and then they saw that it was PETERBOT trio holding high, and they said, no, we're going to stick to the
Thanks, Bryce. Appreciate the 10 gifted, man. Super generous. Thank you, dude. 934 today now. Thank you.
So to see them go for second height right here, and even being able to take down PETERBOT, that might have been the right momentum that they needed to go for the victory royale, but there was just so much chaos going on that inevitably they would go down eventually.
Yeah, and tune in after that game right
baby.
down in 10th.
Yo, Joji's team up 23 places. I missed that, by the way. Whoa, Collins.
In third place right
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for mousepad.
Just a little bit.
How do I watch mine? Fred, it's on the website. Like in the FAQ section, but your best bet is just like warm water, some kind of dishwashing liquid. Don't use a powder and then just a soft cloth, and then you can just scrub it. Just don't use anything that's like really rough, you know? And don't use like a powder. Don't use like a don't use like a washing detergent powder because it'll scratch it.
is the trio of Ritual, Cold, and Peterbot picking up some.
Hey, Nectar, you
momentum.
beso?
4 places with that win. They've now got the lead.
Yo, you must be having a feast on yours, though, friend. How long have you had yours for? How are you already watching it?
Total, right? But picking up momentum in game number 2.
You have been grinding, to be fair.
Means 900-point games. I'm just saying.
I spilled Chick-fil-A sauce. There it fucking is. I knew it was something. I was like, I knew you had to have spilled something. There's no way you got it dirty that quickly.
Solid games, Kelly. Game 1.
Hey, Chick-fil-A sauce is worth it, though. I miss Chick-fil-A sauce, honestly.
They are really targeting that consistency factor, and they are doing it really well.
That is King Peace to you. You can't just call
King
him Reed.
Peace.
At least call him King Reed, although maybe right now watching him go down, that's a little less obvious.
Craze had 9 kills that game, was below Surge. Hell yeah, nice.
I love this shift. We see a lot of teams stay to the front of low zone, but they realizing that they are
let me check for you, Kingy. It should be, bro, because that should be the US stock. I'll mess my brother.
Kind of let everyone else run to the front, grab some of these eliminations that we see Cooper get, and although it's probably not the game that they were hoping for, that that was 10 eliminations, and they're currently sitting in 2nd place right now.
Yeah, why is Reed the only one who smiles in these photos, bro? Look at Reed just happy to be there, man. Everyone's doing the
Cooper and Curly have that potential
Reed just cheesing. I love it.
The eliminations that even Peterbot's trio can get.
Yeah, I tell you what, I just
you lane with the prime. That's Curly. Yeah, they showed Curly again. They keep doing that, bro.
One of the first times I actually tuned into one of the
Wait, no, you mean that's Curly? Yeah, that's Curly.
And I kind of like playing the shot. I was like,
I think when they showed the wrong photo. Yeah, that's Curly, Chad.
To kind of go around that little hill over there. I literally can picture it in my head, but
where's Curly from? I don't know what Curly's background is. He's an interesting looking dude, so I actually don't know what his background is.
That, maybe presented in front
you
of him.
playing with the prime?
Great clutch out of Cooper right there, and it's good to see him kind of back in form. 2nd place right
now.
now.
Oh, thanks, Tried. Appreciate that, man. Thanks for upgrading, dude. To a tier 2. Thanks, man.
I also want to highlight
Lane, Quinn, Blaine.
Once again,
Indian? I don't think so.
The first time I think we've seen a duo like head-to-head to close out a game.
I hate you, Merits.
Unfortunately, obviously, Minish kind of being the one eliminated, but still, I just love to see when trios can, like, even being down a member, can still say, like, hey, look, we've got a plan. We're going to execute this well, and it's going to be enough to put more points on the board because, I mean, ultimately, that's going to be the difference, right? Of us going.
So some of these teams switch jobs early North zones, but we have to assume it's just a crazy coincidence. There's no way it's like actually biased zones.
That we've had with trios is how these in games
but
play out when a player
like me and Maris were just discussing. If you guys haven't seen it,
for yourself is obviously a little rough, but having 2 players, you can effectively just control the game. I mean,
yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, this is what the new map of the new season is going to look like. Spoilers, but they posted it, so like And apparently a lot of the new season like stuff is happening up. Apparently this is getting blown up or something. So I don't know if maybe like they've made, I don't even know, dude. There's just no way this is a coincidence though. So the yellow is the 6 zones on EU and then the red is the 2 zones on NA. There's just no way. Like, bro, come on. What are the chances of that? Like, what are the actual chances of that happening just if it's not scripted?
Has to be on the horizon for those sitting underneath the
There's 8 zones going north now.
The 150-point cutoff, right? That 3rd place is holding right now.
Yeah, it's definitely beginning to kind of spread out in terms of those point differentials, but there's still 4 games.
What was those the other region? Someone on OCE said they all pulled Demon's Dojo too, but then someone else told me that's not true.
And here comes the 3rd game. The battle bus is ready. Let's get right into it.
No, wait, really, Cookie? Are you sure?
This is it right here. You see an 11-point lead.
You do need the free V-Bucks, Cookie.
Place, and then a 20.
What's up, homie? Thanks for getting me yesterday, man. I'm sorry I wasn't here to say thank you in person, but thank you, dude. I appreciate you. We had to wait 45 minutes for Charlotte to get her flu shot, man. 45 minutes. I was like, bro.
17 eliminations, and when you start to look down that
3 dojo, 2 mask, 1 crime. Okay, so yeah, so
a little bit of the hiccups.
A bit of bias, but not too much on OCE.
Really impressive is that 1st, 2nd, and 3rd have so many eliminations so far. They really are.
Oh, nice, Cookie. Yeah, entering the giveaways in VODs.
Competition when it comes down to showing
maximum boomer.
They are capable of when it comes to these end
Come on, chat,
here.
praise.
But again,
maybe this is like some Dragon Ball Z Spirit Bomb shit. Like with our energy combined, can we get a fucking South Zone?
Now that we're getting into
praise,
game
chat.
3, we're kind of starting to get ourselves situated here. Everyone's got a feel for the landscape. We got a feel for the dynamic of the way the world's going to kind of, come to shape. And let's also think about how those
Dave with the prime.
They were very similar zones, so it makes sense.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The same teams are still up at the top, right?
Here we go, Chad. Here we go. Come on, can Donnie win it again?
Let's see if we get a little bit of a different end game this time.
This time we're going to be able to see the Shining Span fight right out of the gates. Straight up on the bridge.
You can see the shots, but he can't see where he is.
Loot and immediately put it to use. Donnie goes down. Eliminated fully. Yusuf down on the other side, but they haven't been able to clean him up yet. Phenom doing a good job of holding him off. And
Ugly.
Prom, aka Craze, is going to be the last one left for his team down below. And as soon as they do get this revive off,
trading res is
I think they're
okay.
gonna push in and try to get that elimination.
Yeah, we talked about how Shining Span isn't really a draw spot set up to go the distance. It's either you put it all on the line or you don't.
No, the FNCS code for Arc Loot's only lasting till the end of tomorrow's stream, bro. We're turning off the discount tomorrow.
Somehow gets
We're trading reses too? Oh my god. Maximum stocks. Wait.
That's gonna be
We don't kill him there?
dead fish there in a
Wait,
couple
what?
moments,
Joji
but some
lives?
Counterfire coming
Oh, damn.
here.
That was perfect timing for those shots to come in. Almost felt like
I don't
he was
know
gonna
how
try
he
to
lived
drop
there,
on
but
Joji,
hey,
but Yusuf
I'm
does
cheering on
the
Joji
other
here.
side. Probably hearing the communication coming in for how weak he
Come on,
actually
Joji.
is. Pump and dump in his hand.
Bro, this is
A little
so
bit of a bait.
scuffed.
No one's gonna fall for it just yet. As
Holy
Joji just
goofy
peeking
spawn
over the
fight,
top.
bro.
If you land here as long as they do, you gotta know how long the zip line actually takes, so you know when somebody jumps off it early. Phenom gets the elimination onto Craze. Up
Surely
above the
Booga
bridge,
takes a
and
look
now
at this,
2v1
no?
is gonna be solidified here.
Damn.
There it is. Joji just baited out, recognizes that there isn't much that he can do. And this fight comes to a close here pretty quickly. They'll have plenty of time to go.
Wait
on
a
and
second, you're
resituate
right, chat.
themselves.
It was in the cryptocurrency pump and dump Dilbit season that Fortnite acknowledges and highlights trading.
As all of this is unfolding here.
It's happening, chat.
So game 3 off to a pretty hot start.
The Fortnite cryptocurrency exchange is around the corner.
Team, literally, you can kind of see them coming in at the end of this fight in the minimap, going after that armored vehicle. So they got to be careful for that reboot because they can easily try to push on over as Noah plays. Chaos
TV
Gaming
hack, thanks for the gifted, bro.
Starting off this game pretty well. 2 eliminations right out of the gate. They're almost looking like they're looking for that solo that might be left behind. I don't see him in the minimap just yet. I do see an arrow.
No wonder Booga's doing so well. Hell yeah, Booga was prepping, bro.
On out. So for Noah plays, Chaos Gaming and Kaz is this
Yo,
is the
thank
start
you.
that they want. This could be like a little refresh moment for them in this.
He's a
tournament.
redeemed follow on Twitter, bro.
That's their first set of
You
points
nip.
right there. So
Got your homie?
hard fought and well earned after the first 2 games. They were eliminated pretty much off the gate there, not winning their contested draw.
What's the guy, the name who took over Dome Master? Charlie? Charlie something?
I made the joke to Jacob. You know,
Yo, Chad, thanks to
counting?
$5, man. Thanks 5 gifted.
It's 1-1 right now. As we're starting to tee up game 3, much different, right? As both sides are kind
When,
of
Charlie, when? That's it?
situated this time around, as opposed to a
When did I ask
50-50.
Merits? Oh, fucking
Yeah,
shit. Nah, I
just
can't
like
pretend I meant to do that. I didn't actually mean to do that.
G-Money. They didn't
Fuck,
want
that
to
would've been
take
so
that
perfect.
50-50
I
fight.
realized,
They went
like,
on
too
top
late.
of the mountain this time to grab their
SL.
loot. While Zonda, Evan, and Sandman, they went underneath. A similar strategy they've been going all day long. But in the third game, this is where the difference start to really peek in as they're trying to make their way towards that back forest underneath Mass Meadows. And even though they don't get any eliminations, this is a certain win for Osid, G-Money, and Bryce. They got a good amount
What
of
if
surge
there's a
for this
mechanic
early game,
where,
and
like,
now they
each
have
POI
priority
has, like,
over that mountain.
based like a machine
Just to give
that
it
you
a
can then
little
put gold into?
of
Follow me here. You put
appreciation
gold
to
into the
Bryce
machine, and then you pull, like, a
Even though they
lever,
were the first
and then
to
whoever
eliminate
puts the
game
more
2,
gold in
they're at
increases their
13th right
chance of
now,
pulling
so
a
they
zone.
have a strong game 1. Just
Why
to
not?
kinda
What could go wrong?
show you guys and emphasize how good of a trio they could be if they could break loose. Adris Boyo and Acorn have almost done the same, but they've struggled, it seems like, to kind of break out of that cursed 7 zone. 7 zone seems to be the
I mean,
bane
would
of
we be
this trio
fucking
so
surprised at
far.
this
They
point
can
if they
get past
added,
the
like,
mid
buying
game.
gold
With
gambling
a
to this
little more
game?
material, they are likely to
We've
set
had
themselves up for a
Snoop Dogg
victory
crip
royale
walking,
as
Ice
our
Spice
reigning
twerking,
champs.
cryptocurrencies pump and dumps. Like, really? It's not even that far-fetched anymore. I'm making a joke, but I'm not really.
For Curve, Shadow, and Tyler.
Yeah,
It actually would be kind of fun. Maybe not in competitive, obviously, but in pubs and shit, that'd be hilarious.
Surrounding areas as well. So as soon as they see that team floating around trying to get a little bit of loot, they immediately try to pounce on. Now that they got their surge, they're just going to go and continue their way back on over towards Demon Dojo, especially since the zone might be a little bit too early to tell, Monster.
No, I'm not
But it
even
does
talking
look
about,
it
like,
is
people saying
pulling a
Ice Spice
little
doing
bit
Fortnite
towards
dance
the
heroes. I
south,
mean
or
the
maybe centered
actual
up instead of a street
start of
north.
chapter event where Ice Spice was literally twerking in Fortnite.
Have been plaguing all of EU as well today, so if the trend
Ooh,
continues.
nice, bro. Creon is crazy, man. This trio is fighting. Damn. Yo, vamos.
They are.
These guys are so good at fighting.
Surprise for me.
I will
but
be.
they
I will
just
be,
seem to
VZ. I will be at the
in
Pro-Am meet and greet.
absolute shape and form today, holding their own, even now against the likes of Once again, Noah, Chaos, and Kaz's.
Really comes off the back of the big changes to pump power. They get the dill bits, they get some gold, they get priority over the Mass Meadows vault, especially with CLIX.
Yo, Jessica, thanks for Prime 30.
Making their way on over throughout the day here. Different
You
strategy formulated in division.
You're playing splashes too, man.
Finals this last time around as he returns to the scene. Creon trying to break his way in. Tony
Creon have the mythic. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you
He's
see
trying
it.
to save it. Trosses the body back into his territory. And this is where him and his teammate can try to go for a quick double revive here. But they're immediately trying to break the way in. Creon is trying to hold the pressure back.
Ooh, nice
Noah
spray.
plays, gets the wall. Spraying him back the best that he can. Creon continuously getting pressured more and more. There's a whole nother team there, Monster, now making their way in.
Ooh, Decay's coming in.
Surely they think that they got the pickup already.
Is Decay coming in?
How much time has passed, but Noah and Chaos are relentless with the pressure here.
Bro, Chaos
It
and
seems
Noah,
like
man.
they've made the
Putting in
right call to
pain.
Continue to take this fight so far. Chaos Gaming trying to get these.
What is the
games
aim in
down
pro? I
now.
mean amateur, bro. I am an amateur.
Watch how it's playing out here. Still playing off the back foot. Creon and Noisy just trying to buy themselves some
Wait,
time.
what? This whole trio is snuck on top of this.
Found the chance to jump in. They're just listening,
Wow.
watching, waiting
That
for
is
a
so
moment, and
unfortunate for
finally they find
Chaos.
it. This is on to Chaos Gaming.
No way this
With
trio
that,
got to
Noisy
crouch
keep
walk
getting
their
a little
entire
minutes
way
to
in here.
breathe, but Creon is already back on the offense.
Yeah, for him, that's
Now they're just fighting this team, bro. Creon's team don't fucking care, man. They're just swinging at this team now. They just want to fight anyone.
Position. You see him reuniting with Tony yet again. So more of those splashes are going to come out. Noisy on the other side has a little bit of elevation, taking a quick couple of cheeky shots, just try to get the pressure off, and this is going to be their opportunity to disengage. I see them making their way back on over towards that black market.
Hey,
area,
Andy with the
maybe
prime?
re-up on some splashes if they have enough gold left over.
Yeah, part of me for a second there thought like, wait a second, there has to be miscommunication. There's no way he's pushing a full trio that just showed up, right? So I think they kind of recognize, hey, wait a second, let's get our bearings back under us.
Ooh, whole top five still alive? Yeah, Creon in 5th is
couple
awesome for them, though. Good shit, man.
Content with that.
Wait, which way is zone going? I didn't even see. Wait,
Polar
everyone's rotating a bit
Decay.
south.
And Cynics gets
Wait
to
a
stay
second.
another day as
Don't tell
well
me.
as things kind of
Is it
simmer out.
possible?
So we do a little kind of loop around the world. Our number one seeded
Okay,
team
I
so
mean,
far.
no, it's literally still
Here in
east.
game 2, Cold Ritual and Peterbot.
Bro, it's still pulling
sticking
slightly
to the
northeast. It's
strategy
mostly
here,
east, but
playing these separate
based on the way that
areas,
circle's
just
going, it could very well pull max
controlling
north.
terrain right now with these big bases fishing for
No, it's still
tactical
east.
trios.
It's definitely not
As you kind of
south. We'll go with that
expect
much.
here,
It's
right?
100% not
Look at
south,
this.
though,
They are
unfortunately.
at 181 points. It's got to be
Yo,
intimidating.
Pete got
to start
beat. What's
seeing
up with
that
Pete's health?
consistency creep.
Yeah, especially when they're straying away from their entire game plan. And you talk about game plan for Major One.
Oh my God, they're trying to hint
afterward
at
in the
NA
division
East?
Finals, them putting up
Oh my God.
elimination records, them putting up point records, them putting up damage records. Now it's all slowed down. They cannot continue to keep taking the risk to fight
Northeast,
player after
NA
player,
East?
team after team. So they got to take that slower approach, just like everybody else.
It's happening, chat.
Bermuda Triangle, some would call this right now, between 3 different teams. The abundance of extra heals over on this side of the
Any
map.
clue with the tier 1?
Lucky for Bucky, Okus and Cam, though. They're positioned right next to that black market, and they did already go in and get that mythic drum gun out before anybody made their way over.
This is one of the keys of success that we've seen.
Yo, we're
so
giving the
far,
drum gun to
drum gun.
Bucky? Yo, Oka's not hitting his shots
Slept on
today?
To some degree, right? As far as
They said Bermuda Triangle? Oh, Taco said it on EU this morning as well, chat. Chat, they did an entire pre-show segment on how to surge trade. They literally talked about taking meds from your POI, building a large base, putting them on top of your base, and then trading. They literally used the word trading them for tags with enemies.
Been learning experiences for Napsire and Cyrus.
And then went on to highlight how the black markets are an extra good spot to go back and get more meds. Like, dude, it's just...
I've been going through the trials and tribulations through the day, switching up drop spots, trying to get some sort of momentum going, start to build that confidence. But
They said exchange? No, she said trade. Vivid definitely used the word trade at some point.
No real big haymakers yet, but all it does is take one, especially since they're fighting in the zone, deep in the zone just like this. But the tables are turned. Naps is actually going to be the first one going down. Siphon just in time to keep Amplify in a healthy situation. And he finally reunites with Shiny.
This is the team that was dropping. This is the team that's dropping on Muzz, right?
Huge advantage lost on the other side.
Damn.
Yeah, Amplifying Cat. You know, this is where they've been earning their points. You know, game after game. This is kind of what's kept them in the running so far. This fight right here, but
Yeah, I don't know what's happening to
Trio
Aegis, man.
Finally showing a little bit of life, but not for too long. It was super short-lived. Zyre gets taken out there, and all of a sudden, all that momentum that they were starting to build up, gone there in one brief moment. Look, they're at 5 elims, right? You have to assume it's off the back.
Spider's useless? I mean,
pickups, right? Allowing teams to get those
gotta do something.
I was wondering how they
Why
caught
did
him
he?
off guard.
What was
tried to
that?
hop through the window, thinking he was being sneaky. They got that security system set up. There is no sneaking around our house as they take both of those players down. Solo went north to try to get some sort of heals, keep himself alive long enough. But I got some bad news, Monster. I thought this was going to center up, maybe a little bit of Western lead. We might have another north zone.
Northeast zone.
We are seeing a little bit of that notorious magic moss.
What if they just had no fall damage save? I know the surge trading would still be bad with the fall damage save, but I feel like it wouldn't be as bad because you couldn't go this high, you know?
These trios, you are extremely happy about this. There's a direct correlation between where the zone ends and how these teams in general, right, perform against the zone. And so far, it has been in Reed's favor. And if it continues to stay like this, hey, we're gonna see them at the top.
I know. Oh, what? G-Money landed some shots. Zonda going down due to the zone. Now it's all about just trying to figure out where he actually went down at. Shots coming in. G-Money slowing down, reapproaching the situation. Even with the cleanup coming in, it's Bryce that's going to go down.
Yeah, and a lot slower than he used today.
Keep them going. And a very different look to their game. Instead of contesting the 50-50 right out of the gates, they took a slower approach, went to the overall top of the mountain and the backside on the south end. They got their loot, early storm surge, and now look at them. Even though they are deep in zone, when it comes to damage, I think they got themselves a lot of flexibility because of their early game.
And again, clearly, this is a team that can perform very well. This is a team that after game 1, they found themselves just inside that top 10, and then they were the first trio to get eliminated in game 2, just to get you caught up. So right now, they're showing us the signs of their
So wish the CLIX was doing better? I mean, he's doing pretty well. Not doing insane, but
take any more 50-50s. I'll tell you that. If they make another top 10 this game, for Dozer, Aiden, and Atmos right now, they're just sitting in the zone right now, kind of waiting this one out here, trying to see if they can make it through the lone wolf. But we all know that CLIX's trio
kind of hoping that maybe like teams that are like in the bottom like 8 making no money start to like get active day 2, man. I guess it was like having the Savage spawn fight and then having like Veno playing like drop roulette made EU so fun to watch in the early mid game.
They know CLIX's entire team landing over there. A huge late switch up of the strategy coming into the last division finals. They no longer kind of make their way over towards the
We already
black
have that
market,
bounty. Kill's already worth 4, man.
In zone. You see it there towards the north, just
CLIX has yet to enter the black market once. I wonder if that strategy is better.
CLIX, Higgs, and Yamzo to make their way on over safely and see if there is any splashes or resources left on by. So they're going to be hoping for a south pull, so that way every team has to rotate away.
The end games are still crazy, just because NA's always stacking games are always great. But yeah, this early mid's a bit rougher.
Looking at Tony, Noisy, and Creo.
Is hurting Veno's rep, bro. I think Veno's performance today is one of the most impressive I've seen in Grands. How could it hurt Veno's rep?
Game back to back to back. As things are starting to position up here towards the north, so is very clearly going to favor.
Like, I don't get it, chat. Veno stayed at Mars Meadows and just rammed his head into the wall against Froxy, and they both done it. People like, fucking Veno's so dog shit. And then Veno finds a new strategy that takes like an insane amount of skill and adaptation, pulls off a 6, and people are like, bro, fucking Veno's a pussy, he won't fight Froxy. Like, I don't get it. Like, what?
One of the most
what do you want from him?
Basically on the region.
You can't just make Fred leave.
57% of their games. I think I get top 5s and maybe
like him locking down a drop at the start of the season, which he couldn't hold down because of the train and stuff. It's just how it goes. But
the skill level is just above and beyond.
You read the stat? I didn't read the stat, no.
The zone pulling all the way on over towards the eastern side. That might be a
I'll look it on YouTube one day.
Yamzo and Higgs, if it continues to pull away from the black market, they do have that gold that they haven't been able to spend. So this could be a chance, a small one, but a chance for them to access that black market.
Dude, the YouTube team looks fucking crispy at 4K, man.
Because Noisy, Creon, and Tony, they also access that vault for those splashes.
Oh, look at this. Muzzrise and Japko finding tags onto
What the fuck was it? I can't see.
Still, by the way, by himself, just kind of hiding out in the facility here.
I don't keep the stats up very long, but I'm also blind, I think.
I don't know because the surge is active. Surely, if we jump over to Noah's perspective, he has to be one of the lowest.
Am I blind?
Anyone in the lobby. But
I'm trying to skip through and I can't fucking see it. Oh, there it is. CLIX season to have reached top 5 in 55% finally in the season. Yeah, that's crazy.
Meanwhile,
I knew that stat though, sorry. But yeah, that's nuts, man.
Their way to this kind of safe zone here. They've slowly moved their way out of the brutal boxcars ever so slightly.
Okay, the zone could pull south, chat. Don't worry. We have a chance at a zone pulling slightly south of brutal boxcars. Come on.
Knock, but unfortunately couldn't get the finish.
Oh, fuck no.
Yes, it
what?
Was a brawl that took place, and here it is, the next update. Just gonna keep pulling north.
Oh my fucking god. Bro, this is getting insane.
In the zone, because typically you would want to think,
I want to see somewhere else of the map, man. I literally, like, if you only watch this Grants, you see nothing of the map. This is insane. It's the exact same spot.
Very, very little teams will be able
to
survive and stagger themselves into the zone, so you can kind of free up space, get away from a lot of the teams that will end up crowding that south side of the zone overall. We know it's going to end up stacked. And if you're not
the south zones are tougher too because of mountains and stuff, but like, bro, at this point, man, I just want some variety.
The north side of the map, so another zone that is going to bless them just a little bit. 67 above the damage threshold, though. They have the confidence to know they're not going to take damage, but in the back of their mind, they know things can change in the blink of an eye.
You know, NA really bringing a new meaning to why it's called North America. Like at this point, if you're not landing magic bosses, you're not doing it right.
Oh,
Ishitaki are going to be forced to fight here. So are Coop, Ree, and Curly. Okay, this is an extremely big clash going down here. And now Coop.
Oh, here we go.
Side angle onto Ishu. So they find the damage that they need.
Cooper's placed 50% of his Trio's builds.
However, they have to.
I don't know how much the IGL's meant to place compared to the other teammates, but I think it's because he's building the big ass staircases. I think at the start of the game too.
They got themselves a safe spot in towards the zone. And you're seeing them every 7 seconds now. Going to be taking 25 damage due to Storm Surge. Only 16 below. One shot.
Oh no, we're getting desperate. We're spraying walls.
ARs will put them above that threshold. Bryce even goes down. He's been having a few struggles trying to make it throughout the course of this game. And you're seeing from 16 below to 167. Like I said, things can change in the blink of an eye. And if you're not prepared, it's going to get tough in order to survive.
Yeah, all that means is the competition is getting active, and talking about the competition, they get chopped out from down low. The free edits already. A beautiful code from Ishu.
Oh, Ishu's getting in.
Set things up and give his team a little moment, a little chance at success here. The damage was good, but his teammates already down. They might as well go for the finish here, but they lose track of the trio. Maniac and company get away there, and now the zone reveals another northern pop for them here. This is going to continue to push further and further away, jumping into teams that are looking to position up early there. All the big boys, all the big names are here.
Sorry, chat. I'm doing my part. All right, I got this. I'm about to fix the zones.
Instead of healing here, waiting for his team, this is the confidence that exudes out of this trio right here is incredible. And look at this, Jacob. They're already at 3 elims as well this game.
Yeah, 400 damage above the threshold, all the way from Crime City. And
we're going north again. We're going north again. North on north, baby. Don't worry, chat. I fixed it. Don't worry. You're welcome.
Only one more
doing my part
to the right, slowly trying to make their way forward, and that's where it's going to get dangerous because they have to rotate too. We're seeing how the fight even started and broke out.
North on north, baby.
146 damage above the threshold at the side.
Nice. 1v3 from Cold. Nice.
Forced to take a fight, and there goes Cold making
W Cold, baby. Let's go.
At the right time to get all 3 eliminations.
Such a big
no baseball bat here,
and that is really the difference maker as to even why.
Actually, is genuinely like they'd be so much more shambles now if we didn't pull that off. They were weak, but like, bruh.
So clearly, even though they're playing a different strategy, it's not the most consistent. Their damage has been borderline all 3 of these games. With the rotate right here, PETERBOT is trying to get ahead right now.
Oh, PETERBOT rocking the original cheetah skin.
We got enough mats to do something big here.
Well, I think that was the Christmas version. Never mind.
Seems like they're playing a little.
This is the Who Fishy skin.
Them a bit extra.
They know they still got to rotate towards the zone, and it's just PETERBOT, the constant target throughout each and every
getting fried, man.
one of these rotations. They took what you said serious in that last game. He's a little bit of the bait, kind of freeze up Cold and Ritual to start to make their way over towards the zone. The majority of the lobby here having.
Why is the skin on fire sometimes? Is it like reactionary or something? Or is it always like this? I didn't notice.
And you're seeing how Iamzo, Higgs, and CLIX were able to find a couple of eliminations here.
Ooh, Curb on the high ground. Okay, okay.
Look who's playing for height. Curly, Coop, Ree here on the low ground, but you got Tyler on the high ground potentially looking to play for the win right now. Hold up, though. Big damage coming in here for our team well inside the top 3 right now.
Hey, we're going south. Let's go.
They haven't picked up any elims, but they are
so helpful.
Approach the point where these placing points are going to start being given out.
Kanata goes down. Bolts goes down. Bro.
A break right in the end game. Every time we jumped in with them, things have been kind of
okay. Acorn's figured it out though. Acorn's starting to figure out the north zones.
However, now they seem to slow down the pace and say, hey, let's not go for high ground. Let's just play for
Sphinx is solo.
some ground positioning here and just make it all the way through to the end where they're shining the best.
Shadow Curve and Tyler, since that last
good loadout too, man. Very good loadout.
Now they're just
wow.
Kind of trying to hold on to it, pressuring teams down below. You see the proactivity.
We are stacked.
From Tyler. If it pulls that way, we got to quickly run, connect to the zone. Being very, very careful not to get chopped down. That's going to be Curve holding their backside.
Oh, Pete's getting in. 55
above.
above. Damn.
Yet again, they don't find the opportunity to get that elimination, so they slowly back off. But only 55 damage above the threshold monster. Not where you expect it to be. Reed goes down. There's a lot of pressure now on Curly, even with elimination onto Phenom. This is his only opportunity. As they go for a revive, he has to match it and drop that men-miss smoke.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is a very important pickup right now for Curly.
No, he doesn't get it off. He's going to let go. No.
Just gets distracted.
No, so close. Bro, he must have like 1 second left on it.
If they want to. And go for the
this is brutal because Reed's really going to take advantage of these north zones.
Heals there and then turn tail. Looking for the escape. Meanwhile, Higgs clicks in the Amzo front side of zone, sticking true to the strategy. This is probably
how many people in Grands run Arcaloot? I don't know, man. Across both regions, probably like 10 to 15. Across EU and NA, including OCE, probably like 25. Maybe like 20.
They know how to do it best too. Meanwhile, on the ultimate low, we haven't seen Booga threats and Rapid down here.
Yeah, I'd say across OC, EU, and NA, probably like 20, man.
Coming into this third round.
Yeah, even Curly in the backside of the zone taking a cheeky attempt and trying to get damage.
Oh, Muzz takes the high ground. Let's go, baby.
He's going to be on high ground. That's Rise. That's Yapko. That's Muzz. 9th zone. It might have been too early for their opposition, but now it's theirs for the taking. Looking down.
Yom's on the low ground. Nice little height versus low. Oh, we might have P versus CLIX. So we might have P versus CLIX.
A quick elimination, getting him the siphon.
Boyo goes down though.
The materials to keep himself going.
Threats, Booga and Rapid looking good too.
PETERBOT, him actually making it into this end game and starting to really turn online, but
I mean, Cole's one with the 4 kills, man. Oh, there we go. 2 to Pete though. Bro, Cole's popping off today. Richie gets one. Let's go, Richie.
And all of a sudden now they have the points.
He's clicks in the Omzo. Got that great front side though. Oh no, zone pulls back across.
8 teams remaining in the game. Big points starting to be earned right now. A little bit of a late stay for the men-miss, but they are starting to fizzle out. They're going to have to make a move. Meanwhile, here's Higgs, here's CLIX, here's the Amzo. Sticking true to the strats. It's looking so well here too. Exet Higgs.
Nice.
Recent signing, one of the best now. Really starting to turn online as well.
Making sure to keep every team
collapse here.
From looking out back at him on the
70 limbs. This is tough though. This is a tough refresh. Booga's probably gonna put him down here. Yeah. Richie last alive again. Come on, Richie. Come on, Richie. No, the mountain. Ah, top 5 though. Top 5. Top 5.
Top 5 for them in this game.
Booga's looking good too. The zone pull though, man. This little mountain is killing everyone with this little hill. Little plateau.
He still has to chug, but there's no time for him to pop it.
Come on, Threats. Let's go.
Oh, chug time.
Never mind. It's not chug time. It's not chug time. Oh, hell no. 10 elims for CLIX. Nice. Nice. Let's go, CLIX.
They managed to secure off of those 3 eliminations right there.
Ooh, Curve goes down. 3v3. Low ground versus high ground. CLIX versus Muzz. CLIX going up against the X trio.
3v3 situation.
Oh, the baseball bats are out. Oh, didn't work. It did not work.
That first one was a miss, but that's only going to be strike number 1. They use that as an opportunity to try to make their way.
Oh, Higgs goes down.
Zone, but
they trade out Yapko 2v2.
Of his own onto Yapko, quickly trying to box that one up, but he can't.
CLIX creating good space. CLIX goes to the power play. Oh, nice. Muzz in the 1v2. Let's go, CLIX. Good shit, baby. 14 kills. Hell yeah. W CLIX. Nice. 14 kill win for CLIX. We're looking good, baby. I'll call the preacher chat. If you guys win some V-Bucks, we'll make it CLIX. CLIX. You know how to spell CLIX. Let's pretend you don't know how to. W chat. Tyler about CLIX in chat. You want some V-Bucks?
Relax. Watching back.
Nice. CLIX staying calm. Nice.
Nice. I'm looking up.
Who do you
No, I have
want
three, I have
to
three.
win?
They're falling. I think they're falling. I have one.
Damn, actually really calm here.
Ready?
Cool, calm, collected, bro. They're looking good.
Yep. I have one build. I have one build. Play gun out. Play gun out. I'm playing with Zell. Playing with Zell. We just did it!
Nah. Oh, that was CLIX who traded him out. Yo, CLIX carried this, man.
I messed.
Yo, that was such a good trade out for CLIX. He's messed up a little bit there.
Going up. I have no mats. I have no mats. Dead.
Yo, let's fucking go. CLIX is crazy. Played that so well, bro.
Go!
Good stuff.
I'm fucking insane, bro.
All 3 kills.
Fucking everyone, bro. Let's go, bro. Let's fucking go, bro.
W. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, what do we got? So after game number 3, we got Ritual Cold PETERBOT still in first on 249, but CLIX Higgsy Omzo in second on 220. Rapid Burger Threats 213. Riku Curly 201. Visuals Braids Mini Shed 179. Then Noisy, Cynics, Shadow, Ages, and Eulogy. So Acorn right now struggling again.
I'm not done yet, Vivid, and comes out with the victory royale for game 3.
I mean, there's so much that we could break down about.
Yeah, what's wrong?
We could break it all down, Kelly.
One second, chat.
There's so much we could talk about.
Get the lizard. One sec, chat. I'm sorry. We'll call the giveaway there. One sec. I don't want you guys to keep spamming. One sec. All right, be right back, chat. Gonna help Manny with the lizard.
I want to hit home the most on right here is that, you know, Kelly was kind of hyping up this, hey, you know, they keep playing for that front side of the moving zone, but this game, the adaptation was made, right? For whatever reason, they didn't actually play towards that side. They were kind of playing off to the side, right? Letting people kind of take that space from them, getting shots in from the side, picking up the eliminations, and it worked so well when Booga's trio was found over there. And then, you know, just worked so incredibly well for them. They were able to take that space, find the resources to actually put themselves in a competitive 3v3 situation to win the game, Kelly. What a beautiful game.
You know, we got the kid stats, so I asked him if I could see the damage numbers, but from Zone 9 on in our most recent Eval Cup. And it was actually Iomzo and Higgs that were in first and third place respectively out of all the people competing for damage from Zones 9 and 12. And I think this game was a perfect example as why.
Yeah. I mean, also, hey, we got to mention, you know, Jacob screaming, CLIX fans rise. CLIX also being the one to pick up every single one of those eliminations on the final trio right there. Played to perfection.
14 elims is crazy. That is just game number 3. We've had 3 unbelievable games on NA. It is so crazy to think we have another 3 to go today and then 6 tomorrow. It is shaping up to be a fantastic evening of Fortnite. Congratulations again, CLIX, Iomzo, and Higgs. 14 elim victory royale. I love to see that. For now, though, we are going to go to a break. When we return, we'll discuss a few more things that happened last game and then prepare ourselves for the second half of the competition. So we'll see you real soon.
I was muted that whole time. I'm so old, chat. Sorry, I forgot I muted in case Annie was screaming. That was a lizard. Sorry, I thought you guys heard me saying that was a lizard. You guys just saw me come in and just stick some shit on the camera. I'm so sorry, chat. I would have at least given you guys like a warning for anyone who's like scared of reptiles. Sorry, that was a little lizard I had to go get. Sorry. I forgot I muted my microphone when I walked away. My apologies. But yes, W CLIX win. Let's go, baby. Sorry, chat. Never been uncaggle allegations. Hey, I tried to do it for you because my wife was screaming and my baby was crying and... Sorry, chat. Bro, I'm not going to eat the lizard, bro. What? Yeah, chat. I know I'm not muted right now. Chill. W20 though, chat. So in case you guys got here, we checked the leaderboard already, but we'll check it again. That's our leaderboard right now. Again. Don't want to make too many excuses, but I feel like having Acorn's team in 9th and Kanada's team in... Am I blind? Wait, where's Kanada? I'm actually blind. What the fuck? Okay, dunk allegations are back. What the fuck? Oh, 13th. Why am I so blind? Yeah, having Acorn in 9th and Kanada in 13th, bro. That's not where we expected these teams to be based on literally anything. So I'm really hoping we do start to get some South Zones because it's getting a bit ridiculous. Just because then if those teams do shit the bed on South Zones, then you can just say they're not playing well. You know what I mean? But like with the zones being this biased, it's like it's hard to like, you know. I want to be able to give credit to teams doing well right now and then be able to like, you know, critique teams that are doing poorly and not have that be a factor, you know? Because it's getting ridiculous, man. So this zone chat, where this one ended basically on Moss's as well, right? So it was literally like, it went a little bit more to the left though, right? So it's kind of like that, yeah? Maybe more like that. Either way, close enough. That's where the last 9 zones have gone, chat, of EU and NA grants. That's the 9 zones of EU and NA grants so far. If you wonder why we're all complaining. Like, we're not making a big deal out of nothing here. Like, it's actually getting ridiculous. Oh, let me see, Maris, let me see. Oh, what the fuck?
We're being traded to some peak Fortnite, ladies and gentlemen. CLIX got himself a victory in game number 3. He's actually streaming as well with a delay, so if you missed it, go check out his perspective from that last game because it was crazy. Other things did transpire in that game, though, like Muzz, Yapko, and Rise making it to 2nd place, really trying to push that consistency factor to its very limits. I love seeing the fact that they did make it there, because like I would love to see this trio make it to globals.
We are now walking and standing.
Chat,
we're now walking and standing.
The same way, and you know, finally we see height being stolen after Zone 9 there by Rise, Muzz, and Yapko, and just having such a good job controlling height from there, going all the way to the final moments in that 3v3. It easily could have gone to the way of Muzz, Rise, and Yapko, but obviously CLIX was just on
I know Zen is crazy, chat. I do love y'all.
I feel like Rise, Muzz, and Yapko, they're just getting started.
Ruzzle.
Yeah, and I like the fact that you kind of
chat, like
mentioned that right at the end.
30-something thousand viewers on Twitch at the end of there and 10,000 on YouTube. Thank you guys, I appreciate you.
I
know, good. I know.
Like
It's a
17th, 23rd.
It's a dog on my tissue box.
The highlight for me there, you know, and
because I still have a cold from you.
This was
because
kind
you
of the first
infected me.
game that they've
Because you made me
right,
sick.
taking into account how those first 2 games went, and they were the first trio to actually.
No.
So, in my opinion, right, if they've been the only trio to kind of do it, and that was the first game that they've actually made it to the end game, then maybe this is a little bit of a pattern, right? Maybe it'll be easy for them in these following games where they do make it to end game. Hopefully, they've sorted something out to kind of continuously make the end game, take that hide away. And yeah,
I mean, Coles was basically 1v3 chat, but it's already been ticked off the bingo board anyway. We saw an actual 1v3 this morning too.
I think this is good news for this trio.
I will say that there was a moment there where we saw Muzz's, PETERBOT,
Rise's
and
Ginger. Rise is the Ginger, baby.
Little edge of zone together.
Put some respect on Rise's name. Yo, what's up, money?
The fastest rotate I've ever seen, and so I'm wondering if maybe that's the reason why we're not seeing them in end game, and they've kind of learned their lesson a little bit.
Cyber, David, Sido, Raiden, Sins, Tot, Cernaz, 980 subs chat. Thank you.
What did we say about North zones?
Gosh.
My apologies, guys. I'll check the supercomputer. I don't know what's going on myself. I'll go check it over there. Speaking of checking things, let's check the standings.
Yomzo is the
now.
Ginger.
At the top, PETERBOT, Cold, and Ritual. Guys, we have not had a game that we've dropped out of 5th place. Game 1, 5th place, 6th elims. Game
who 1v3'd on EU chat? What was it? It was a crazy 1v3, but I can't remember who it was. Was it
5th place with 7 eliminations?
Kind of nuts though.
I mean, this is
a solid
starting
one
to
too.
get really, really scary. And the fact, Kelly, now they're at
Thomas. Oh, it's Thomas. That's right. Thomas in the end game. 3 players jumping in his box on the wall and rotating zones and just bop, bop, bop.
It's so surreal because in my mind, I'm like, wow, they're really doing bad at the start of Major 1, but they've already won a game and they're in 1st place. It's such a weird conditioning of our brains that if they aren't just winning every single game, we're wondering, oh, what's wrong with them? But they're doing so well. They understand that if they're
I always grab it and then you don't want it.
We've seen them do over the last few weeks that they need to stick to the low ground. They need to go for those eliminations. And Ritual once again sticking it out as a solo in the final moments right there. And
thanks, EP. Appreciate it, bro. Thanks for love, chat. There's no multiplier tomorrow, chat. Nah, no multiplier.
Yeah,
I wish there was with these
well,
zones, honestly.
Being, you know, if not a part of the last duo that's kind of vibe, being the last player that is, of course, alive right there. So they're still holding on to lead right there. A trio that's kind of sticking towards the top right now, still being very, very competitive. Recoup and Curly, they start performing pretty well, 201 points. That game for them Ninth place, one elimination. So I mean, the two before that being a second and a third makes this one, you know, hurt probably a little bit. But regardless, still sticking towards the top of the leaderboard.
I think he moved with the team
and
over
I think
two.
a bit of that was due to the fact that they kind of were sticking in flooded frogs for a long time. I'm guessing that there was some kind of early game engagement that I potentially would have missed for them to go back and farm back for flooded frogs. And I think that's just part of the reason why their loadout wasn't exactly where they wanted to in the end game.
I don't know.
Regardless of
Indy,
the
I don't
situation
know,
that they're
man.
in, they're still sitting pretty up in
And you got really good, man.
leaderboard
He was
right
really
now.
fun,
So I'm
dude.
excited to
Really
see
fun.
what they do in the remaining half of the games we have today.
I know, it's scary, right? Because you kind of want to keep putting the pedal to the metal. With 3 games left to go today, that sets us up for day number 2, right? And then without that 1.5x multiplier, we need to be more consistent after day
snacks?
number 1, right? We need to make sure we are primed for day
That's
number
OC.
2.
Look, I didn't watch, man. My brother watched
Can we
OC
keep
last
this
night. He'll be
momentum
watching it
going, not
tonight, though,
from
man.
just them, but from all of these top performing trios, especially in the back half. Let's find out. Monster D Phase, Jacob PR, take it away.
W.
Momentum is a real thing in these tournaments, but one thing you really have to take note of, even though they're in first place by 29 points, Monster, it's not through sheer force like they did in that last major, like they do in the divisional cups. So realistically, it's anybody's game still.
Thank you, PC.
Yeah, and we're watching it kind of play out in real time. We're seeing how much of a different, slower approach, a little bit more of a methodic
Prodoxy's
approach
mad
right
impressed
to
with
the
zones.
early
Prodoxy been
game.
doing
Well,
well
let's
with
keep
these
this in
zones, bro.
mind.
He really
It's all
has.
North zones. With game number 4 around the corner, let's see how it plays out. And like we just wanted to emphasize, Major 2 Finals has the most amount of qualification spots. This is the most important
Future FNCS
finals
champion in your arms?
of
I don't
the
think so,
year.
man.
Some might say you want to get your ticket
Don't know
to
what
the
game will be out
globals
when
here
she's
now.
older.
But again, the standings, I think, are just a story of magic. Mosses, every one of these trios have had that little bit of favoritism. So once they start getting more of a
Why they removed the multiplier? They never told us, man. They never told us. I think 2 times multiplier was a bit much, but I think 1.5 was good.
Might start to turn, but for
1.5 was good for the hype, and it gave you a bit of copium coming into day 2. And especially when bottom 8 don't make money now, you really want the teams at the bottom to feel like they're still playing for
This is a
something.
fight that you know.
Like one good
You look
game
at
could
that
make them
stone,
money, you
this
know?
is written all over it, contested.
shots from
They go
Donnie.
for
I mean, sorry,
floor
from
loot
Craze.
almost right out of the gates and immediately start teeing off on one another. But it does look like Craze from underneath is trying to sneak around. You mentioned yourself the closeness of the entirety of the bridge, especially underneath, and now he's getting free shield. So if anybody's going to be the one
No,
to make
why
a
would
play,
skip
it is
off
going
there?
to be him up against Yusuf. He gets the elimination, and I do believe that was the wipe.
A
Damn.
little turn of events here for Joji, Donnie, and Prime. Okay, so a little life coming out for them here at the Shining Span. We'll see what they
Nice.
can make with this
Well,
game
this team
here.
goes on
You know,
to
the
do
cool
much better
part
when they
about
do win, though,
a
out of the 2
two-day
teams.
performance is that anything can happen, right? You have a lot of time to start making some micro adjustments and really play this tournament out to the best of your capabilities. Team that's been doing just that as well is No W Plays Chaos Gaming and Kaz's for the 2nd time now. We've seen him at least survive the initial.
I mean, we're on 8 points. I don't know if we're playing out to the best of our ability, but it's kind of rough.
It's not all teams, that land kind of in this northern area that are walking away.
Almost
with,
sniped him with the infiltrator.
free placements to the top of the standings. At the end of the day, you have to prove that you can stand amongst the best here and win some of these engagements. Kazis goes in for face check here, but the tick was ready. And answers with a monster shot here, slowing down all momentum that this trio was looking to build.
Yeah, all
Nice
three of them
loadout
saw
for the
Ibis
pathetic
as a
here.
solo. They beelined it over, but the scanner's out. Noah plays. All of their positions going to be revealed, but no more builds onto the tick, so he's going to be an easy target and the first one to get dropped. Quick clean up there. They're going to get the siphon mats, and you can see
God.
absolutely needed because Noah plays was almost fresh out of
God.
materials as well. And now they're forced
job,
to try to
Jay.
disengage. Maniac trying to go ahead and move on over to help his teammates, but that same distance.
That's her word
that
for
he
dog, by the
poses
way,
is gonna be
chat.
same
Well, she
thorn
calls
in the
that
side,
dog.
'cause now
She
he has
says
nowhere to
Googa,
run.
but she does say it like Booga.
Noah's barely got anything working here,
Booga.
just a couple shots.
Trust me, I tried. Don't worry. Trust me. I
No
tried to get her to
mats
say
really
Booga
work
because it'd be
with
hilarious,
either,
but no. It's
but it is going to be a
Googa.
nice quick elimination. Do note with every tag they get, more confidence starts to increase.
Good job.
What? 2 quick elims. Kind of get to reset here. Gonna be happy with that.
Visual's doing pretty well here with the North Zones as well, actually.
More action going down just the north side of Flooded Frogs. Visuals, Braids, and a Minish.
No, only one
Flooded
gun, though, is kind of
Aussie
weird.
Floodgates, excuse me there. They land at this spot. We have seen them contest the server room, but Visuals out of Braids and just gets taken down. I do believe that was PETERBOT landing at the train, the top side of the mountain, got that loot from the server room. And there's so much distance between Braids and the rest of his teammate. I'm not sure how much help he's going to be up close.
Yeah, I was going to say, I had to look at the standings for a second visual. Braids
Trying
in
to
a
give it to
minute
me, throw 'em
are
away.
in 5th place. Do not let this early game fight fool you.
You take it,
This
maybe,
is
babe?
Definitely a team that is trailing very far ahead of 6 and in the conversation right now.
I know you don't want Pete. You don't
Little
want Pete.
setback there, minor setback, but not completely taking them out of the running just yet. And do know, again, old PETERBOT probably keys that. Jumps down, does what he does carelessly. New PETERBOT takes his time, takes his damage, calls it a little win.
It's his fight just north, I believe, of Kappa Factory. Just following each other, not trying to let them escape. He's here, the bat.
Oh, we are full going at it again, bro. We're going at it.
Couple damage, both his teammates go down. That's Craze and Donnie who get lost, and they break his way.
We're gonna reach the
in.
top
He's
10.
not hiding
I've got him on
behind
either
barrels.
Twitter
There's
if you want to
no
go check
chance.
my Twitter, bro,
He's
or
a
I put a made a
hide-and-seek
YouTube video that I
master.
dropped yesterday
Veer and
with
dash,
my
take him
full
out.
explanation and my
And with 54 points here, a couple of them coming from this game alone, at least they start to build that.
My EU
confidence
predictions
up
ended up
going into
very
the second
good.
half of the
Happy
day.
with my EU pred so far. My NA not too hot. Acorn and Kanata struggling a bit so far. It's cooking me a bit, but
Putting them just behind Bucky, Okus, Cam, Bryce, G-Money, and Osid. Take a look at the highlight here from Seek's perspective.
what is going on here, bro?
Yeah.
Yep.
Getting to work.
We love the
with their
baseball.
bat. And of course, closing out with the shotgun.
Toa makes it a globals. There's 3 spots up for
He
grabs,
was
but if
teammates are
Pete and Acorn
almost
get in the top
nowhere, even
3,
if
then
it
it
does
rolls
go
down or top
but you
4.
see a triangle being
Bro, there's
formed
just-
right now with Kanata bolts
North again.
and Sphinx just trying to catch somebody off guard. And
It's actually like I just don't want this to be like remembered as like a Mickey Mouse FNCS, you know, like especially if it's CLIX's first win, bro. If this is CLIX's first win and it's just because of the zones, people are just gonna like, you know what I mean?
But nope, that opportunity comes and goes just like that.
Both Kanata and Sphinx just a couple of pieces away from really breaking through the glass ceiling here. Their problem has just been the mid game. Once they get past that and kind of start approaching that end game, things just haven't seemed to have lined up for them so far. Do keep in mind,
No one will remember a win's a win. Oh, people will remember, trust me. Cooper Ramirez land win proves that. Trust me, people will remember. Not everyone will remember, but people will.
And fun fact about that, they actually have the most distance traveled out of everybody in this lobby, Monster, because of those zones.
I believe it.
And they're still in 13th, right? So again, all the more just impressive how they've at least managed to kind of stay in the conversation.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Wait, what is this?
Oh, here's a fight I didn't expect to go
Rice's
down
team
this
versus
soon.
Acorn.
Well, yo, Agers and Acorn have a little bit of a contestation happening here at the Mass Meadows.
Yeah, it almost makes you wonder what's that going to do to the game plan, because G-Money, Osa, and Bryce, they're kind of used to not getting a lot of surge, not fighting teams up on top of the mountain, having to rotate north. But Agers, Acorn, and Pollo, the whole strategy relies getting extra heals, going just towards that black market, building your surge
WM
bases,
with
and
the
taking
T4?
advantage of teams just like this. And now they've been sidetracked off of that game plan. And so it starts to put things in your mind. Obviously, we're all looking at Acorn. Do you start to rotate the zone? Is this a team that now you must try and fight because now you're below the Storm Surge threshold of games past? It's a lot of questions that I know are going to be answered shortly, but it just goes to show the impact of one team's decision and how it affects.
Yeah, people are
everything
trying to
else
like
around it.
post like statistics of like, oh, the chance of this happening, but there's no, I don't think there's actually any way to like explain it without properly quantifying it.
Kind of in his hands here to be dealt. But okay, Agers, Spoyo here, opting to not play the Storm. You want to make a little bit more of a favorable positioning for themselves. I don't blame them.
Age with drum gun? Yeah, I don't know why Age has drum gun, but Bucky doesn't. I'm very confused too.
It's going to be missed damage, missed opportunities.
I don't know.
That could be reflective of the fact that, again, this is like
Bucky's
a
team is
newer
definitely
trio
meant to
right now
have
being
it.
Introduced to this extreme high-level competitive play. One of the reasons why Kanata wanted
I'm
to
pretty
kinda
sure
mix
this
it
is a
up.
glitch now, though. I'm pretty sure this can't just. I mean, technically everything's possible. You know what I mean? Like it's saying, if you flip a coin 1,000 times, there is a chance you get heads 1,000 times. You know what I mean? But
Against Naps right now, Polar doing a great
this is starting to
job
get
here.
like very ridiculous, where you have to be very suspicious that there is something else at play here. Especially with the new season starting in a week, and they have changed zone probabilities in the past to affect things with like with events and stuff.
Get too comfortable either.
Yeah, he spotted out the builds, kind of finished building. He knows Zaire's there. And it does look like Zaire's just going to be a big distraction. He doesn't have a shield. He has half HP. He's just trying to buy his teammate time so that way he can make that rotation off the side of Demon's Dojo, potentially try to get the reboot card for his teammate, or if they potentially have it already, get his teammate back into the game. But for now, they're going to be looking at it the long game.
The NA zones have literally been like almost identical. That is insane. But yes, including the 6 games of EU all pulling north is pretty bad. At least some of the EU zones kind of went a little bit west-ish, not really, but like at least the Seaport zone kind of, but like those 3 zones on NA are just like, come the fuck on.
Yamzo Higgs and CLIX right now, coming off that momentum, ridiculous win, 14 eliminations. Not to watch it back from CLIX's perspective in the speed at which he was able to react and pick up those 2 elims in the end was just absolutely incredible. But the
where's it pulling right now? It's
going north. So much credit. Yamzo Higgs playing crazy angles there in the end game, opening up so much opportunity for them. Even turn that into Victor Royale. This is the strat right here, right? High ground, surge bases, fish for tags. I know we haven't seen the zone yet, but it does look to be very reminiscent of the games prior. I don't want to talk too
We're going west, though. We'll kind of, I think. Are we going west?
So
we're going north, but at least it's northwest.
It's quite possible. But you see Dash, Seek, and Veer. I feel like they're kind of getting used to these north zones.
They did not.
It's not as easy.
I really thought if I tweeted at Fortnite, they would fix it, but
resources.
I did what I could, Chad. I did what I could.
One med kit for Dash. He's gonna have to use that in a few seconds. But in the sense of this has been their game plan: ride the whole eastern side of the zone.
How much Elim's worth? Elim's worth 4. Victor Royale's worth 65. So quite Elim heavy. This is the most Elim heavy format in Fortnite.
So that's gonna be the perfect chance. Just try to pop some shots, keep it moving in towards zone, and then you even see that solo player just below the D and Demon's Dojo on the minimap, trying to look, hey, is this the time I can get my teammates back? He doesn't even know that's a whole new team on top of that mountain.
Yeah, a lot of uncertainty in the air. Let's jump in with Coop, Reet, and Curly here as they continue to get the favorable zone pulls here up towards this kind of Flooded Frogs area.
Nah, Nitwit, nah, they haven't.
They're just sitting pretty right now, wishing for some tags.
And some of the other regions got quite differing zones as well. Between OC, Middle East, and Brazil, it looks like the zones have evened out a bit more. It's just weird that NA is so biased.
Space eventually, though, and start to get to those mats. But again, you can just see that there is no rush in doing so.
OC was 3 times Dojo? Yeah, but then also like Crime City, so you have to like factor that in.
One side of the lobby to the next. Bolts cannot.
You gotta ignore the ones that like don't fit the storyline.
Quick chase down on the water sprite, just trying to make sure that they have as much of those resources as possible before they make their way down off the side of the mountain. Because they have this elevation coming into the zone, they are able to spot out a lot of the teams that have already rotated in, the teams that have already boxed up and solidified their position. So even though they're taking some storm damage, eventually going to have to use
said 3 Dojo, 1 Crime, 2 Mars. Yeah, exactly. So 1 Crime, 2 Mars means that they had basically at least 2 of 6 South, arguably 3, and then, yeah.
Taking advantage of that path as well. Very well-timed movements here. Jumping in with Okus, Bucky, and Cam right now.
So why didn't Bucky have the drum gun? What's up with that? Illy, Quo? Siege? Thanks, guys. Appreciate the subs. Thanks so much. 993, baby.
We're retreating back here to try to pick up some of this leftover material.
Yeah, for sure, Kyoto, if you have it, man. Yeah, yeah.
Almost a much different position than we've seen him in some of the games before. I think a lot of teams are kind of catching on to how drastic.
Do you think the big shitter himself could win Grand? Yeah, of course, man. I mean,
and are now trying to rotate just a tad bit earlier than they have in some of the previous games. But Cam is the one that gets caught off guard by Agers, rotating
is Acorn pushing
deeper into zone. It does look like Cam is going for a little bit of a revive while Bucky's just trying to hold them back the best that he can. Make them think
yeah, I think CLIX got knocked, but I think he's okay.
Over here for elimination, that might not even be that easy.
Medmiss has to come out here. This is probably what I was gonna say. Acorn and Agers, Spoya was thinking.
Based off right now, other than PETERBOT, who would you have winning? We need to see what happens when we get South zones, man. But obviously, it's just CLIX and Peter looking the best right now. But CLIX is getting great zones right now. Teams like Acorn and Kanata are getting stinkers, so it's like. How much is that factoring in, you know? Hey, you talk with the 5 gifted?
In full W key mode for a second there. You saw
Nah, no multiplier tomorrow, chat.
he was pushing up.
He's talking. So many gifted today. Thank you, bro. 999.
Question about this entire situation
BA.
is,
These are 1,000 subs today, chat. I fucking love y'all so much. Appreciate you guys.
How did
That is
Agers
insane.
get
Thank
the
you.
mythic drum gun? That's gonna be a big question. It's
Go Max Nada.
Taking down King. First elimination of this fight. And you see Sphinx, the IGL of the trio, quickly reuniting. He took a lot of that early damage along with Bolts, knowing that Kanata's the one that has his position set. They all regroup, heal up, kind of reassess the situation.
Rapid Booga threats are like
the team that they know
feathering the edge of zone 2
to zone because they know it's now moving further and further away.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Kanata's team has done well with these storm fights, and they beat these teams.
Threat shot Okus out of the air, so Okus went to a different spot. Then Aegis landed the market, got the drum gun, and dipped to Mars. No way. That's crazy.
This is looking like kind of like
Smart.
game 1 storm fights that set them up for success early on.
You see Marine thinking Night
So I
Bus?
think they're feeling really confident about these battles here. Jargu, all that's left on the trio. Sphinx is gonna end up
Nice, boys.
him up,
Nice.
puts him down. Nice little med kit. Fished up
Nah, it
right
looks like
there.
we're going more
Actually,
towards
3
Whiffy
med
Warfare,
kits for
chat.
the
Unless
trio.
it
Oh, yeah,
pulls
they're gonna be
back
super
hard
excited
east,
about
we're
that.
going towards Whiffy. Oh, Pete on the island. Yo, Pete's building a
Really gonna have
friggin'
questions
fortress
over.
on the island.
And the
Hello?
team they fight, drop enough materials to kind of replenish what they had lost up to that point. Because I saw Kanata was rather low in his situation as we jump on board Shogun's Arena, the island, Cold, Ritual, Peterbot returning to their clouds. And
Nice. Look at the loadout there. Look at the loadout.
Taken down. They have the medallion.
Yeah, we're looking all right. Our loadout's not too bad.
Advantage. Blessings for
It's
the
okay.
lobby that it is going to pull a little bit more north, so they're going to have to leave that island eventually. But until then, they have the
These
luxury
zones all
to be able
scared me
to
out of
look
100
back
gifts.
and
Oh, they
zone just like
are.
this
I had
and try to
100
spot
gifted
out
on the
any
line
players,
that
whether they're
Pete,
full
Clicks,
team
and
or not,
Acorn get
rotating
top
in.
3.
I was gonna say,
Fuckers.
They just get to glide too, right? So like, they're not gonna have a problem right now so long as they condition a lobby and or move sooner rather than later. We'll see what the decision ends up being here in just a moment. For the team that's trying to maintain the pace right now, Braids diminish and visuals.
What's the gloves Pete has? It's the Sub-Zero gauntlets, man. They like the when you see guys do like the ice move or they slide on ice, it's that. Pete's been carrying the Sub-Zero a lot.
Relatively at pace here for a pretty fast game for game 4.
Game 1, we actually saw him leave a baseball bat to
Let's see
carry
how
it in
long that's
endgame,
gonna
so quite interesting.
Wow. There's just Braids and minutes have each spent less than 2 minutes in the storm, the lowest of any of the top 20 teams. And when you land at Foxy Floodgates, middle of the map, and it is continuing to pull north, it just goes to show
Nah, it's
that
different
they're
zone,
very,
chat.
very
It's a
proactive
different
in
zone.
terms of where they
It's north,
position
but it's different
themselves.
zone.
They don't wait for Storm Surge to come to them. They go and look for it.
It's not the same zone, chat.
Kind of set up shop. And game after game, it's been working out. So jump back on board, Coop, and
Flooded
Curly.
Frogs isn't even in the zone, so it's pretty far
Finally
west.
rotating west of Flooded Frogs, not too far away from where they actually landed. So
Arguably worse for Kanata and Poyo, though.
At a team like them to see how much distance they didn't have to travel compared to other teams in this lobby.
Well, Acorn and Agers, though, losing the trail end of the kind of exchanges here. A little I'd say to my surprise, they've had. It hasn't seemed like they've been the strongest, and you think differently. Agers and Poyo, some of the better fighters on the region, but having a bit of a harder time.
I think Higgs and CLIX both getting some eliminations. I do believe that might have been Okus that got taken down as well.
Ooh. So Okus getting beamed out of the sky at the start really messed him up here.
One of those tough situations. They weren't even the original ones.
We're going west
fighting
again.
Both CLIX and Cold. They were already in zone, looking back at this fight, seeing a team end up in a scuffle and just immediately focus in that direction. Luckily for Evan, Zanda, and Sandman right now, they're able to get the revive back up. They have the chug jugs, bandages if needed, and then the splashes on top of that.
Let's see what CLIX is looking.
Before they're safely inside of the zone.
Take a look how it went down. Evan here.
Oh, they were below too, man.
Gets right on in. It was
Feels
a
bad, bro.
surge fight. That's gonna put them 400 above. How long will it last, though, is the real question. PETERBOT, Cold, and Ritual already set up 1,000 above themselves here. Full HP.
They're looking healthy. They're looking
full loaded
healthy.
Material count. This is probably the strongest.
Ooh, Acorn gets
position
deep
we've
in
seen
zone.
them
All right, as long as we get our surge here, we're looking good. I think this drum gun in the hands of Age is probably
I mean, it just makes you wonder, right? How many North zones
one of the reasons why we're looking so good here.
Just continue to fine-tune the game plan, right? And
CLIX
they're
died
just
to
looking
Cold.
better
Oh,
and better
really?
As the games have gone on.
Oh, it is too. Cold takes down Higgs too.
Yeah,
What's going on here?
Right now, I see it in the mini map too. They just got it down.
Damn.
Rotated, gliding in as Ager slides in, gets that one on.
Oh, we're back up. We're okay. We're okay. It was a range tag. We're okay. We're okay.
Glad we're able to see how he's actually able to pick that one up. Proven.
Ooh, CLIX is only 2 above with this zone. I would have thought they'd be chilling.
It really could change the course of how you're getting your Storm Surge and how easily you're able to break some of those bullets through.
Yomzo's found 50% of his team's materials and the most of any player.
They're at the safe zone right now.
Oh, Max West
Well, the surge
again.
here is on in
Oh
every
my
time
God.
the Storm.
Bro, give some of these
Talk
South
about
teams a
it.
chance.
Being handed
Come
to
on,
them,
man.
But still below. They got to get that damage. There it is. Okay, gives them a little bit of time. The question is, do you go for that loot, play for the heals, and kind of wait this one out? Try to force another battle is going to be the real question.
Yo, Liam, bro, you guys are running right now, man.
As they do run over, pick up the loot, is those players were weak. It was active surge, so they didn't get a ton of damage to accumulate in terms of that Storm Surge leaderboard, but they're making their way back on over. They were able to kind of see the ground before. Not too many teams were rotating through the south side of
We got Withy Wolf though. We got a variety of endgame though. Bit of a water zone potential.
Easy rotation for them, especially since they can go underneath the bridge. But a farther pull for Bugha, Rapid, and Threats. And if you look at their material count, if you look at the empty weapon item slots, Monster, this game has not been too good for them.
Yeah, I was just going to say, all the teams kind of taking note of CLIX's rotate down that river bend.
Bugha, Rapid, Threats is struggling a bit. Great game one. Come on, Bugha. Come on, Bugha. Show my way, Bugha.
You can see the difference here. They're met with the resistance all the way through. It really just shows you the little differences. And how
did I see CLIX go down? I did. CLIX down.
It's no surprise.
Oh, Yomzo's running.
One player's down.
Is Yomzo bailing on him? No, we're good. No, we did. Yomzo bailed on him.
Unfortunately, CLIX is going to be
Oh, Higgs though. Holding the down.
All
right, Yomzo, Higgs down to a duo.
Still looking for a little bit more. 74 ball. This is not a safe position to be in.
Yeah, I think he heard the baseball bats and was like, fuck that.
Yomzo on the hunt here. They're playing 2 different angles. Bugha under pressure from the lobby. Rapid falls probably to the Storm there. So
wow, Muzz gets an elim too.
They're gonna know, hey, the team to our right could be a
surely zone pulls back, right? Ooh, north. Okay. I know it can't go west, surely.
Back on over towards the north. You see the whole edge of that zone right now overcrowded. Bugha's feeling the pressure of it. Runs out of builds. Tries to go right back on over towards
Dead zero mats. Pop a bandage, Bugha. Oh no, we're good. We're good.
You see the very
we got mats, but we don't have shields though.
Between Threats and Bugha. And now they don't really have the luxury to be one
of the PETERBOT's on that south side.
They have to let all these teams rotate out first before they can
even Ritual gets fried jumping off the high ground.
Muzz, Rise, Yapko, they already made their way on over. Agers, Acorn, Pollo, PETERBOT, Cold, Ritual, a lot of our top teams on that leaderboard being very, very proactive for these next couple of zones.
Yeah, Agers, Pollo, and
CLIX told them to run? Yeah, I can't blame him. The baseball bats came out, man.
After game 1 adjustment to their strategy, PETERBOT somehow a little lagging behind as well here on the move, but I'm most interested in the high ground. Reed is on height. Let's not forget.
Ooh, I didn't see Reed on the high ground. Nice. Yo, Peter's actually choosing to run the Sub-Zero over baseball bats. I think it lets him get ahead to then start topping for the rest of the team to catch up.
Over for that lead they've managed to build themselves. Look at this.
Ooh, come on, Reed. King Reed on high ground, baby.
Matted up to the gills here. And it is looking like a coup win here potentially.
Yeah, what a transformation.
We haven't seen a heal off yet either. I don't think this will go to heal off just because of all the max pulls, but
champion takes the driver's seat a little bit. Dual forces here as
Acorn, Ages, and Pollo are doing fantastic for this zone.
Sure everybody stays off of their
oh my gosh.
Cross their path, it is going to come at a risk.
Just go north. Fuck it. Why not? Oh, south.
They find an opportunity. Bugha goes down. That was what they were looking at. Since they no longer could solidify it, they see Threats as well. They're assessing the situation right now, seeing if any of that loot can be theirs to grab.
Yeah, true. You're right. Pete's already got the medallion, so he's already running at fast speeds too.
No max pulls for anybody in this lobby.
And this is kind of interesting because PETERBOT, Cold, and Ritual have all this old material they can recycle.
Yomzo and Higgs still looking healthy as a duo.
However, we know they're not
Well, so Vive could pull off an upset here. Vive's been a bit quiet today.
Expect them to make a big move, and no one has looked up for high ground just yet. So what you have right now is Coop, Curling, and Reap with this monstrous, fully kind of developed fortress taking place.
Yeah,
right
this is
now.
a big old high ground. Holy crap.
Only gonna become more and more difficult
Some
to
save the
overtake.
world shit up there, man. Let's go.
PETERBOT, Cold, and Ritual, like I said, we're gonna be looking for them to get active right here.
And already you're seeing a team below, a team above.
Come on, let's see a Pete highlight. Come on.
Easy rotation.
I want to see a Pete or Poyo highlight here. Both have been. Oh, there goes Pete.
Oh, they broke the launch pad. PETERBOT goes down as well.
No.
Everybody right now is just running
Never
off
mind.
script, trying to make
Never
something
mind.
happen with the
Cold
blunders
Ritual
that are right
duo
in front
clutching
of them.
again.
Cold and Ritual yet again down as a duo.
How did all of these plans
Well, that was a bad
just get
curse.
spoiled? Everything went south at the same time, and we caught
I'm gonna have to just say nothing in the pro if I die, man.
I'm wondering what's
Just
going
stay
through the
dead
minds of
silent.
these players right now, but Aminish and Braids have a chance now. Kind of as they control this second height layer, they're looking up, they're looking down, still not content with.
To be fair, that was a pretty good shot before he went down, though. Yeah.
Yomzo and Higgs are still alive, now officially inside the top 10.
Nice. Yomzo, Higgs doing well.
Taken out to the hands of Taki's trio there. And this is just really starting to go downhill for everyone.
Shadow Curve
else in the
Tyler, full
lobby,
trio
but
on front
if
side.
you're Recoup and Curly, you are absolutely thrilled.
I mean, Ritual and Cold already got a duo win today, so we'll see. That's when they're on high ground, though. Cold takes down Decay.
First time throughout these past couple of zones, the team has even had a chance to try to look up, and they're being persistent.
Higgs
on
takes
top
down
of that.
Braids. Nice. Our duos are still going. Ritual gets another one. Cold gets another one. They get another one. Let's go. Cold and Richie going fucking crazy. W.
With PETERBOT going down, they deserve all the credit.
Richie last alive
Making
again.
something of these games, particularly Ritual, because once again, in another game, he's a solo.
And Muzz and Japco still up too. This is
Come on,
insane.
Richie.
All the teams.
I feel like we've definitely beaten the allegations today for sure, but come on.
Muzz, Rise, and Japco, arguably the only healthy trio that can actually challenge for height. Did Reed's team expend too much material? We're gonna find out here and now as the pressure finally starts to come up. But he breaks the build there.
No, Richie goes down. Not bad though. Seventh, not bad.
To get off here. But look at how they've already started preemptively.
This could be a good game for Higgs and the Yomzo, man. They're claiming a lot of space. They're gonna have to win a 2v3 on that low ground, I think. Rise coming up? Is that Rise coming up? It is. Rise, Muzz, and Yavko. Trying to take height off King Reed's kind of hard though.
Near miss. No, even takes a little bit of fall damage. Curly goes down to Muzz. That's a big
Still has it though. Not cursed.
Still
Not yet.
for it. Muzz, Rise. They're trying to make their way up. Yapko's still
Oh,
alive.
Cooper
The trio
though.
taking everything they got and put
Reed's
it to
dropping
the
down.
test
Reed has to
as
go in
Cooper
a low.
goes down as well. And now we have another team.
He died to fall, bro. That would have been the worst one.
Remember last game, they lost a crucial 1v1.
Yo, Muzz win. Come on. I would love a Muzz win here.
How's the Yomzo still standing, by the way, inside
The Yomzo and Higgs have done great. So good. Higgs gets another one. Yo, let's go. Higgs with the 6 kills. W.
He's still going 6 eliminations now.
Come on, Higgs.
Reed jumps down to low ground.
They're down together. Down together.
Followed up by Yomzo too, and a complete finish.
Oh, this is gonna be near impossible for Higgs to get a second place here. Maybe an Elim though.
Shot it to Muzz. He could be the disruptor. Everything's starting to
Oh,
fall
Higgs is
now,
doing it.
and the story is
Wait, Higgs got
unfolding, and
second.
Higgs
Oh
is
my
the
God,
last
Higgs
man
got second.
standing.
Good shit, boys. Oh my God, bro. CLIX went down so early. The Yomzo and Higgs are disgusting.
Yeah, they got
Hell yeah.
revenge, and they got
W. We can't hear their comms though, but all right, chat. We'll make the V-Buck giveaway. We'll make a Muzz. We'll make a Muzz with 1 Z. M-U-Z Muzz. My boy getting the win. Let's go, baby. Little Muzz W. It was a slow-ish start to today for Muzz's team. That should hopefully jump him up. But yeah, great clutch here from CLIX. Sorry, Higgs and Yomzo. Fantastic clutch from Higgs and Yomzo.
Nice.
This was great, man. The no comms is really odd though. It feels so strange.
Hold on. You see the solo? You see the solo? Nice. Top 3.
I really thought top 3 was the best we're going to get here. The fact we got a second is just wild.
You need bad in. You need bad in. You need. Never mind. I'll let you play.
Nice.
You're the best.
W.
You guys are so fucking good, bro.
Hell yeah.
Good fucking shit, Higgs. Good shit, Zo. Good fucking shit, bro.
W.
Higgs, you're the fucking best, bro.
All right, let's check our leaderboard. How we looking? How we looking? We got PETERBOT. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. Tied leaderboard. Ritual Cold PETERBOT 310. CLIX Higgsy Omzo 310. Recuber Curly 253. So a bit of a drop down, but still doing really well. Rapid 244. Visuals 227. Muzz 206. Cynics 179. Shadow 174. Ages 161. And Noisy 155. W. All right, we'll call the Muzz giveaway there. Thank you for entering chat. Oh my lordy.
We saw this just tiny little adjustments being made.
Thanks for entering the Muzz giveaway chat.
What can happen when you're able to kind of self-reflect and look at what changes you need? And this is what happened. Muzz, Yapko, and Rise now able to get the first victory royale of the day for them. And they did it in a fashion that we hadn't really seen yet for North America, which is taking high ground around zone 11. So many times, Vivid, we've seen these teams just kind of let whoever has high ground control high ground. And Muzz said, we saw what happened to us last game. We're now going to take it.
I gotta say, zone 11, even into zone 12,
PETERBOT and CLIX have the exact same stats except for one more elim.
To actually take high ground, I feel like in Fortnite competitive. I mean, super impressive for them to kind of.
Yo, 4.5 average placement. That's crazy. Exact average placement, just one elim difference. Damn, that's sick.
Shooting for free. No pressure being returned. They finally get the builds knocked down. One
That's
of the trios,
sick, man.
One of the members.
Havoc, Peter, Psychic, Naz, Sienna, Tobal, Popper, Bolt, Colby, Barrel, Bloomin, JDK, Sniper, C-Marine, B-Hay. They saw the subs trap.
Ended up paying off. They, of course, went to take the 3v2 and cleaning it up. Again, we've had like the head-to-head trio, CLIX's trio versus Muzz's trio at the end. Of course, this time flip-flopping around. Muzz's trio comes out on top, gets that win. But super great Fortnite from this trio for the past 2 games.
Yeah, you can, or you can, bro.
Absolutely, bro. We are, again, trying to play for consistency. We've got 3 spots on the line. Going to globals. Pressure is on. With 2 games left to go, we can't wait to show you guys the standings. But first, a quick break. When we return, about to blow your mind. See you in a little bit.
Gray? Chat, I'm doing this just for your own enjoyment here as well, because I just feel like I don't know why people like this. Chat, you can support one team without having to hate another, right? Like, you can like PETERBOT and want PETERBOT to win. It doesn't mean you have to hate CLIX and vice versa. Just throw that out there. Because I gas up PETERBOT, I got a bunch of kids saying I'm dick riding PETERBOT, and I gas up CLIX saying I'm dick riding CLIX. Or I just like seeing good teams do well, and that's okay too. You know? Just so maybe with that mindset, you might enjoy this tournament a little bit more, because like it's just much more fun when you're like just cheering on good teams and just enjoying it. You know? You do you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You know? But just thought I might throw that out there in case we've forgotten. Are you Chaos? Are you 06? Are you Gray? Havoc? Are you Dev? These subs, guys. I just like watching some good-ass fucking Fortnite, and these guys are playing some good-ass Fortnite, so. Nice. Let's go, baby. Now, Bingo Board chat, we haven't checked in a little bit. I don't think we've had too much ticked off, because we had a bunch ticked off this morning for EU. I don't think we've had any of those extra things. Oh, we had the double win this morning. I was supposed to pay that this morning. When we had Vanya with the double win. That's, oh, yeah, CLIX win. What am I doing? Wait, CLIX win was earlier. Oh my God, I'm selling. Did we have a controller win? Did Reed win? Have we had a controller win yet? No. No, dude, that's crazy. Damn. No. Reed's doing really well, but no win. Is that it? Dice at the bat. We saw someone die at the bat. Yup. So that's it. 3. All right, so we got 15 gifted. W. Reed got second. Oh, we need the controller win on NA, bro, because we sure as shit ain't getting on EU at the moment. All right, so that's 15, yeah? Now, chat, I know, chat, just so you guys are aware as well, because since we do the VBA giveaways as words of the team that won, you kind of got to give us like 5 minutes to just leave the word blocked. Just because kids otherwise keep spamming. So I'm sorry when you guys try to like be like, yo, Muzz is the greatest, but like we have to keep the word blocked because kids just keep spamming if we don't. So sorry. I know it's kind of annoying if you want to talk about Muzz, but just say someone else's name on the team. Like, oh my God, Rise's team is crazy, you know? You think Pump will get one on West? Oh, true. I will keep the bingo board going into West, and definitely, yeah, Pump win today. Pump no win out of 6 would be crazy. He's super fire. Thanks to Prime Man. He sticks. Digital. What's up, Digital? How's it going, bro? Thank you, Dev, Blue Chaos, 06 Gray. So many subs, chat. Thank you, Calc. Thanks, guys. Dun, 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 bum, bum, bum. So intense, man. So intense. Always Konrad's, always. So handsome, tall, luscious. No, the Taco POI has to be like an obscure POI name on the map. The Bermuda Triangle being referenced on the stream is hilarious, but...
Okay.
Here we go. Yep.
Are you ready for this?
They're on the exact same points, except for one Elam difference.
And when you see who's at the top of these standings, prepare to have your mind blown. It's a tie! 310 to 310 right now. CLIX is going head-to-head with PETERBOT, Higgs, Iamzo, Ritual, Cold. It's a battle. I mean, David, quick math.
Yo, Chav, 6-5 gifted, bro.
What points? 310 minus 310 is 0. Zeke, they're tied,
No,
man.
third place, Vivid, read my mind.
Oh, the third place. 57. Boom.
Oh,
job.
good. That was fast math.
That's crazy.
That was fast math, yeah.
I cannot believe after just
I love you said it.
4
Quick,
games here in Major number 2 finals, we are already seeing 2 trios stand above the rest, and they're tied. And again, Kelly, when trios like this start
Frankie
to pull
Forecast is
away
great.
from
What's up,
everybody
Taco?
else, it gets that
Actually, yeah,
much
chat, let me
more
update it.
difficult
So,
to
wait,
try
where we, chat?
and
We ended up
win.
like... Was it up like
I
here?
wanna see this 'cause I
Was it like
wanna see
there?
CLIX at global,
It was there
but
roughly. That's
someone
close
stop
enough for the sake of our
PETERBOT,
point.
please.
But the point we're making is close
It's
enough.
so hard to
It was
stop
somewhere up there.
PETERBOT. Actually, I should change that.
I think it
It's
went
so
further
hard to
west,
stop
actually.
Cold
Wasn't it?
and
No, it was over
Ritual right
here.
now because they have just
Yeah, it was like over
such
here,
a
right?
good job
That's
when
what
they
it's
go
like.
down into
Like
a
there-ish,
duel.
yeah?
Obviously, PETERBOT
Somewhere like
is
that's
grabbing
close
a ton
enough.
of
Yeah,
eliminations
over
in the
there-ish, yeah?
early and mid-game, so that when he does go
Close
down,
enough,
he's
but
the
yeah.
green
Bro,
value
so
to
fuck.
his
Like, what are we
trio
doing,
here.
man?
But
Come
truly,
on!
It is definitely Cold
Fortnite!
and Ritual that have been
Come
carrying
on!
these end games
Please!
Yeah, I can't believe we're in like game 4 and we haven't had PETERBOT kind of alive in the final moments for the trio, right? Like crazy stuff.
Hey, yeah, with the tier 1?
A PETERBOT-esque game. I was for sure thinking,
Yeah, Chronic went on a signing spree recently, bro. Chronic going big, man.
Nah, has not shown up.
Definitely
yet,
not just you who
that
noticed,
just
dude.
means that
They
Ritual and
invested.
Cold, they're showing up for sure.
Which is good, man. I hope everyone's getting some solid contracts, dude.
Showing up. Heck, I say trio. Why don't we go ahead and keep talking on duos right now? Higgs and Iamzo being the duo, kind of the pop off this game, clutching up from 19th, 18th place when CLIX went down all the way to 2nd place as a duo. Eventually Higgs being the solo. That's crazy.
He literally, every time we would turn back to Higgs, he would now have 2 more eliminations. Just every time we went to look at him, he's just going back, and he's doing such a good job right now, especially when we saw CLIX have such an incredible end to game number 3 there. To carry that momentum on after CLIX goes down just a little bit early is exactly what they need right now. They're an emotional team. They definitely like fly off.
Yeah, I didn't see. How did CLIX go down, Chad?
Being able to make it into the final 2 teams is definitely keeping those vibes.
Wait, you said Marshall Maneuvers?
Start of the show, the
All right, fine, I'll count it. I trust the Taco wouldn't lie to us. Marshall Maneuvers.
They can, and look at that, Zeke.
That's definitely a Taco POI. What the fuck is? Where is that? Where is Marshall Maneuvers? I gotta find this.
So crazy, isn't it, Kelly? The way they're mirroring each other, right? Like, look at the placement points. Look at
CLIX
the
over
Eagles,
peaked.
look at
Ah,
the
okay.
VRs. They are taking
Locations. Here we go.
steps at the same
Landmarks.
time. Just little tiny differences.
That help me out here. Where's
and yet
Marshall
they are still going
Maneuvers?
Head to head. And remember, Ritual, Cold, and PETERBOT, they're already qualified, right? So if we ended the
Top
tournament
middle.
right now,
Oh, this
second
spot
through
again.
fourth
Yep,
place
okay,
would be
fair.
securing
Fine.
themselves
Fine.
a seat on the battle bus,
Fine.
going to globals, right? Like, obviously we still have more
I respect
games to
that.
play, but man, these trios
Never.
are showing
I think
up
we
and
did
just
this one
putting
before.
on
I should remember that. I think that's one of the ones I actually
Fortnite.
learned from
2
you, Taco.
games
I think you
left to
said that
go.
before,
What
and
are we
I laughed
hoping
at
to
it.
see out of this game? Like, I would love to see more Reet, of course, but like, is there things you guys are hoping to see?
Kelly was gonna say Reed too.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I want to see a REIT victory royale. When you look at the leaderboard right now, it is.
I kind of like when the stream has their
VR,
biases. I kind of like when the broadcast has their bias. It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's what everybody's.
What's Taco PY? So Taco, best Taco is in our chat right now. She is the caster for EU, and she has a tendency to name the weirdest, most weird, tiny landmarks you've never heard of. And it's one of my favorite things.
That game, they're the trio right now with the most distance traveled, so they're really putting on an effort to kind of make it into
A fight will be breaking down, and she'll let you know that it's all going down at Yokina's boardwalk, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? It's her favorite. We're at Sakura Stadium.
Okay, everyone, just manifest South Zone.
Someone is always on a landmark. They are, and it's good though. Like, and it makes it sound cool. To be fair.
South Zone. Okay, Jacob PR,
Manifest.
MDF, manifest, South Zone.
Vivid, you're not manifesting.
Come on, Zeke. We know you are not changing this.
Yo, Haroldino, thanks for 10 gifted, bro. Thank you, man.
Some incredible stuff.
Spanov, King, Ibrahim, Bugless, RJ,
you need to be up at the top of the standings.
Adam, JS, Metro, Reaper, Fat. If you guys are in chat, please give Haroldino a big thank you. Thank you, Haroldino. You guys gas me out one second. South Zone chat. South Zone. South Zone. South Zone. Just one, so we can see how some of these teams would do, man. Come on. Because then if some of the South teams sell, you can be like, you got your zone. You know what I mean? Like, just come on, one.
Game number 5 ready. Let's get into it. This is it right now, Monster. A first place tie at 310 points. 2 games left to close out our day. And then everybody gets a little bit of a break. A little bit of break to hit the VOD reviews, make what little adjustments you can, because then tomorrow we crown a new FNCS champion for Major 2.
Yeah, and the truth is, I mean, how do you adjust after the first 4 games play out almost identically back to back to back? Like I said, the teams that started performing well just look to be refining their strategy ever so slightly game after game, and this is exactly why the leaderboard looks the way it does right now. And Zeke called it best. If you just ended the tournament right now, I mean, it is going to come down to the teams that, of course, are well within that top 5 right now, and they're starting to break away with a monstrous lead. In Jacob, what I'm thinking about, what does that do to the mental, fatigue, right? Game after game, getting eliminated, maybe short of where you want to be. Like, a lot of this does come down to mentality.
Yeah, and I do think tomorrow, some of those teams, we might see a switch get flipped, a little bit more aggression, especially in some of these contested fights where you want to try to get, a victory or a disengage. Obviously, you want to win as fast as possible, and already double knocks going down for both of these teams, but only one of them is instantly going to be revived, and it's actually 3 teams overall at Brutal Boxcars, and these are the type of things I expect to continue on for day 2, depending on where you're at.
I got a snack.
If you want to make some money, if you want to go to the global championship, or you
Triple
want
con.
to win the FNCS, you're going to have to make up the pace with eliminations.
Do we think there's a chance this team goes back to contest Peterbot like they said they were going to?
Go back to history, right, with Acorn and what he's been able to kind of restructure and bounce back, but there's other trios that have never done that, right?
The team's got 8 points in 5 games if they don't do well here.
To go ahead and kind of dig deep and find that moment for yourself. But again, so many new trios are here, a lot of new opportunity. Let's just go ahead and lock in for this little battle right now. Polis, Jackson, Zach, finally looking to initiate here onto Cyrus, Zyre, and Naps. Okay, so Cyrus' team here putting some points on the board now, finally catching their momentum, right? A little streak for themselves here coming into game number 5, and for once they have to drop to themselves, but it's going to be short-lived as Noah W plays his team, starts to rotate in. They find Polis disengaging on the outskirts here. I expect a full collapse here shortly.
Especially since he is going to be a solo. I for a second thought his teammates were on top of the Brutal Boxcars mountain, but nope, he's just by himself. And there's a lot.
We have a chance to win. An absurd comeback, bro. Very rough day 1.
In this game. As you jump on board, Noah, Chaos, Kaz is not staying as long as they would over towards the black market this time around. They're just going to get their loot and get on out. Muzz, Rise, Yapko, quick to get their early elimination onto 1 and push the team out. And this is where I'm saying everything kind of speed up here in the 5th game of the day.
Time is flying by as well.
Lance, Curry?
These rounds are.
Oh, you mean why is the broadcast not in person? It's just way too expensive, man.
Rise, though. Look at their points right now. Just
the broadcast in person looks sick, don't get me wrong, but it's very pricey.
Trailing out
paying the whole caster team to go and to live in Copenhagen for like weeks at a time, or like even a week, is just really hard, man.
Second and first place back to back against the likes of CLIX's trios. So love to see these stories just start to come full circle, but it also shows
apparently she didn't do very well, man. Apparently Tomato and Asia did really rough
on the standings with 2 big games. So do not count these trios out for games 5 and 6. Anything can still occur here.
It's her first grand, and she got through last chance, so I imagine her drop situation is not too hard.
Drop spots will change up overall. I've already seen some throughout the day on NA, as it does look like
another north zone. Nah, this one could pull south. We got Kappa in zone 1. That means it could come south.
Just rotating right towards the Kappa factory. Very, very similar strategy they did in that last game to get some early surge.
Gotta appreciate these early surge strategies. However,
I think the best we're gonna get here is Essential Zone. Though. I don't think we're getting to South Zone. That's for
I was
sure.
gonna say it's like playing chicken. Like who's gonna jump first? King jumps first there. I'm not even sure Kanata saw him, but after the rock broke, clearly Kanata's looking to dive in now. It's just straight jokes when you really think.
Yeah, this might be a seaport zone. Come on, Kanata. Come on.
Sorry for him, but it's only gonna be a
World
knock.
against us. See what we can do.
His teammate, solo player, still down low at the POI. They dropped at. He's trying to pickaxe. Doesn't necessarily, I don't think it works the same with the med mist. I think it's just the water sprites for the most part. But you're seeing everybody just trying to get as many tricks underneath their sleeve. Storm Surge, it kind of frees up your game plan. You can continue to stay in your surge tower. You can rotate early while every other team has to stagger themselves back. It gives you a lot of options as they look across. Phenom trying to dodge the initial fight at the bridge, but the fight comes to him. He goes down regardless.
Give me a Demon Dojo zone. No, no.
Yeah.
Don't you dare put this evil in here.
Right there, and Eulogy, Yusuf left to contemplate their decisions, and no, Yusuf taken out as well. So
Yeah, this skin is
Eulogy
mad
just
popular.
Completely doubling back now here, kind of giving up the positioning. Player along the outskirts. Probably not even going to have an opportunity to play for those cards either. It's given the way the zone's going to be, but it seems like he's just going to go ahead and chance it here. Jacob is just going to hang out, see if he can pick up those cards in a couple minutes.
Yeah. Luckily for him, we might have another north zone. You already see it on the edge, pulling
Yeah.
up towards the north, pulling towards
Oh,
the
it actually
west
is.
just a
Lone Wolf's
little bit.
in, bro.
And
Lone
so
Wolf
for
fully in
him,
zone
he just hope
2.
A lot of those teams that, particularly the one that got the eliminations, continues to rotate towards the north along with the zone. That'll allow him to go back into the zone, get the reboot back up, and depending on how far it pulls, his teammate will be able to get a little bit of a chance to let up. Syra is taking on Polus. We saw Polus was a solo, so that team.
Bro, they
is
have
out of
such
the game here
insane
in game
sight
number
lines.
5. They got
Holy.
one more last chance on the day, and hopefully they can make some minor adjustments with the time that they have at their hands.
You can see while we're chilling in the early game, go check out
I know,
that shot.
Taco. Sorry, I saw your message,
Sick
Taco.
merch.
Yeah.
They're starting
It's not
to
too bad. My
purge
brother
the
takes
FNC
over.
as
So I'm going to be
pro-am
watching
coming
West,
up.
and then
So much
after West, I
exciting
might
stuff
play for a
happening
bit if I
here.
have a bit of energy. We'll see. And then I'm going to hand it to my brother. He's going to do OCE and then fight bad, and then I come back for EU.
Gotta respect the competitors, giving us an amazing
And then I do
set
EU
of
Central and
first
West all
games.
tomorrow again as well.
And things are
Who do you
just
got?
heating up.
And then I'm
Things
going
are
away for
just
3
getting
days.
Interesting
So
now,
chat, this
Jacob,
week again,
because
for any of you guys who are
we have
confused,
this
so
tie,
there is,
right?
they put a reload
3-10
cup on, which I won't be live
PETERBOT,
for, but then the
Ritual,
solo
Cold,
cash cup finals,
CLIX
Merritt's going to take
Jones.
over on my stream. I booked this vacation with my wife a while ago when there was no tournaments in.
7 eliminations.
I want a few days off before the new
finals
season, so.
This season. And you can see that's on a
So solo finals will be streamed on my channel.
Because game 1 they have
It
6.
will not be me.
Game 3 they have 7. Last game they have 7. The only game they have at that average or more is game 2, where they actually were.
You guys
able
get
to
the
pull off
POV
that victory
live.
royale, and you're seeing how the change of pace is really affecting a team like this, rightfully so. The most aggressive team, I feel like, in the history of the game, particularly the FNCS. And when you kind of force them to slow things down, really think about their moves, sometimes it just gives your opponents a little bit more time to work with and kind of formulate a strategy to fight back.
Whoop.
Just to go down.
Whoa, we're
history
getting
lane,
Cade.
I think the most aggressive team in all history.
Ooh.
MMB.
Ah, you got it.
You know. All right, I'm just gonna just put it out there. Peter
MMB.
but the trio goats, MMB all day. But Tony,
I don't know. I'm thinking teams like Thomas and Wavy Jacob on West. It depends.
Active right now. A little bit of a kind of messy fight here for the teams here, but Brutal Boxcars has just been this all day long. You know, starting off, Tony's team was
I don't know
doing
about
so
that.
well, maintaining kind of their top 5 position, and it just seems like that strategy not sustainable for them. As it's kind of like
You're saying it's a
digested its
VR
way
motion?
down into just again.
Peterbot and CLIX, yeah, Peterbot and CLIX the tight chat.
And it almost
Going to
surprises
this
me
game 5
because
here.
of the buff, so to say, to pump power, where they're landing at, the extra gold, the dill bits, you can see the extra splashes, and the mythic AR that they no longer have because they just lost it in Creon.
Yeah, resnacking
I would
Fabs are
expect
mad
them to kind of be
aggressive.
following suit to the
Reverse
meta,
Date Mero
you know,
are up there too.
using the extra heals that they know they can get from the black market to try to get surge, but they're staying true to what they
MMB
know,
just got
playing
mad
aggressive.
kills in endgame.
Unfortunately enough, though, it did cost them in this game, giving up not only that mythic collateral AR, they gave up
Yeah,
some
Rezo Nova
splashes, they
deal's
gave
another good
hope
shout too.
to Josh Causers and Magma.
Yeah, definitely, and they're just gonna move on out. So everyone here just somewhat disengaging, but another team rotating
Bro.
in. So we'll catch up with
These
that fight in
towers,
a
man.
second. For now, though, we just catch up. Let's catch up with Curly, Ree, and Coop here. they have just found themselves.
Thank you, Sectrix, the Brian 51. Thank you, bro.
Multiple end games, and time again, they've played this so well. Last game, though, you just couldn't expect Muzz's trio. Kelly.
Swizzy and Smokey were mad aggro on Asia, were they? Oh, we're coming back towards the east.
No one looked up.
Yes, we still have a chance for a Magic Monsters game. Come on.
Right? It makes you wonder.
There's still a chance for a Magic Monsters zone.
Had so much time up there by themselves.
Yeah, it's just. I think the chaos of the zone pulling towards the north, a lot of teams expending their materials, and then Storm Surge on top of that. Kind of forcing everybody to go box to box.
Ooh, Pete taking a fight here. Wait, an aggressive fight from Pete.
Land some shots on Evidence.
Pete's
and
bit weak.
Over towards Crime City.
Gets JoJo though.
Where they can start to feel a little bit more confident, and that's going to show as PETERBOT gets the first drop onto JoJo Fishy. Pike's trying to disengage, but Cold hot on his tail. And immediately as he runs away, they backtrack to try to 3v1 the last solo that's here, which is a Yoxi. Luckily for him, his teammate's going to get a chance regardless of what happens.
Come on, Pete. Come on, Cold. Actually, Cold's been playing really well today. I'm interested to see the stats at the end of today.
Very reminiscent of Major 1 type aggression right now, taking these fights.
Nice, Cold.
Wrapping them up, getting the damage this way.
See,
nice. Let's go, boys. Good stuff. See if CLIX can answer.
Going to be able to get out. It was just a wild thought in my imagination, but PETERBOT, he's getting back to his old form monster. He went and pushed him as a solo. He said, "You two handle this. I'll take charge on the other side." And this is after already getting this elimination on the JoJo Fishy to open up the fight.
You see JoJo, like, he was just so many steps behind. PETERBOT already.
Yeah, Richard's been doing well today, man. Last alive pretty much all of their games.
Kind of building. My gosh. This shows you how sharp he is. Updating the look on the standings here in real time. Ritual, Cold, and PETERBOT set of eliminations thrust them way up. 4 points for Elim really does start to come into effect, especially later into the tournament when teams start to slow down, really think about their positioning, and almost, you know, harbor the fact that they are in the standings, in the race for a win. It's always those adjustments in the strategy that can end up backfiring. But a team like Ritual, Cold, and PETERBOT, they've already qualified for globals. They are just playing differently, and they're going to continue to play better because they don't have those pressures, right? That's my one concern about CLIX, Yamzo, and Higgs.
Yeah, and I know I said it last game about Kanada's team. Well, after game number 4, there's a new team in first in terms of distance traveled on the map, and that's Cold, PETERBOT, and Ritual. It's not a large number distance.
Nah, no multiply tomorrow, chat.
Between them and Kanada's team.
Exactly. GA.
Even though they do land closely towards the north side of the zone, they're still
rotating around, kind of back. No, it's not really.
So that
no.
we don't end up
no, it's not. Real box cars is about to not be in. Oh, hell no.
And really out of options. See the Brutal Box cars just at the edge of the mountain. That's where Bucky, Cam, and Oak is going to position themselves at. It's kind of separated though. You see,
nice loadout for Okus. Oh my god.
He's gonna be the one.
I prefer the multiplier. Yeah, 1.5 though. 2's too much.
Teams with that thermal scope.
I was gonna say, I don't know why they're down here. We all know they need to start heading towards Magic Mosses. This mountain is only gonna be briefly lived. Visual Braids and Diminish. A little bit of an exchange here at the Brutal. Seems like Muzz's team has managed to rotate ahead. Already cutting off these late trios.
This shit rigged, bro. What the fuck happened? Every single zone only. Yeah, it's crazy money. This is the zone so far, money. This is EU and NA zone. So EU's yellow, NA's red.
Remember, we saw Bucky, Okus, and Cam.
It's been a weird day, man. It's been a weird day.
Brutal. A team Visual Braids and Diminish could
and we're going northeast again. Oh my god.
And so they got to start assessing the situation. They look at all these structures built from small boxes to surge bases, and they're just trying to formulate a strategy of how are we going to rotate into this mess. Going towards the mountain might not be our best play, so I can see a team like them rotating to the north and then going.
Ooh, Pete's got the collateral, which means they have their surge up.
Here's a team that hasn't moved from their drop. Still PETERBOT, Ritual, and Cold. Oh, for a second I thought we jumped in with CLIX. I'm tripping. PETERBOT, Ritual, and Cold at the Lone Wolf layer. I was like, hold up. Got a little too comfortable with the team that's normally here.
PETERBOT's had the most damage dealt in his last 4 FNCS finals. Damn.
PETERBOT has had the most damage dealt in his last 4 FNCS finals.
That's insane.
Everyone essentially on the region, really showing you just how much of a force, how much of a juggernaut he is. I would say though, this finals so far, right after these first 4 games. Ritual and Cold really have been the center force of this team's dynamic, of the team's success.
Uh-oh. Ooh, did they get it? I thought it was just barely hanging on with the Medmis smoke. 20 is going to go down. Liam and Broken from one fight. They're already getting pursued by Visuals, Braids, and a Minish. Looking this has a chance of some easy surge, as Broken is going to be on the other side.
Who had the most damage in Chat 5 Season 1? Was it
Cold?
Cold?
Right here. They don't want to get too antsy because remember, this is all.
How did you go say? Really good, man. He was really exciting.
So really just trying to take their time. They have the gold splashes, extra pickaxe swing. They see Liam on the other side. Now it's a decision of how they're going to try to 3v1. They do have an opportunity here. Liam tries to break his way down, skirts his way through these boxes.
Was it all CLIX? Chapter 5 Season 1, it probably would have been CLIX, but that sniper, bro, he was fucking aimbotting. That's fair, yeah. I forgot that was sniper season.
I gotta say,
yeah, CLIX was different with that thing, man.
Honestly, very much consistent. We haven't had a dull moment yet. So many teams looking to engage on one another. PETERBOT mixing up the strategy here, really bringing us.
We're actually going to dojo, man.
Play style right now, and
if it pulls west, man, I swear to God.
Very, very interesting to watch how again.
So excited to watch the EU sport. Yeah, man, it's gonna be good. If Malibu doesn't stumble, my EU Preds are like really solid. My NA Preds are looking a bit poo, but we'll see. We'll wait till the last game.
Re-engaging now onto the team, but Visuals with the side jump here. Both sides still knowing that they punished each other, though. The confidence is there. It's gonna come down to one huge shot. Braids, though, it's tagged in the exchange, and a beautiful piece right there onto Broken. Gonna put them in the lead now. 700 damage above from 200 to 7. They're very much comfortable now.
And they can focus primarily on those rotations. You saw the battle that they're going to have to go through as it literally goes over a magic monster.
Sorry, chat, just organize this thing real quick with my mom.
Not deja vu or a rerun. It's just where we like to see our competitors try to frantically find their way in. 681 for Reek, Cooper, and Curly. Not much distance for them to cover from Flooded Fogs to where they're at now, but instead of going deep into the zone, they're going to find themselves onto the edge and kind of box up and make space, seeing if they can spot out some other teams in the distance, but they get spotted out first.
Hope Mally stumbles first 2 games, keep it spicy, extra fun, kind of like globals.
Back and forth, nothing connect.
Having Pete stumble at globals to kind of like make that Queasy versus Pete race was so much better.
Servers could be working on its own personal record for the amount of Magic Moss's end games in
bro, it's going west.
On a finals day.
This is actually insane.
We are.
Oh my good lord! I love that the casters are calling it out too. We're not trying to pretend this isn't happening. This is great. I love that everyone's on board with just like pointing out how fucking dumb this is. What's up, Tops?
Pass the pump power. Love the double splash here to make sure they're capped off, but someone's lurking behind and finds a couple cheeky tags there before they get on the move. Meanwhile, Phenom Ocean. Oh no, below the surge here. Bryce is barely handing on as well. G Monster falls there. They just get themselves above the threshold here.
Damn.
Talk about an unfortunate turn of events.
Was he hating on West? True. Nah, I'm watching West tonight.
Storm, so they really don't have much to work with.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're gonna take a long rotation around, but since it is pulling,
Reeks with the Prime?
teams will end up stacked on the south side, so they're kind of relying on the fact that they're hoping the north side.
Dude, this is getting insane.
Less congestion.
Yeah, it's got to be a bug, man. This has to be a bug. The chances of this happening statistically have to be so unbelievably low.
Because you look across, you see the only other team threatening that position, but they have their eyes on them. That's a team they're going to be looking at from zone to zone, depending on where it pulls.
I'm getting there, Tops. I still got like a lingering bit of like a cough and a bit of a sniffly nose, man, but I feel so much better.
Yeah, the team I would be most concerned with is definitely that Muzz, Japcon, Rise trio right there. We've already saw that they have the ability to
this is the zone so far.
Even from some of the best on the region.
Dollar. Yellow's EU, Red's NA. And there's another one here. We have to add the next one that's here right now. So 4 or 5. We finished the Magic Mosses.
And not only that,
just go northeast for some memes. Don't go south. Don't go south.
Playbook here.
Oh my fucking god.
Very perfectly as far as their position is concerned. Causers kicking things off with a kneecapper. Opening up a nice little elimination.
These games before!
Beautiful shots by Causers. Remember,
we're in a fucking loop, chat. It's a simulation. We're stuck in a loop.
Get these extra splashes. That's how he was able to get the mythic collateral AR. But since they were so congested over at Brutal Boxcars, you see they weren't really allowed a lot of opportunities.
I did not think that Tal's going to use that soundboard this weekend. I'm not going to lie. Did not see this coming, but kind of perfect.
Pressure on him as a solo. As you see where it's going to pull all the way on over towards the east. So a good portion of the lobby getting a medium-sized pull, but there are some players that did get that max.
Oh, Acorn maybe making something out of it. Come on, Poyo. Come on, Poyo. I need the comeback here. Poyo, I need you to somehow finish top 3 for these last 2 games for 100 gifted. My 100 gifted got sold by the zones. Nice. Nice.
It's actually Acorn who sets up the break. So they had the information downloaded because Acorn was under the
Oh,
base.
5 of them's to ages.
And now we're going to be looking to rotate across here. Splash comes out. Time to commit here now. And there they go. High ground is there.
Nice. Let's go, Acorn.
Information play right there.
That was perfect for them, and now they're
well, the 2 teams at Mosses are con dandy, so we can give a bit of a break to the teams at Mosses for not doing great with these zones, because they are literally cons.
And go to work yet again. Ager's precision is his specialty, and he took no damage while at it.
I'm sorry, outside. Sorry, bro.
High ground, it's just a waiting game, see where the zone pulls, but for down below,
Why do you keep watching the same replay? Yeah, I don't know, man.
They become the focus, shots breaking
Oh,
through.
Reed needs to make this count, though. Reed has to make these games count. He's done really well, 253 so far, but how are we only 3 above?
Figure out a way to work, and they have to figure it out now because they've just fallen below.
The metal being the big difference for them right there, keeping them in the game here, but 28 above.
28 above.
Holding on here. A slither of hope in a dream right now. This is the worst we've seen Curly, Reed, and Coop right now as we're approaching into this.
Sorry, chat. I just want to do it before I forget.
Here, and they're right amongst the congestion, trying to decide which way to go here and now. Where layers are available, barely any, but nice little find for some loot there. And still, though,
to the kill. Let's go.
Starting to kick in here as they're trying to just kind of regather.
Yeah, you did, Cade. You did, bro. You did.
Little fight just
Oh,
cost
no.
them so
Donnie's
much
in a rough
material
spot,
usage
bro.
there.
Yo, what
Meanwhile,
happened to all the trees, man? Where'd all the trees go?
Right now. And take a look at what they're doing, just putting down so much pressure. You would have thought Canal
Everyone's farmed or sprayed out all the trees, man. What the fuck?
There, but no force to kind of rotate back across now. So you get
Come on,
one,
Acorn. Come on,
you
son.
get to get taken by another there.
There's really nobody that's really positioned themselves on the front side of zone. High ground just
I'll look at tweets at the end of the game. Same as always. Just remind me. Just remind me.
Skittles Chimp, they're on that side as well, but they might not have the material to back it up. But on the low ground, 300 plus damage above.
They haven't shown clicks at all yet, so I hope he's looking good.
It's actually Cooper. Remember when they were getting focused? This is
Oh, nice. Oh, it's Bucky though. No.
Of it all. Cold, Peterbot, Ritual. They take down Cooper and leave them as a duo.
The big play right here. Peterbot, Ritual, and Cold haven't looked any better than this. Cat material, final moving zone starting to play out here. And we might be witnessing this team really look to separate themselves from the pack, but not before we get an update with CLIX's trio and see how they're doing. But first, Threats, Rapid, and Booga. A knock comes into Threats.
Acorn looking good though. Bolts Nada, come on, Bolts Kanata and Sphinx, come on, please get a good game, boys. Have we finally figured out how to play the North Zones? We've had enough practice now.
High up that they're not connected to any other builds, right? So this structure is going to become increasingly vulnerable as the zone starts to pull across.
Peace loadout looking good. Literally 5-5-5, by the way.
To maybe see if they like the odds.
Where's CLIX? There's CLIX. CLIX is down here, chat. Oh, yeah, we're showing him down the bottom right. He's over here.
Side of the zone, he almost gets lost from the rest of his teammate, but he's still figuring out a way back.
Oh, CLIX getting sprayed.
Until that moment, 50 shields
oh no.
Just like that, but the builds that he just had to expend in this situation.
CLIX gets out. Nice. We're out. We're out.
Still figures out a way back to his teammate. Meanwhile, Peterbot getting PC on the other side. Doesn't matter who crosses his path. He's ready to take him down.
Yeah, critical moment right now for all the
Come on, we haven't seen like Pete. We haven't seen full Pete this grands. I'm not gonna lie. Come on. We got 2 games for it to happen. I asked for it last game and then cursed the shit out of him.
Meanwhile, everyone else is doing the dirty work for you. CLIX's team in a box fight here down to the low ground.
It's been a long time since we've gone through 6 games of grands without Pete really like having a highlight moment.
Are cooking up, and finally now they get that elimination that they were looking for down there. Peterbot, Ritual, and Cold though cooking on the mid-ground layer, starting to work their way up towards height. They are
Oh, Pete's elevating. Pete's elevating. This could be Pete versus Poyo.
He is inching his way up. He's got plenty of mass to play
Ooh,
with.
Pete versus Poyo maybe.
Yep, he's already changed layers. Didn't go for the high ground just yet, but now he's reassessing the situation.
Oh, we're going up. P versus Poyo.
Put the pressure down, and the battle's gonna begin.
Oh, we're up. We're up.
Going up.
Nice. Nice take. Beautiful take to the baseball bat. The replays can't even keep up, bro. Live spec can't even keep up with the movement. It's stuttering. All right, Acorn has to give it up. Oh, Acorn ages Poyo try and lurk. They're caught now. Oh, they're so dead. Oh, they got the heal grenade though. Ooh, wait. The heal grenade here is big. Wait, Pete's getting really distracted now. If someone else comes up for it. Do they have another one? Yo, Pete's rushing them. Ritual goes down though. No, Richie goes down. Who beams Richie? We didn't get to see who it was. Pete is fighting them, bro. Pete's actually fighting them. What the fuck? Pete. Bro, it's crazy even for you. What are we doing? Poyo retakes it. Damn. Acorn ages and Poyo with the cool, calm, collected height hold. Oh my god. Oh, the chop though. Pete solo. This is big for CLIX. Really big for CLIX.
Now he's the last man standing here. Rapid barely swifts away, and he misses the chance, the opportunity for the siphon. No max now, and it's all up to him.
Smart by Acorn.
We've seen him in these situations before. Starting the game off a little bit colder than we'd expect, but he's still hunting.
8 teams, 7 teams. Oh, nice. Chug 2. Siphon only 30 chug though.
Pick me up opportunities. He gets the chug and the siphon mats.
Notice he looks back, tries to see what else is there for me to go ahead and absorb.
Top 6 though, not bad. Nice.
Meanwhile, right below him, CLIX.
Oh wait, he can take down CLIX here. This is Yomzo Higgs chance to take down Pete though. This is first on a second on a first. Floppers? What? The flopper cancels. Wait, what? I think he tried to pick something up. I think he tried to pick up the mech and the flopper. Wait, what? No. Oh no. Damn. I'd have to see it in real time without the live spec delay, but that does feel like a Pete fumble. A very rare Pete fumble. I'd have to look at it back though. Come on, Higgs. Come on, CLIX. I want Poyo to win too, though. I want Muzz to win. It's all my favorite people, man. Miguel down. 2v1. Can Yapko do it, or does CLIX get back-to-back wins? Wait, is that back-to-back? No, Muzz won the last one. Not one. Muzz won the last one. Damn, CLIX with the double win, broski. Oh, shit. Damn, CLIX with the double win, bro.
Medkit, Foppers, medkit.
All right, chat, we'll make the giveaway. CLIX again. CLIX, CLIX.
Top 5. You're the only duo. Dead body above you. No. Two solos.
Here comes CLIX. Nice. I thought it was 2v2. Nice. The telepathy comms going crazy.
Wood. Build 200 builds.
Nice, good comms.
Nice. 1v1. 2v1. In zone. Let's go!
Crazy, bro.
We're fucking insane!
2 wins is so good, bro.
Good fucking shit, so good fucking shit, Higgs. Let's fucking go, bro. We played that fucking flawless, bro. Let's go, bro. I fucking like that.
Bro, the 0 delay haircut's going crazy. W. So chat, if you want some V-Bucks, type the word CLIX in chat. I'll call it in 10 seconds.
Are you kidding me? This is the craziest FNCS we've ever seen. Okay, it's up there. It's like top 5. I cannot believe the quality of games we're getting today. Are you?
It's been amazing, bro. It's been amazing.
Especially the fact that half of this is done by just duos, right? Oh.
Yeah, it's been messy, eh? All right, we'll call it there, chat. We haven't had like those straight trio clutches we've been expecting, eh? Thank you. Is it Javon? Javon, thanks for the 10 gifted, bro. Lewis, Frosty, Ruben, Flick, Sparksy, Reeks, Rexy, Jointy, Options, DX, Chelsea, Zacro. Thanks for subs, chat. Thank you so much.
These guys are on a legendary run.
This is insane. I mean, not just
Thank
the
you,
fact that
Aries.
CLIX, Higgs, and Iamzo currently in first place right now, almost at the end of day one.
Wait, let me check 20. Oh, wait, did I call the prediction? No, I didn't.
But also, all of these end games, Vivid, are
run it again?
mind-blowing. I couldn't have tried to predict the end games being this way in a million years, where we have all the big teams grabbing victory royales and CLIX grabbing.
Maybe I will have to make a video tonight.
All these different teams controlling high ground. And we have all of our big teams coming down to duos and solos. I don't know what is going on.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm.
Yeah, 20's cooking, bro. Every pub game, unranked match you load into this season, there is a purple lightning that strikes magic mosses. We should have known all this time. Well, I did update it during the middle of that endgame chat. This is how the zones currently stand. Red is NA, yellow is EU. Obviously, you know, I'm not exactly 100% spot on with the circle, but it's like within, like, you know, within the point where it fucking makes the point we're trying to make here. It's been a weird day, bro. It's been a weird day. That's so hard though, man, because like you want to give teams like CLIX their flowers, but it's like it feels so fucking bad for teams like fucking Canada. Like, what are you gonna do? But then they're playing so well in the end game, so it's like it's just shitty, man. I hate when there's zone bias like this.
Just kind of giving us
because you have to mention that it's gonna factor into teams that are getting zones, but you don't want to like just fucking say that they don't deserve to be doing well. You know, like it just fucking sucks, man.
Because they are absolutely.
Thank you, Rex. Thank you, Hibana.
So well right now.
And I love the little adjustments.
I'll check the leaderboard once they throw to the break, by the way, chat.
Trio that stays to the front side of zone, but from this point on, we can see, or not this point on, it's zone 12. But earlier on in that game, they stay kind of in the middle of zone right there, and I really do appreciate that the elevation.
Yo, what's up, Mr. Savage?
Weird, and I think that they
dude, how good are these zones, man? Oh, Fortnite Battle Royale is so good, man. Isn't it just great?
CLIX did go down, so again, love just these micro adjustments.
Bro, it must feel so good, like dedicating your life to a game.
7th, 8th. First,
getting triple con the night before grands out of nowhere and then copping not a single zone. Like, fuck, man. So jealous. I'm not even trying to do it. Sounds like I'm fucking hating on you, bro, man. I'm feeling for you so hard right now. Like,
a single game left to go, and of course,
I've said so many times, man, I couldn't be a Fortnite pro even if I somehow miraculously de-aged 20 years and gain the mechanics, but still, bro, I don't have the fucking mental for this shit. I don't know how you guys do it. This would actually drive me insane. Like, I couldn't do it. All right. We got CLIX, Higgs, and Iamzo in first, baby. 411. Popping the fuck off. Doing very, very well. 9 Elim win, 9 Elim second, 14 Elim win, 4 Elim 8th, 5 Elim 7th. I'm only seeing 2 4s in that history, by the way. We're breaking the curse, baby. It's time. Then we got Ritual Cold PETERBOT in second on 374. A little bit behind CLIX, but then decently far away from Rapid. Rapid Booger Threats in third. Then we have Reed Cooper Curly in fourth. Muzz, Yapcon Rise in fifth. Then Visuals, Aegis, Cynics, Shadow, and then Taki. So right now, as far as land goes, we currently have Reet, Rapid, and CLIX taking the 3 land spots up for grabs right now. Obviously, a lot of games to go, but... Hey, Kyle, did you work? I think it's 500 minutes solo. The last 3 games have been Iamzo team versus Muzz team. They actually locked in. Yeah, man. I think you stand here, Barter X. Bro, Fortnite sold my 100 gifted solo. These zones, man. South Zone last game. I mean, just... why not, you know? Why the fuck not? Just, you know, for a little bit of flavor. Put some, like, you know, a little bit of spice in there from Fortnite. You know, just change it up. Like, oh, you know? No? Did someone have the Middle East zones, chat? Someone was saying Middle East was like mad south. Someone have the Middle East zones? Who posted those? Comp report ME. Let me see. Let's see what the zones were like on Middle East. What the fuck? Yo, where the fuck were these zones for Savage? Or Acorn, for that matter. Like, yeah, wow. Okay, so is every region just mad bias? Are we like, what the fuck? It's just like the polar opposite. It's like they flipped it. They just mirrored the map. What is happening, man? Can we just get like a semi-decent spread? Surely. How long has CLIX's team been together? Since about halfway through last season. Tomorrow, please. Savage. I need to switch regions, bro. What's your ping in the Middle East, bro? It can't be that high, right? Like 70? It's not bad. It's doable. Get some exit lag. Oh, sorry. What's get some... Fuck. You must check. Get some Why you don't have a panel for your fucking exit lag thing, Savage? Lagster. Get some Lagster going, bro. Like, you'll be chilling. Could actually be mad ad for you, bro. It could be like a sick promo, you know?
So day number 2, we can come back stronger and look to claim one of 3 spots going to globals later this year. This last game, CLIX, Yamzo, Higgs got themselves yet another victory royale. They are almost 100 points ahead of 3rd place. Now, obviously, we talked about CLIX, Higgs, and Yamzo before we went to break. So
that's pretty solid, Savage. That's not bad, bro. It could be a sick ad, man.
Right, let's go ahead and focus in on PETERBOT, who is not letting go.
So, just to remind everyone of Major 1, we actually saw at the end of day 1, Ritual Cold and PETERBOT 90 points below first place, Agers, Acorn, and Poyo. And so, mathematically speaking, if we see another similar game from PETERBOT, Ritual, and Cold, they'll be in a better position than where they were in Major 1 after the end of day 1. Now, this is something that we've talked about for the last 2 years about PETERBOT especially, is that he is a day 2 player. Historically speaking, throughout all the majors, they have performed exponentially, or not exponentially, but they perform better in day 2. And now, with there not being a 1.5x multiplier for the points, like what we saw for Major 1,
wish there was a multiplier,
no
man.
longer going to have as big of an impact as we've seen last year. However,
even 20 gifted, my dude.
We've seen
is that we taking back our position?
Vivid that we know he can pull out.
Yeah, I'm taking back our position. W Cookie. Thanks for 20 gifted, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Flopper went off. Looks like he
121 this week. Thank you, dude.
Replacing the flopper in his inventory, so that one didn't go up.
Yeah, that flopper was weird.
Even got more from that one right there. But they did such a good job of
gas is crazy, Speedy. 1,131 subs, bro. And thank you for the chat.
Took it from Acorn.
The viewership we've been getting this whole season, this whole year has been absurd. Thank you guys. First time streaming grands on YouTube. We got like 10K on YouTube, 30K on Twitch. I love you guys. Thank you. That is absurd.
He tried to even push into the storm to 1v3 them to prevent that. Ultimately could not do it, but yeah, still good game.
Nanolite, Flopper, DreamHack, Anaheim 2020. Damn. Yo, Savage, like, remember that tournament? Like, someone won that, wasn't it? Like, who was it who won that? It was like a really good event. I feel like someone notable won that tournament.
But the recovery that we
can't remember.
From this trio, just like you were saying, Vivid,
Pat, do you guys remember who won that event? I don't.
Pulling back a little bit, healing up, and then going once again for the high ground.
Pamstu? Yeah, it was probably Pamstu. Pamstu, that sounds right.
It's not just what do you do right, but that when things go wrong for you, how do you handle it?
Hey, Jess, the TL for 17.
Handles it best.
Yeah, and we gotta give a quick shout out to Muzz, Yabco, and Rise, right? Because while that was all going on between those 2 trios, they looked up and they were like, "Hey, listen, we can
probably PETERBOT." Yeah, probably was Pete actually.
After games 1
Kanata rant. Yeah, I mean the fact they're not even waiting until game 6 shows you how bad it is, bro.
I want to talk about so many more trios, but unfortunately, time is out, which means we've got to go back aboard that battle bus.
So my yacht blows up. Boombo taken out, Cactus taken out 2 days before, only team to not play with Mythic Mars day 1 on all regions, and now there's an event in pubs that makes every zone pull mosses and my POI is blowing up next season. Who did I upset? Yo, who preyed on Kanata's downfall, man? God damn. That is actually insane. He's not even coping as well. All of those things are fully justified. All of those things have happened to Kanata in like the last year.
6 more
like fully justified.
And we're already in the final moments here. Jacob, who would have thought it'd play out
Who
in
did
this
I
way
upset?
now? CLIX having 40 points ahead of PETERBOT's trio is definitely making it interesting.
Yeah, and I saw on social media after that game that prophecy is what they're calling it, and will that be fulfilled here? It's the last game of the day, Monster. Let's jump right into it.
It's me!
I was talking about the prophecy because
I can hear
if you
me.
look at the EU leaderboards of who's on first place, if you look at the match history of CLIX, Higgs, and Yamzo,
was that me?
it is almost identical. They just need to go
I'm
through
back
this
on the
one
broadcast,
last
baby.
game of the day.
Yo, you don't you keep me out,
a lot
huh?
of jumps up to the top spots on that
I'm back,
leaderboard.
bitch.
We will not crown an FNC
Nah,
as
it's
champion
okay. I was not
today,
joking. Epic's
but the
been
goal is
amazing.
to get as close to the top as possible to give yourself an easier
I've been getting treated real good. I'm not gonna try and pretend.
We're basically 1 day away from one of the most iconic FNCSs that we have ever have, especially for this year. This is going to be one for the books here, but again, still many
Who's
games of
listening to me?
Fortnite left in front of us.
Is it Monster or Jacob? And why is it coming out of their phone?
Coop, he's already situated, jumping over to Noah W plays here in his draw spot.
Oh, Cam, sorry.
Kind of mixing things up, leaning back towards the Magic Mosses. This has been his
It's literally me,
bread
bro.
and butter. The Tick Fuse and Maniac also, of course, contesting them here. So this final game, they're looking to kind of play this one out, opting to disengage just ever so slightly.
Yeah, I think ever since that first couple of games where they are actually fighting it out off the spawn, both teams taking
Gonna be MDF? I think it's actually Jacob. I think Jacob watches me more.
Right out of the gates and give
I don't know, actually. Let me
honestly,
see.
a fighting chance. But it
Oh,
does look
Monster's
like
here
one
a lot,
team has
actually. Let's
priority
see.
over
Let's
that
find
black
out. Let's
market than the
play
other.
the odds here.
It's gonna be a little bit of extra.
Okay,
loot
5
there
days.
back on
5
the
days for
bridge fight.
Monster. But then
6
again,
out of
Monster's
6
been
games so
me and
far.
Monster know each other for way
These
longer.
two teams have been going at it with just floor loot right out of the gates.
21 days?
Yeah, this
That's
is
my
one that
fucking
is
goat, Jacob, right there. I love Monster
there are
too,
no
but
winners here other than
Jacob's the fucking goat, bro.
short-lived victories of your
oh, Jacob, you list? Oh, true, right? Actually, I'm dumb as fuck. Why would I not do that? Who was it? Let's see. Was it Jacob or was it Monster?
Are getting their clap back.
It's just Yusuf
My
by
fucking
himself
goat right
across
there.
two.
W, Jacob.
Last
That's
one
why we're
up,
watching
I
him for
think
NA West, bro. He's the
at least
fucking goat.
another knock. I do think I see an X
Chat,
in
watch
the
time of view.
mini-map,
Sorry,
so
chat. Watch time is an
3v1
offline only command. The
situation
view
here.
time works for mods, but sorry, only we can do that.
Wish it on
Sorry,
everybody,
chat. You go time
especially
offline and do
the
watch time.
last
Sorry,
game
sorry.
of the day, and
It
it's
just gets too
really gonna set the
spammy.
tone and the pace going into tomorrow, depending on how you approach the situation. But Yusuf going all in, and he gets sent all the way back down to the lobby.
Chat, why? Wait, can I watch this?
Things are
One
gonna
second. I
stay
just want to make sure I
close
can watch this
for
without getting
Phenom's
banned.
trio here
I
and
can.
now.
Chat.
They're just gonna have to
Sorry. Why is this the best I've ever seen? I open up Twitter, bitching about the fucking zones. This game's dog shit. I hate my life. Meanwhile, the next tweet I get, my man Archie. This is what it looks like when you quit competitive Fortnite. Just out there living his best fucking life. My man's doing fucking flaming limbos on a fucking island. Probably drunk as shit. Just partying. Like, dude, your life really begins when you quit competitive Fortnite, eh? Holy shit. Just could not be more of a difference between it.
On top of this Crime City
Archie's living his life, bro.
Of their surge at the top. This time switching a little bit of the roles. Ritual is going to be the leader of that one this time around. And you're seeing everybody sticking.
Probably
to the
blew me,
game plan.
probably, bro.
Or at
Probably.
least everybody that we know inside of the top 5 just sticking to the early storm surge strategy.
Just got to work on maxing out these materials here and then get straight back to fishing for tags, of course. CLIX, Sionzo, and Higgs. Even with, again, how great of a day they've had, those victory royales have not come for free by any means. They've all been battled from the low ground, right? These are
No pred. I did a pred.
impressive
Didn't I?
wins.
Yeah, I did a pred. Last game, chat. 6th and final game. Where are we going? I haven't looked at the zone yet. Please do not tell me. Zone 1. Okay, we can't tell much of Zone 1 yet. Zone 2, we have
On
to.
over into the distance towards Crime City.
Oh, Pete sneaking on the
Actually
Higgs.
sneaking
Wait
up.
a
This is second
second.
place on
This
first
is
place,
different.
Monster. Something I didn't
Yo,
expect,
Pete's putting on
and
a
they're both
show.
solos as of now. It is going to be Higgs.
Yo, Pete wants some
versus
content.
PETERBOT, but obviously Higgs' help is going to
CLIX and the Omzo is coming over, though. CLIX and the Omzo are coming over.
They're already there, but PETERBOT
Yo, is
with the
Pete
high
actually
ground,
full
trying to
fighting
take
this?
the
Oh,
upward approach,
shit.
jumping on top of CLIX, just doesn't land the
Yo,
shot,
all right,
but
well,
where
let's see who
is
handles the
his help?
pressure. Higgs
Where
goes
is his
down to cold.
reinforcements? They're too close
Higgs
behind,
goes
and
down
then
to
Zoe
cold.
naturally taking
PETERBOT
advantage of it.
taking
And
the
this is what
fight
happens when you get
straight
too
to him.
comfortable. PETERBOT here trying to
Oh,
really take
damn.
this game, this tournament, and put it into his own hands.
We got
You
it.
can
We
see
got a show on
Cole
our hands,
putting
man.
Shots in from the side as well. So
We're
the
40 points down. This could change
reinforcements
real
are
quick.
starting to
CLIX
arrive.
is now
CLIX
very
no
weak.
HP left for him. And let's not forget those other trios that have been also looking around for tags here are going to start focusing backwards
Oh,
now.
CLIX is
Here
running.
goes
Wait,
off the CLIX there.
wait, the
He's
Omzo has to
off,
hide
and
inside Lavish. Wait, the
PETERBOT
Omzo's just giving up. He's just giving up. He's sacrificing CLIX. CLIX has to 1v3, or he has to get a third party to get involved. Oh, no. Wait, Pete dropped the medallion to pull this off. Wait.
Frankie was right on EU. Are we not watching day 2
Oh,
already?
it danced on him
CLIX
too.
goes
Oh,
down,
hell
and
no.
they're letting him know.
Wait, I'm so confused. Wait, Pete dropped the medallion so they had no idea he was coming. This is the one game where he hasn't ran the medallion. Would have given him such a false sense of security.
Toss me.
Damn. Dad, you can't call Pete weird for that, man. It's like perfect strategy. Second on the first, bro. Dad, you can't sit here complaining about surge trading and then get mad when second pushes first and just takes a super aggro fight. Chad, what do you mean it's cringe? Chad, what are we saying? Chad, I love CLIX. But how is this cringe? This should be everything you want. I mean, if you're obviously a hardcore CLIX fan, you want him to win this game more than anyone, like this tournament. Like, but can't say it's cringe. It sucks, but if you're a CLIX fan, it sucks. But you can't say it's cringe. It's fantastic strategy from Pete.
It's all good. Let him.
Why do it last season for the win? He tried to. What do you mean, Chad? Chad, what are you talking about? This is literally exactly what Pete tried to do last season. It just didn't work. He couldn't find them.
It's just a confidence move.
It's exactly what he tried to do.
I feel like
you're a Pete fan, bro? What, Chad, what are we smoking?
Talk about,
Chad, what? I'm a competitive Fortnite fan, bro. You want him to go out there and hug it out? Whoever hugs the hardest wins? What the fuck are we talking about, Chad?
PETERBOT cold and ritual territory over towards Crime City. There's a lot of scraps left behind because you got to think, Monster, how fast they actually made that rotation on over to Lone Wolf to take this fight. So in theory, there should be a lot of loot left behind for the rebooted players.
Oh, and we're clutching up. W.
Thinking, like, does he have
we got a chance to bring it back now.
Of course he should, given
Good clutch by Yomzo. Hell yeah.
Look at this. Cole just sitting there, though. They are thinking about camping the card.
Yeah, but they bought the card. Yeah, they already bought the card with the gold. Yeah.
You never know,
true.
right?
W card buy. Let's go. Hey,
just waiting there.
Buying the reboot cards. We knew it was going to have a big impact this season.
I think they figured
Definitely had a big impact here now. We can't camp the cards.
Back into it, probably going right back to the Crime City just to go ahead and investigate, see what's going on.
Nice.
Here.
Good clutch from CLIX here.
Yeah, I'm not sure the likelihood of them actually hearing the reboots this far away. But there's only so many places, if you're a Yomzo, you could run and actually try to backtrack in order to go ahead and try to get that reboot. And an uncontested POI, because you know exactly who took you down.
Good clutch by Yomzo.
First guesses here, but you're seeing a lot of the early game.
Hey, a south-ish zone. Let's go.
Down to just a chunk of HP. Reunites on with Yapko. The scanner goes down. Positions will be revealed in a few seconds, but it's the time they need to buy to let that be a possibility. And that happens. So Yapko is going to have an extra angle, building space towards the other side of that box. And make sure that when they do eventually fight or disengage out of this situation, they're healthy enough so they don't get taken down.
Oh, nice, Yapko. Let's go.
Globals, because they need these points and they can't afford to fall here in game 6 now on day number 1. So far, it's looking great for the Major 2 finals performance here for Japco, Rise, and Muzz. And Jacob, they have really been turning online after those first 2 games.
We got 5 teams out here, though.
It almost makes you wonder why they even broke up as a team to begin with, because this is almost like the same pace in Major 1.
I mean, you can chat. The emo's just like, you get mad about the emo, but there's no, getting under your enemy's skin is like one of the best things you can do, bro.
In that global championship spot qualification conversation.
To be fair, Pete danced on 4 people today as well, but
PETERBOT's been on the chase.
Sure, we can make it just about CLIX, why not?
Reboot. And now they seize Higgs.
Oh, we're chasing him. We're chasing him. Damn.
And they're just making sure that this team has
Are we giving up on Higgs again? Yeah, we're dodging. We're
intact.
Damn.
No way they just box up
He's
Higgs
hunting him.
Yeah,
because they know the reboot.
Anywhere, son. You're staying right here with us. And then they're letting Cold and Ritual come back.
Damn.
PETERBOT puts down Higgs before the backup even arrives. What is going on right now?
Pete making it spicy.
A clash of the biggest Titans.
Well, they made the spicy finish.
Right here and now in much different stakes on the line, right?
It's gonna be a spicy day 2, bro.
This trio's going to globals already. CLIX's trio has to keep fighting.
It's gonna be a spicy day 2, dude.
Need to earn it this time.
Chat.
Started this
The
game.
only reason to not like this is you're a CLIX dick rider. For the people calling everyone dick riders, if you just are either neutral or you like PETERBOT, obviously, it's insane. Why would we not want to see the 6 best players in the region right now going at it? This is fucking amazing. Why would anyone not want this? Can't call people weird for enjoying this.
It's only a 24-point difference going into the rest of this game as Cooper, Curly.
That's the only reason to not like it. Is if you're the opposite.
Has a different trajectory this time around.
If CLIX now turns around and fucking keys Crime City and shits on Pete, I'm gonna be fucking loving it.
And so they're gonna use that armor truck that they're able to get early on, along with those extra heals.
This is nothing but content.
As quick as possible and beat every single one of these teams on that rotation.
They're doing it though. Yomzo is doing it, man. Yomzo clutched up twice now. CLIX in again. Let's go.
You know, it's almost like PETERBOT is taunting them too, right? Because they could keep following them. They could take them down, but it's almost like, hey, how
come on, CLIX. See what we can do.
Right? Like, it's It's crazy.
It's good. Hey, we're back in. This is good. This is good.
Because there could be
We don't have much surge though. We'll have to fight for our surge, but I want to see him pull it off.
Intentional, like, yeah, let him get away.
We got a south zone now though. We got an actual
It's
south
almost what
zone.
it
Let's
feels
go.
like here in game 6. But you got to think about it.
Might be interested to see how Acorn's team does.
Down like that and set back. They're not earning surge. They're losing damage. Things are getting reset.
All right, P's playing the game out normal now.
They are definitely
See if
falling
CLIX can
behind
pull
right now.
themselves
This
back
is gonna
into the
be an
game.
extremely rough game in a couple of moments.
Yeah, but on the flip side, if they figure out a way to make it work, keep their first place position intact, almost begs to ask the
Now
question.
we'll see if CLIX returns the favor tomorrow. I would love to see CLIX's team start keying Pete at the train.
Last game of the day is.
Like I said, chat,
they know Crime City.
the buying the reboots, I'm expecting a team to use the buying reboots at the end of tomorrow on ERA NA to grief someone. If CLIX is in the lead coming into tomorrow, do like the double drop at Crime City, try and grief him, ruin the train, reboot. It's kind of harder when the teams are so close, but we'll see.
A chance to set up, a chance to kind of position themselves the way they want to.
CLIX too scared to keep Pete. We'll see, we'll see.
Move right now.
This strategy mostly works by catching them off guard though.
Happening over here.
Higgs just got caught unaware because of the medallion.
Surge bases set up. Almost business as usual for Acorn, Agers, and Boyer right now.
That's crazy. Top 7 in all of the last 11 NAF NCS finals.
In
Damn.
the last 11 NAF/NCS finals. Is that 3 years? 3 majors a year, give
Yeah.
or take?
Yeah.
Nah, that's
2
almost
years, 2
4
and a bit years.
of top 7.
What?
That
Oh, wait, yeah, sorry. Top 7. I'm doing the other way around. I'm doing the
rifle
7 number. Yeah, that's
consistency,
crazy.
one
3
of the
years
best
is nuts.
IGLs, surrounds himself with some of the best
The
players.
teams are
and
different,
brings
and it
out
say
the
was
best
Muzz. Do you
in
still,
those
Pete, would
players.
do
That's just
this?
a testament of the type of person he is.
What? Bro, no, Pete's targeting CLIX because CLIX is in first. Like, it's obviously targeted, but like, what? He's trying to kill CLIX, yes, because CLIX is beating him.
So very active game for the Young Bucks.
CLIX is his biggest threat, and he's acknowledged that.
215 points. You gotta give any team that has broken that 200.
Oh, who is this?
Tons of credit,
Nice.
but
Wait, Golden. Wait, Golden down. Are we clutching?
this is what we
No, we're not
expected.
clutching. Come on.
CLIX, Higgs, and
Nice.
Yamso being
Wait,
sent
heal
back
grenade. We're okay. We're
so
okay.
much. It's
What
gonna
is it? A
force
solo or a
them
duo?
into just,
Oh,
again,
third parties are
situations
circling
that
though, bro.
they
The third
haven't
parties
put
are
themselves in
circling.
today,
Come on,
given how
CLIX.
the
Come on.
zones have kind of played out in their favor. And somehow they luckily get
Oh,
a full
wid
reset here. And he managed to
Oh,
actually
can they get the double
save
res?
things.
Wait, the double res. Okay, wait, we're still in this. Did we get surge though?
Down right now. Like, I didn't even think that was going to be
Iomzo, I
possible. It
think,
was
has
like
most
it
their
was about to
surge because he
be
hasn't been
over.
rebooted yet.
Like another reboot was coming in.
But I don't know how much surge they have in general. Nice. Heal grenade 2. W. Nice.
All
right.
Trying to sneak up towards that mountain.
CLIX, Higgs, and Iomzo all have at least 10 of them. The only team to achieve that, W Trio can.
Ozone have to be very, very careful. They've been kind of separated, put into a shambles situation.
Come on, boys,
There's
come on.
Another team on top of that mountain as well. So I think CLIX, Iomzo, Higgs getting some storm surge that they need, damage for what's happened in the early portion of the game, and then just to disengage altogether, especially since where the
We
zone
might
is
have
kind of
extra loot
ending
inside
up, it
the
does look
black
like it is
market. Not the
gonna
black
go in their
market, sorry,
favor.
the vault. W reset. Nice. There's a bit of
Looking at
surge.
the
Let's
heals
go.
here as we're starting to assess this end game right now. Threats, Booga, Rapid, Seaport City, getting a little bit of love right now for the first time. Coming into the mid game right now, so no rush for this trio to make a move just yet.
I like that.
Just
Threats
playing
leads
this high
all
ground.
players for damage dealt.
W
Almost
threats.
6,800 damage.
Threats has crazy aim,
Even
bro.
with a lot of those north pools, I feel like that's been the key to their success in being able to accumulate that storm surge. When teams have to rotate time and time again, zone after zone, game after game, they're crossing through their paths. And they've conditioned a lot of the teams just south of Seaport City to either rotate
Hey, Brian
through
with the
us so they
Brian?
get surge tags or go somewhere else.
Acorn full up.
altogether.
Really, really bad zones today, man.
Already on the move right
Best
now.
match yet. I mean, it's a spicy one, bro.
Is their final
Content.
kind of stretch here to start getting situated.
Okay, I mean, we're 2-3-2. This is right after the last fight because he's got a longer delay in the broadcast.
Not trying to get caught out by
He looking real healthy, though.
Likely on the hunt
He's
for
got the
him right
medallion
now.
again now, though. So,
Robots
dude,
gain
how did they just drop the medallion? Like, okay,
There's only so many places
did
you could
Ritual
be.
hold on to the medallion or something? I swear none of them had it. Did they
Kinda like
leave
a
it somewhere and
rhino,
then
you know,
go
you just
back
don't
for it and
move,
just
you
no
can't
one
be
took
seen.
it? Because that's
Manages
crazy.
Just to kind of escape here. Oh no! But the teammate ain't looking too good. He's
Ritual had it.
a
Okay, he
little
gave
too
it to
close
Richie, and then
the
Richie
fire.
stayed far away. That is insane confidence from Pete and Cole to duo push Iomzo, Higgs, and
Just
CLIX.
take them far away. I'll get our other duos reboot. We'll
Whoa.
get back in the game and we'll come back for your card as PETERBOT quickly shuts him down in a 1v1 situation, replenishes the materials.
I wonder if Pete didn't want to wear the actual like CLIX icon skin, because then if they check friends list, it'd be like obvious he was doing some weird shit, you know?
Really
He wore like the sparks, he wore like the spark plugs. There's like a chance it was just like, yeah, I just want to wear the skin, you know? I'm not pushing you. Think you Patty with a prime for 10?
Right out of the element, but come game 6, puts it all on the line, starts to really make a case for the evening here. And now we're just seeing a different type of stride.
Did they find extra loot inside? Like, oh, here we go. Let's go. Nice.
I mean, Higgs is fucking cooking. Go. Yeah.
That loot's not too bad. Nice, nice.
Sphinx, Bolts, and Kanata, though, sitting 800 damage above the surge right here. No pressure in sight for this trio right now.
Spicy last game, man.
I honestly think it's very, very important for both Sphinx.
Yeah, because if you drop the medallion, you would notice that on the map and you'd think like, oh shit, why are they dropping the medallion? But having like Ritual hold it far away is just... Oh, here we go, here we go. Come on, CLIX. Oh, Shadow Curve Tyler a week too. 109 above. We've actually clutching. We're clutching.
So they have to try to figure out a way to make it work, because Higgs, CLIX, and Yamzo in a very, very similar and dire situation. You see the low amount of
only one mini for Higgs though.
Overall. That's
nice.
That's Curve and Tyler on the other
the
side.
baseball bats. Bro, the CLIX Classic. They love the baseball bat.
Everybody dispersing.
Yo, how are they not get a knock there? They're all so weak.
For CLIX, Yamzo, and Higgs, they have not been able to pick up a knock or an elimination just yet.
I was gonna say,
161 above. They need a big refresh, man.
It's so unfortunate that they didn't get to finish it.
Triple beam. Nice.
They absolutely needed a refresh right there, and now CLIX is the only one with a little bit of extra material here. They're gonna have to go ahead and play this.
They need this bad. They need a refresh, bro. They need a refresh so bad. What the fuck is going on here?
Off the structure here.
Who are they fighting? Vert, Taki, and Ishu.
Setback again. This is all off of the fact that they were pushed by PETERBOT out of their drop spot early on.
Oh, Pete though. Pete's struggling. Maybe this messed up Pete.
Best case scenario right now is this team falls here.
This change in strategy could have messed Pete up. Oh, he's deep in the half though. What the hell?
At the front side of Storm right now.
Ooh, if they have a heal grenade, they're chilling. CLIX getting in again. CLIX goes down. No.
Uh-oh. Disaster strikes.
Oh, and he gets finished too. Shadow Curve and Tyler won't go down without a fight, man.
Situation because of the start that you were talking about. But now they find themselves in a 3v2. CLIX is down. They don't really have any.
Yamzo goes down too, man. Damage is done by Pete. Pete's kneecapped them. This is his chance to overtake now.
The threshold is the only real blessing that they do have on their side for Higgs. Having no HP to regain, he's going to need a miracle as he spots threats running out. He's trying to follow suit and goes down. No eliminations, no placement points, 0-point game to end the day. And on the flip side,
Ritual Cole Peter jumped up to 394. They've jumped up.
Placement to tie it up. They're at 7.
Logan?
Damn. I was just gonna say, they've been doing the exact opposite this game, racking up elim after elim. They kind of found their mojo.
Rough finish, but CLIX will be ready for it tomorrow, I guess. We might see some spicy mid-game fights tomorrow.
Interesting end game as well.
Is that enough to lose first? Yeah, Pete will probably overtake now.
So a complete turn of events right now. The entire script just getting tossed out the window.
Man, we're saying that Pete hasn't been playing the best today, like not to Pete's usual standards, but he's still got the confidence apparently.
North zone anymore. And well, now we don't have a north zone, so it's one of those situations you gotta be careful what you wish for, because now we're on the mountain.
I know it's always not what we're looking for, especially if you're a CLIX fan, but at least a fantastic finish for the land spot, man. Pete, CLIX is still now over 100 points clear of land qualification, so
threats cannot get to them.
We'll see how tomorrow shakes up, though. This is going to disrupt the script a bit. They should save that play for tomorrow. I mean, forcing a team to get a 0-point game in a 12 format is still good, man. And if CLIX wants to start aggressively pushing Pete tomorrow, I feel like Pete would love that, man. We'd have to see, but... Chat, CLIX was on a 5-minute delay. Please don't start staying stream sniping. That would be... Chat, please. Again, I know you guys have favorites. I know speaking logic right now is not going to go too well. CLIX has a longer delay than the broadcast right now. With muted comms. Like, please don't claim stream sniping, though, because then we're just, like, saying shit for the sake of it.
And they're honestly only 21 points behind third place. which ironically enough was Rapid, Booga, and Threats for Reek.
Ooh, Acorn. We got a South Zone here. We got a Mars Meadow Zone, and Acorn Surge isn't that good. What happened here?
Acorn Pollo just taking the side of the mountain.
Oh, Booga went down early too. Ritual Cold and Peterbot. We're over 100 points clear of the next highest point team alive. Big. That's really big.
We'll be able to see them due to that line of sight and just hope, cross their fingers that the zone pulls onto their side of that mountain.
I was gonna say, do keep in mind again, this is the first full kind of.
Bucky might have a good game here. Hopefully Bucky has a good game. Muzz struggling now though.
Kind of end game playing out here, and look at
Muzz.
It's a different story too. Look at the damage threshold put onto Muzz, Rise, and Jab Code. So much pressure here for them to perform right now. They see a team rotating dead side. They start to trickle in and try to tail behind them. Muzz though.
Oh, unlucky for Muzz.
Conscious of the fact that there might be a team above them. Someone. Oh, is that Rise's body? Yeah, unfortunately gets eliminated right here. He's just gonna have to pick up what he can here. And this is just all looking bad right now. They don't even have time to really set up, trying to fish for damage at all.
Just disaster, because you don't even go down. That's what we
Why
saw
does it look like stretch res? Oh, never mind. Nice, Yapko. Good beams. Come on. I want to see Kanata, Acorn, and Bucky have a good game here. Come on.
The minis that he did have in his inventory. And now they're just staggering themselves back. They're going to be.
Oh, we need a good game here.
To kind of use what little bit of elevation they have, survey the land, and then rotate in towards the zone. But they got to be careful because they're rotating right into Peterbot, Cold, and Ritual. We spotted them out for a near moment, but right now they have their plans set in stone, trying to figure out what else is going to kind of get thrown their way. Where this next zone pulls is going to be important. If it pulls towards the west, yet again, we're going up the mountains. Anywhere else would be a saving grace for the majority of the lobby.
And you can see Peterbot gave that information to Cole.
Come on.
He was looking back for that team that was
Hoyo on high ground. Nice. Hoyo got a chance to have a good game here.
Escapes away on high ground.
So P needs to overtake 4-11 to be in first.
One champions, Boyo, Adras, Acorn have this under situation.
Will they beam someone here? Oh, Chimp gets fried.
Now, take a look at the quick
The irony of Acorn beaming off the Acorn jump.
Up for the high ground positioning now. Low ground being played perfectly right now to Peterbot, Cold, and Ritual's success here. They're the first to get there.
He's already at 4-11 now. Okay.
Kind of building this catacomb out now.
All right, P was started a bit slow today. Looks like we're finishing strong.
With those 7 eliminations and the 3 teams worth of placement, Cold, Ritual, Peterbot are now at the top of the mountain. Not literally, because you see them all the way on the low ground. The zone did pull towards the west, so they got to make their way up the mountain regardless. Cold goes for an elimination and instantly becomes
300 above.
The lobby.
I want to see how Bucky's looking. Where's Bucky? Where's Kanata? They need big games here, man. I need to see some good games on South Zones for them so I can have some hope for tomorrow. Yo, Cooper, Curly, and Ree. We're below here on the South Zone, but we are alive. We're in at least.
Still 135. Even with more, they're still below the damage threshold by 71.
You gotta give a ton of respect right now to Coop's decision making, reading the zone perfectly.
Cooper's been IGLing well, man. Got to give credit where credit's due.
To go out and even fish for this type of damage right now. However, they're still below.
Still below though. Nice. Nice, Coop.
Quick piece up right there, but no, he missed the
nice,
shot.
Coop. They're gonna get the finish on the body too. There we go. Nice. Yo, scrappy zone, man. We're all getting stuck on the mountain. Ritual goes down. Rishi going down first for the first time. Pete and Cole's chance to do a clutch for him now.
Peterbot really leading the charge, waiting for Cole to reunite, recharge a lot of that sprint. So that way when they make that final run, it's a lot easier, but the flank comes in. Peterbot with a good shot, quickly binds his way on out. 50 HP, now the zone is on their tails. From one fight to the next, now it's up against the B.
Right back P with the movement. Oh my god, P takes him down, but wait a second. Cold goes down too. Peterbot with a solo clutch.
Just so clean with it right there. The sliding shotgun shot.
Bro, Pete's just like riding the wave, man. He's just
too smooth for him right now.
Dude, he just loves taking early fights, man. Why is Pete like just showing up so big on the game where it's like comes like down to taking down CLIX?
One big pickup. This is what Peterbot does best. And he is just racking up points here.
459, they're pushing forward.
To set him up for a successful day 2. Nice little map find here. Go ahead and buy him a little bit more room.
Yep, building that.
Where's Bucky though?
Now as he's going from team to team. trying to
Oh,
find
there's
these
Bucky.
opportunities,
Nice. Where's
floating
Bucky?
the backside
That's
of
be a
the
hard
zone.
1v3 for
And
Pete.
even when he sees one
Healthy
player
Bucky
run away,
Yokas cam is not a good
he keeps
1v3.
on moving to the next team as he's making his way up the mountain. Multiple chances here in front of PETERBOT, but without any builds. He needs to be precise.
He goes down.
Kanata takes him down.
Decent game. Good points. Not a great game if it wasn't for the point denial of the team above him. So this is good for teams below the leaderboard to come up, though.
Kind of had a bit of a struggle on the day here. But here's the team
Oh, Rico's down, though. Curly solo.
Another end game, a top 5 position for them. They're going to be happy about that one. Meanwhile, Visuals Embrace playing the med miss on the high ground. All of a sudden now, Bucky, Cam, and Okus have a chance to make something big happen here. It's up against Kanata, though.
Come on, Bucky. Come on, Bucky. Game 6 wins. Come on.
It's a full trio fight, but they're sandwiched, Jacob, in between multiple teams here.
South zone, and all of a sudden we have Kanata, Bucky, and Acorn all doing really well. Oh, but wait a second. Acorn did lose the hide. It was Braids. I thought they were still up here. Braids, Minished, and Visuals is a great zone for them. For the controller win. Come on, Bucky. Oh, they're not looking too healthy, though. Cam gets Taki, though.
As Cam gets another elimination onto Taki down below, and this is where the drop down is slowly but surely going to begin.
And you can see he's even willing to take the time.
I don't know who wins this, actually. They're getting sprayed out, though. Cam tried to take it. Oh, damage done. I think Braids wins this. 3v1v1. Nice. Oh, it's 3v2. Sorry, Kanata was still up. Oh, wait a second, though. Kanata gets mini shed. Can he get the finish for the points? Nice. 4 points. This would be an insane clutch from Kanata, though. Surely not. Wait, what's he got? Wait. Wait. Oh, shit. He might be able to win it. Wait a second. Wait. Wait, he can win this if he doesn't die. Wait, does he win? Wait, does Kanata win? Wait, he drops back to deny the siphon. What does Visuals have? What does Visuals have? Kanata's gonna get Visuals. He doesn't know where he is. He can't find the siphon. Visuals drops back. Well played by Visuals. 12 Elam second, though. 12 Elam second when they finally get a zone. W for Visuals, though, too. Nice. All right, chat. Only because people are going to spell their names wrong, we'll make it Braids with the Z. B-R-A-Y-D-Z for the V-Buck giveaway. Last one of the day, chat. Well, last one of Central. B-R-A-Y-D-Z.
But game 6 story, we can't lose track of it. Clearly, PETERBOT
Cannot almost pull off. He did.
Everyone in the lobby that he is here.
Yo, what a finish, man. I'm excited to see this leaderboard.
And put another notch on the belt. But take a look at the game.
I'm excited. Now, chat, we aren't ending as well, by the way. We're watching West. We still got West to come, man.
Swinging around the side in the final shotgun shot there.
West starts in 10 minutes, so we're jumping straight into West.
Just a visual. Braids in a minute. They managed to do it.
WR Central 20, though, man. Holy.
Interesting here for us, Jacob.
Yeah, they did a very good job. I almost thought it was over with that chug.
Thanks for all the love, chat. I appreciate y'all. I know shit's probably getting spicy on the timeline, but I'll try and keep it as drama-free as we can here, but I appreciate y'all. Thanks for the love. You guys are amazing. W. All right, 10 more seconds, chat. No, we ain't saving energy, Jacob. We're doing West, baby. No energy saving here. I need my Jacob MVPR West.
Absolute cinema.
Cinema.
Absolute cinema. I cannot believe.
All right, we'll call it there, chat. We'll call the giveaway there. Thank you for
Fortnite we got today.
Thank you for entering. Yo, Mini Shed's looking crazy.
Congratulations on your victory, Royale.
Are they going to show the leaderboard straight away, or am I going to have to wait?
It's going to shoot them up the standings, and once we see where they're at,
yeah, I'll do giveaways through West, chat.
Things are going to start to make a lot more.
I'll give my brother some giveaways for OCE too.
With them before we start getting everything crazy. I love how they executed this, right? Holding on that high ground, especially Kelly in this types of situations, like Old Man Mountain.
I know, Maris. I know. I just DM'd you.
Difficult to deal with. No one's gonna have much of anything at the very end, and of course, kind of finding that last little bit of heals, enough to make the difference, is so clutch.
Especially when they were able to take away height from Acorn's trio there, because if I'm not mistaken, Acorn's trio had height from 8th zone, but obviously when you pull up a mountain,
what time's West? Starts in 10 minutes, bro.
To control height.
All right, I know they're gonna show the leaderboard straight. Yo, thank you, Shuffle. Thank you, bro. Let me read the leaderboard, and then I'll thank the subs. All right, chat. Closing out day number 1. Spicy finish. We got Ritual, Cold, and PETERBOT in first on 462. CLIX, Higgsy, Omzo with that 0-point game staying on 411. So Pete getting a very big net positive. He got 13 Elam 6, but with the point denial onto CLIX, a big swing for the leaderboard. Then we have Visuals, Braids, and Mini Shed in third. W the boys right now. Huge, huge underrated clutch from them. And they've been handling the North Zones pretty well. They are middle map drop, but Visuals, Braids, Minished doing fantastic right now in 3rd. Then we've got Reek, Cooper, Curly in 4th, tied with them. Rapid, Booga, Threats down to 5th. Muzz, Ages, Taki, Kanata, and then Shadow for 10. Then we have Cynics, Noisy, Aviv, Golden, Bucky, Joji, Eulogy, Josh, Dolzier, Thetic, Bryce, Noah W plays, 20, Catman, Aoxy, Sandman, Enough, Seek, Silic, Vortec, Jay, Naps, and Fallen. W. Now, YouTube again. Peace out. I'm going to end there on YouTube to keep the VOD nice and clean. If you guys want to swing by Twitch to watch some West,